We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot to talk about. Salute to Black and Brown. Salute to Ring IQ. Salute to Clavo. Even salute to Ashy Knuckles, Solid as T. Salute to everybody. Edgar Moreno. Salute to Hit Kid. Salute to Remy 22. Salute to Dwayne Styles. Salute to everybody, man. I'm feeling it today. Hey, hey, look. Salute to Devin Haney's nose. Salute to the oxygen he breathes. Salute to Jigglypuff. Salute to my brother Carlos Supreme. Salute to everybody. Untouchable Raider. Salute to every single person. Salute to Hit Kid's mama. Salute to everybody, man. Look, we back. Shout out to Cosmic Creation, Tony Boswell. Shout out to Ashy Knuckles. You know, and look, man, we back in it. Everybody can get it. It's free smokes. And I'm gonna tell you this. It's free smoke. So Eduardo Tamayo, wherever you at, please go ahead and click the link and show the world what kind of a pussy you are. Go ahead and click the link. Mirage, click the link. All you cowards, click the link today. It's no holds barred, just like at your mama's house. Go ahead and let's get this in. Let's get this smoke in. The first thing I want to address tonight, I got to talk about what Bud Crawford said about Canelo. It kind of really, it made me wonder about a few things. So I got to go over that. But there's the first thing I have to start with is this Devin Haney situation. Let me add my brother Edgar to the thing. What's up, Edgar?
What's good? Salute to you, Nuke. Salute to the live chat. What's up, bro?
Absolutely, my brother. Salute, fam. Black and Brown, we love to have you on as well. Big E, what's up, Big E?
What's up, my brother? What's good with you?
What's good, man? It's good to hear from you, Big E. I know we talk a lot of shit, man, but I really do got a lot of respect for you, my brother.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Hey, you got one of the best, man, on YouTube, bro. No cap.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. There is one thing that I need to address is about Devin Haney. I don't know if you've seen this, is that it looks like his baby mama said that he attacked her. And I was about to make a video earlier today when I was looking at it. Devin Haney's ex, which is his baby mama, she's seeking a restraining order against him, claims he assaulted her and he tried to take her phone. So then I started reading the TMZ thing. So I was like, man, I'm finna roast the shit out of Devin Haney. Like, you can't be assaulting women. Fuck you, Devin Haney. You're not gonna do that, you little bitch. And then I was like, wait a minute. I read the statement and it said he knocked her down. He don't knock nobody down. This gotta be false. He ain't knocking nobody to the ground. He got pillow hands. And so that's when I knew she was lying. And I think Devin might be innocent. Because we know Devin ain't got the power to hurt a pregnant woman, much less anybody else. So I don't believe her. I don't think Devin has the power to knock this woman down. I already know that. I know how Devin is. But I will say this. There's a few things I don't like. And shout out to Devin Haney and shout out to Brian Norman. That's a good scrap. I like it. As long as Devin Haney don't run like no bitch, we straight. Just don't run like no bitch, and it's a good fight. What do you guys think about the Devin Haney Brian Norman fight?
It's a good fight. It's a good fight, man. Hearing about it, but like you're saying, man, let's see what he could do. No Tom and Jerry shit. I mean, look how he was. Couldn't even pull the trigger out there with someone like Ramirez. Now he's moving up and fighting someone like this. Like, we got to see what's gonna go on with him. And
somebody needs to just fucking drop a memo to Norman Camp. Be like, yo, just fucking find a picture of his baby mama and just come in and dress in as that in at the fight.
Well, what do you think about the fight, Big E? Brian Norman, Devin Haney. What do you think about that fight? Big E, where you at? Big E trying to get his life together, man. He's trying to get his life together, man. Man, we mentioned Devin Haney's mama. He's a little concerned. You all right over there, Big E?
Yo, let me get it right. Hold on right quick.
Okay. Oh, man. Look, man, we want all the smoke today.
Hey, Nuke, please tell me you didn't watch that Joke Paul Chavez fight.
No, man. I mean, I watched it back, but it was not something that I would pay for. It's just I don't fuck with Jake Paul. People, I've been seeing a lot of people come out here meat riding Jake Paul, and I'm like, Jake Paul, you mean he fought he fought Chavez Jr. Like that was garbage, bro. Like you fought a fucking pinata, and you sit up here getting praised for it. People were like, Jake Paul's the real deal. He's gonna fight Sordo Ramirez. He is not fighting Sordo Ramirez. He's not stupid. He don't want his career ended. He will not fight him. All of that picture, that's what Jake Paul does. He likes to take pictures with other men and then fight nobodies. That's what he does.
Like I didn't see it myself. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any highlights. I didn't see nothing. I just heard like through I guess social media and some YouTube and some ESPN reports. Like I heard that like Chavez didn't even throw any significant punches till like the 8th or 7th round. So to me it just solidifies what I've said time and time again. The fix is in with him. Like if he is pulling that kind of money, then he probably he talks to a couple people, he sends out NDAs, and then he's like, these are the stipulations, this is what you're gonna get, you cool with it, sign on the dotted line, and we're good.
I mean, this is why you're not gonna get a Jake Paul versus any top tier fighter, because ain't no way he's about to risk anything.
Right.
Him.
Right, like bro, if he fights anybody in the top 5 or 10 of the sanctioning bodies, he's getting put to fucking sleep.
That's it. But he knows that. He ain't stupid. He knows that. But he's fighting, where there's a country for no old man. I mean, look at it. I mean, Chavez Jr. was beat by Anderson Silva in a fucking boxing match.
Right.
He's a joke at this point. Like, what are we talking about? The guy's a joke. So I don't know. I don't fuck with it, man. And Chavez.
Nah, me either. Just I was just wondering if you were even like fucking tempted to watch any of it, which I know is garbage.
Yeah, man. I'd rather go take a shit than watch a Jake Paul fight. So that typically feels a lot better than watching Jake Paul fight.
Agreed. The only time I tuned into one of his stupid shits was because Serrano and Taylor were on it. That's it. After that was done, I clicked off.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I love Serrano. I love Taylor. And look, and ladies, I love you both. Both of you ladies are warriors. Salute to you. And I would bust both of their cheeks, no problem. And the one thing I would tell you is this, man. I hate to change the topic, but this is bothering me. I seen Terrence Crawford say, this is what he said. He said, Canelo Alvarez, every time you stepped up, you lost. Who wants to take this first?
And let me go.
Let me get it, Lou.
First, all right, go ahead.
Go ahead and get it, Big E. Go ahead and get it.
So
Terrence Crawford said, Canelo, every time you stepped up, you lost.
I think he was just alluding to the super plus fighters that Canelo done came across in his career, for Floyd and Bivol. Well, I would say this. The only thing I would say he was wrong at was Triple G. Triple G, man, I was just watching his highlights not too long ago, man. People forget, man, Triple G was a monster, man. Nobody trying to fight that dude for whatever reason. And Canelo found a way to break the code with Triple G. So I don't want to take that away from him, although most critics would say that he lost the first fight. But no doubt Canelo won the second and third one. But I think he was just referring to Mayweather and Bivol. You can't put no other fight on his resume on Floyd Mayweather and Bivol level. Well, Bivol is not on Mayweather level, but I'll put him up there just because he's done lived up to the hype so far.
Okay. So you said that very nice, Big E. So I'm going to say this very not nice. I'm going to say this very not nice. And if we have any Terrence Crawford buddies or fans in here, please click the link. I'm going to let anybody in the back on as well to give me your 2 cents about this Canelo Crawford thing or anything else you want to talk about. But Terrence Crawford said, Canelo, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter. Because, Canelo said he's a great fighter. So he said every time he stepped up, he lost. The problem I have with that statement, is when the fuck has Terrence Crawford ever stepped up like Canelo?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, look, this is like a guy. Hold on, this is like a guy to get on here and try to clown me. Nuke, you only out here slaying fat bitches, but you ain't getting no pussy. So you talking shit to me, and I'm fucking, but you sitting up here beating your meat. At least I'm getting ass. I don't care if she's fat. What are we talking about?
Oh man.
That's what I'm saying. This what these dudes be losing me with this shit. These dudes lose me with it. You trying to shit on Canelo, talking about, oh, you lost, you stepped up against Floyd and you lost. You stepped up against Bivol and you lost. Bitch, you basically lost to Madrimov. To Israel Madrimov. A guy with 10 fights. Bivol is a Hall of Famer. Floyd's a Hall of Famer. These guys are Hall of Fame elite defensive geniuses. Who the fuck is Israel Madrimov? This guy got cooked by Virgil Ortiz, who ain't never been a world champion.
Nuke, it's very simple, bro. The crawfish fucking fanboys and that narrative and Crawford himself, they're the type of dudes that peaked in high school, bro. They got one girlfriend in high school and rode out with that till the end of time.
I don't think Crawford fans, or I don't think anybody can really justify what Nuke just said. I mean, Nuke, you actually right, man. The fact of the matter is that Bud doesn't have one of those kind of fights on his resume. And that's the reason why going into this fight, Canelo is favored. It's because Canelo has had the most big fights, even if for the ones that's not really on Mayweather Bivol level. They still big fights.
Big E, I'm sorry to cut you off, but yo, just answer this, bro. Like I can tell you're on that side of the fence or you're on that side of the field, you know. But it's like, look.
I don't know. That side of the field almost sounds a little funny, but no, it's okay. Keep talking.
My bad. You know, you're on that side of the camp. But like what I'm saying is, just think about it like this, bro. Crawford is older than Canelo. He's and you know, he's arguably been fighting around the same amount of time. Maybe Canelo a little more because you can go pro in Mexico at a younger age. But he's older than him. And now all of a sudden he can make this weight. Why didn't you step up years and years and years ago and fight at 47, 54, or even 60? Why didn't you? Why are you waiting till the tail end of your fight to get a payday?
Interesting.
Hold on, Biggie. I'm gonna let you respond. I just want to say one more thing too, because this shit has been really bothering me, man. It's really bothering me. Is that, you know, Terrence Crawford does all this talking. And even when people talk about, oh, if he beats Canelo, he's top 5 all time. I'm like, wait a minute. When you look at the best of the best in their resumes, they don't say, I got this one fighter and that's what makes me great. Canelo stepped up many times over many weight classes. But this is Bud's first real fight. Even if he won it, that don't make him the top guy. Like we gotta stop all this dick riding because it don't make any sense. I think at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford's a good fighter. But I mean, I think his criticism of Canelo don't make sense. I think if Terrence Crawford moved up and fought Danny Jacobs at 160, Jacobs stops him. The same Danny Jacobs that fought Canelo, I think he stops Terrence Crawford. I think the Caleb Plant that Canelo fought outboxes Terrence Crawford. I think the Billy Joe Saunders that fought Canelo outboxes Terrence Crawford. I think, and I'm just going on a little rant here. I think Callum Smith at 168 that Canelo bullied stops Terrence Crawford. I think there's a reason why Terrence Crawford waited to this point, because he think Canelo slowed down. He think he can run and move, and he think Turkey Alashik's in his side. He thinks the cards are right for him to get a decision, and even if he loses, he's okay because he got his money, and all his meat eaters out there are going to approve him no matter what. And then they're going to try to shit on Canelo for fighting him.
Exactly.
Go ahead and answer, Lee.
So a few things. To me, to answer the first question, I feel like Crawford, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta understand, he's a unified champ, man, multiple divisions, undisputed in multiple divisions. I mean, sometimes, man, you sit there at a weight class to, you know what I mean, collect the belts, to build your resume up, you know what I mean, before you move up. I don't look at it as if he waited till Canelo got old or older or slow to fight him or anything like that. Like any other champion. Same thing with Canelo, what he did at 168. fans was pushing and clamoring for him to fight David Benavidez, but David Benavidez didn't bring that to the table for Canelo to fight him. Canelo only want to go after the champions, the ones who hold the belt. So that's what he did. So,
but you just said 30 seconds ago that Crawford, you were okay with Crawford staying at a certain division and collecting all the belts and all this before he moved up. So that nullifies your point about what the hell you just said about Canelo.
That's a body bag.
Benavidez doesn't bring anything to the table. Therefore, the fight wasn't made.
Go ahead and get in the casket. That's a body.
but my thing is,
there's no thing. You just said it.
My thing is, I didn't knock Canelo for getting his belts at 168.
Right, but you are praising one fighter for doing what you just said another fighter did and didn't take the other fight. That's a double standard, bro.
No, I'm not. I didn't knock either or for collecting all their belts in one weight class. My only knock with Canelo is I have no problem with you collecting the belts. But when boxing fans are calling for you to make the fight with a certain fighter, that itself is what brings whatever value to the table.
Okay. So why didn't Crawford fight Boots or Virgil?
Fans
moved up for what?
Hey, got you there.
He offered them both.
There, man.
Calling for the fight the same way. Boxing fans has been loud and clear. You didn't hear it on ESPN or no other site about Boots versus Bud. What nobody talking about?
But they were the mandatories. It could have been a fight. It could have been a fight.
Over the brim.
We the fans, our word holds weight, man. So when we call for a certain fight, make the fight happen. When the fight don't happen, you get criticized.
Wait. So when the fight, because all the fans are calling for it, blah, 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 but the fight is still on the table. Why did he run from them? So again, he didn't make the fight. He didn't make the fight for whatever fucking reason. And then he dropped belts or then he just moved away. So then by that same token, don't criticize another fighter when the other dude doesn't bring anything to the table. And then that fighter moves away from the division.
I think
Big E, let me hold you down for 1 second. Edgar, are you forgetting that the WBO did go to Virgil twice and the team said, no, we're not ready and such and so forth when it comes to Bud? Are you forgetting that Bud gave a green light, but Boots was loyal to Showtime? Are you forgetting about those scenarios before you throw that coin out there? I don't disagree with you in regards to the Canelo aspect, but you're not going to use Bud's situation with those two fighters when they had opportunities and went different directions and different sanctioning bodies when they was in the sanctioning body with Bud. Can't do that.
It's a body bag.
No. The only thing.
Hold on. Let me put the bag up there and let Edgar finna clap back. Let me put that up there. Edgar, we need you to clap back or Carlos.
Okay, so that thing when you were gonna say with the scenario that you just painted, okay, that could have happened, that might have happened, but then the other aspect that we as fans have no idea, we can only speculate, is the financials. It could have been financially stopped, or it could have been, the money ain't there, so we got to build it up. Same stupid fucking analogy that the Benavidez fans, when he fought Plant, let's marinate it. We offered Canelo $70 million when that was a lie.
But here's the thing. First of all, salute to everyone in the panel in the chat. Thank y'all for having me. But at 147, Virgil was literally dying. He couldn't make that weight no more. And at 154, Crawford won a belt, and he could have fought Virgil there. Actually, the Turkey at the fight with Boachuk, he was trying to make that fight with Virgil and Crawford.
Okay.
And also the thing about Busanis, when Crawford won the Undisputed, he had to defend the Undisputed with Busanis because Busanis was the IBF mandatory.
Okay. So let me, can I step in real quick? And I like my brother's name, the bias one they call Brim. That's a good name. The only 2 cents that I'll add into this is just because of what I know is that we've seen the WBO at some point say that, but we've also seen Virgil Ortiz, his father, and his team deny that ever happened. And so when they denied that ever happened, and then you got some people saying it did, now we're at a crossroads to see if it truly happened or not. I know that Boots things happened because their team admitted it happened. So I can't discount the Boots thing. That 100% happened. So the Virgil Crawford thing is the only thing that was up in the air for me. And then that was cleared up when Virgil Ortiz, Turkey Alashik, sent Terrence Crawford a contract, and he said he's not going to fight Virgil Ortiz. That pretty much was Terrence Crawford walking away from that fight and saying, I'm going to retire if I don't get Canelo. I'm not fighting Virgil Ortiz. Many people would look at that as a duck.
But what I can say with all this is like, listen, it seems like Crawford lost interest of those fights. He lost interest to fight the young lions of the division. But the problem that I have with this whole situation with Canelo and Crawford is that when you look at Crawford's resume,
and when they're not on task,
like Crawford doesn't have any Hall of Famers in his record, and then so you come in to fight Madrimov and you making the biggest jump in your career to fight Canelo Alvarez, who Canelo Alvarez fought way better competition than the competition that you face.
What the hell is it? I mean, that's cool to find a Danny he fought better competition, but at the end of the day, he's accomplished a whole lot. And if he wants to fight Canelo and Canelo's down to fight, so freaking be it. It ain't like nobody's never done this before. It's very few, very far and few in between. Only the greatest of the greatest have accomplished it. And if Terrence Crawford thinks he can be that great, let him try. If he doesn't see, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, it's already here. I was never for the fight. I've never been shy about that. But since the fight is here, we might as well go forward with it. But Brim, I gotta ask you, and I know you mentioned that the Haney, the Norman thing, and I like both of those young guys. I think this is a great fight for both of those young guys, and I'm excited for the fight personally. How do you see that fight going right now, Brim?
I mean, I'm gonna give you my unbiased view, because if I give you my biased view, because you know I'm rocking with Norman to the wheel fall off, right? But I'm gonna give you my unbiased view. So unbiasedly, Devin Haney has the ability to be if he can keep him at the end of his jab, utilize that distance, continue to use great foot movement. But the thing is, though, can he do that for 12 rounds? I see it being a nice tug and pull for about 6 rounds, and it might be a little even. But then I think at some point it's going to be a little bit of fire, and I think when that fire happens, I think eventually Haney is going to melt. And I got Norman with a 10-round stoppage, not a knockout, a TKO referee stoppage in the 10th round, because he's going to get caught with the shot.
Damn.
Hey, Nuke, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Max.
No. Can you repeat what the question is? I've been a little bit busy, so I can understand what's going on at the moment.
Oh, no worries, man. We were talking about who do you got in a Brian Norman Haney situation, and Terrence Crawford told Canelo Alvarez every time you stepped up, you lost.
Yeah, so I did see that interview, which I kind of found a little hilarious. I'm like, dude, that kind of was a little annoying, I'll admit, because I'm like, what the heck? How's this guy? The audacity this guy has to talk about somebody stepping up. I'd rather step up and lose than not step up at all. So, I mean,
whoa,
that situation.
Not oh, whoa.
Well, I mean, how many times has he really stepped up? Really? I mean, he only
a whole
stepped
bunch
up
of times.
maybe.
Are we forgetting where Terrence Crawford came from? He wasn't a golden child. He got it from the mud. Now, maybe we might look back in hindsight at some of these fights, and these fighters didn't live up to that highest potential. But at the time those fights were happening, the same viewpoint was not happening at the time some of those fights was happening. Like when he fought Gamboa, it wasn't the same. Even though Gamboa did not look good previous before, it was still a different disposition when it was happening. When he fought Prescott at the time, it was still a different position. So it's like we're revising.
But Canelo has always taken on fights.
Afterwards.
Yeah, but Canelo has always fought fights that when their fighters always at their best. So
first of all, Canelo's a beast. That's banter. Sometimes I take that stuff as a grain of salt. That's banter. We can pick apart and dissect it, but that's banter for a boxing fight. They are assigned to fight, so you're gonna talk junk to each other. End of the day, Canelo is proven, seasoned, tried, true, Hall of Famer, undeniable, can't be questioned. Anybody that had to get over it. That's how I look at it when it comes to Canelo.
Brim, but let me just say this though, like just based on age alone, Crawford could have stepped up multiple times and could have had great fights with people that were in those divisions. Danny Jacobs, the Charlo brothers, fucking Brian Castano. He could have
Exactly.
made those fights. Why didn't he?
But the thing is, though, that wasn't even his vision until later in the game. You got to remember how long he had to deal with the 147 tobaccles.
But
Yeah, I mean, y'all act like he
why
was
is
like this was like a
But if you
planned out
really think
situation.
about it, he
This
hasn't
didn't come
really
this didn't
aged
come
in
until
any way, shape, or form.
Brim,
Because
he was ESPN's golden child, pound for pound fighter for the longest fucking time. Why didn't he step up to those other weight classes and take them over?
that's what I agree with that. I mean, on
and
top of that,
I disagree how Crawford said when you step up, you failed. Because at the end of the day, if you look at Canelo's history, he fought Austin Trout undefeated, and Austin Trout was coming off his best win and beating Cotto. He unified with Austin Trout, and then after Austin Trout, he faced Floyd Money Mayweather. Yes, he lost, but he was in his 20s. He was still green. And after that, he beat
plenty times and been
he beat
successful.
Laura. He beat Laura. When has Crawford ever beat a guy like Laura? When he has ever beat a guy like Miguel Cotto?
He could have fought all of them. What the fuck?
he could have.
Come on now, like
Yeah, but see, the thing is, y'all got revisionist history. Are y'all forgetting Pacquiao? You forgot Bob protected Pacquiao. Are we forgetting the revisionist?
I don't take no credit from Crawford at 147. But when at 154, I had questions because, damn, I want to see him with Bakram. I want to see with Jermell Charlo. I want to see him with Virgil, with all these guys. Like, that's just the bad taste that I had with Crawford.
And Brim, and that what you just said, that Bob protected fucking Pacquiao. Pacquiao was not running from any fucking smoke, and that literally could have been the passing of the torch on Top Rank.
Bob kept it from happening.
No.
Bob didn't let that happen. I just feel like we got a little revisionist history when it comes to Crawford. Like fighters was running to him. You know what I mean? Opposite side of the street. You know, Danny Garcia, worry about your fight. He fights Adrian Granados for 200 for 1/3 the money he would have got for Crawford. You know what I mean? But we talk about
but he could have simply just kept moving up weight division as he was a holding champion, and he could have been the #1 mandatory for that fucking sanctioning body, and he could have just kept collecting belts. He would have pushed other motherfuckers into corners to making the fight and making them look bad. And if at that point they didn't want the smoke.
But what he ended up doing was he ended up fighting Porter.
Hold on, fellas. Let me ask you a quick question. Money Brown TV in the building. Money, what's up, my brother?
What's going down, chap?
What's going on, my brother? What do you think about Bud Crawford talking about people's resumes, throwing a little dirt here or there? Is it just banner, or does he have no room to talk about nobody's resume? What are you thinking on all this?
When you look at Crawford a bad motherfucker, right? A lot of people diss his resume and things of that nature, right? But he fought who he can fight that was on the side of the street. But when you're looking at Canelo resume, nobody can ever in life, nobody in boxing, not one single person in boxing can say anything about
Money,
the best resume.
Can you turn it up, bro? You sound like you speaking on a fucking jail phone or something, bro.
Hold on, my shit. What is doing? I'm muffled.
Yeah,
a bit, yeah.
Okay, I'm finna bounce back on the computer, note.
Okay, you good, my brother. You good. All right. He gonna fix his mic. Who was next, Max?
Yeah, sorry. As far as the whole like Terrence Crawford talking about his resume, I mean, I think right now what's kind of pissing him off, based off like all these press conferences, is how Canelo is literally trash talking his resume, which I like because I mean, to me, it's like, I mean, I know I've said this before, and I still stay with my feelings about it, but like, I've never been a fan of this fight at all. Even now, I mean, I'll still watch it. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't think in any way Crawford deserved this fight to begin with. Maybe now it makes sense, but I mean, as far as, you know, I think that's just kind of what's kind of pissing him off is the fact that Canelo's talking about his resume. And on top of that, for him to say that every time he stepped up, he's lost. Like, first of all, he's only stepped up. Oh, he's never only. I mean, he stepped up a lot. And out of all those times, he's only lost 2 fights. Maybe draw 1. So like his first draw was with Triple G. He lost to Floyd. He lost to Bivol. But like then again, he stepped up to 168 and unified within 11 months. It took Crawford 7 years to unify for undisputed in 147. And on top of that, like what's to me more funny or even embarrassing or even great, however you want to see it, is that same year, Inoue literally just like humiliated him by becoming 2-time undisputed in the same year, which it took him 7 years. So like I remember, and I'm thinking like, well, who the hell is Crawford to really like talk about his resume? Like, realistically speaking, I mean, I just think that he doesn't want to address the fact that he's always either. I mean, I don't want to say he's ever ducked, but like when the opportunity presented itself, he definitely never took it for one reason or another. But I
man,
mean, I'll leave it there for now. But sorry, who was
Yeah,
that?
that's
Sorry,
true.
I
Yeah.
think the
sorry.
question is
I think
Yeah,
there's
go for it.
there to me.
Wait,
Like,
I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be messed up. I just can't hear you. Well, hello.
can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. That was better.
So my thing is this: is that you're asking, or you're alluding to Crawford should have stepped up and fight better competition. But when you are the number one, when you've been the number one fighter in the world for 7, 8+ years of boxing, there ain't
Okay.
no pressure, there ain't no stigma, there ain't no narrative of Crawford at the time pushing to fight better fighters. His who they put in front of him has obviously granted him to be the number one fighter in the world at the time, and so many boxing fans' eyes. So where's the pressure at from the fans? Where's the narrative? What was the agenda being pushed for Crawford to fight better opposition? There wasn't none because anybody
No,
could
there
have.
was some. There was some. There was some. He was taking
That was
fights
I was gonna
like
say.
Kell Brook, bro. Like, come on, we didn't want to see Kell Brook, or shit like that. Amir Khan.
a
Did we really
broken
want to
Kell
see
Brook,
Bud
a
versus
shot
Amir
Mir
Khan,
Khan.
bro? Is that a fight we really wanted to see? Bud versus Amir Khan? No, bro. There were some fights that he took that it
Listen,
really made no sense of taking,
And on
bro.
top of that, like if he really wanted to make history, look, I think he could have beaten Canelo historically speaking if he would have just stayed at 154 and made history there. I mean, he would have been the first to be undisputed at 154 or three-time undisputed at 154. But the fact is that instead of having to look for the bigger guy to make the bigger money, because he obviously wants to cash out, he could have just cashed out on his
Yeah,
own
this
by
is a
staying at
cash out, bro.
154.
This
This
is a
is really
cash out.
just a
He
cash
knows.
out
Listen,
for him. And
He knows.
honestly,
He
he
knows.
knows he's not going to beat Canelo. And even if he does, let's just assume he does. This is going to be his last fight, anyways, because one, he can ride into the sunset onto that he beat Canelo, or two, even if he lost, he's going to get a big fat check and he's going to stop there. Assuming he wants to continue after that, I can't really speak upon. But I'm just saying that if he really wanted to prove a point and make history and be like the number one in boxing history, he should have just stayed
Yep.
at 154 because for starters,
hey,
he never even beat Madrimov. So you want to talk
That's
about that? He stepped up.
and that's the thing I'm going with, bro. Look at it. He
Oh,
took a
this is
year off.
crazy. I'm
He
listening to
took
this.
a year
The
off, and then he
revisionist
took,
history is wild
bro.
right now. Are we
Look, look, look,
forgetting
look, look, look,
Pacquiao,
look. He
different
took a
direction.
year off.
Keith
No, he
Thurman,
took a
different
year off.
direction.
No, still.
Danny
Oh,
Garcia,
still.
different direction. Are we forgetting? I mean, the revisionist history is so real right now. And we talk about how Bud didn't do this, but we forget about fighters going a different direction. And then at the same token, he still was able to fight Porter, still ended up beating Spence, and still got in a position where he ended up fighting Canelo. So as much as we criticize and people criticize his bad business and all that, look where he still ended up at. And another thing, people think, oh, he's just in it for the cash out. When has Bud went into a ring and not tried to win a fight? When does he not win in and not show some type of dog? Win, lose, or draw, regardless if you think he's gonna win or not. The fact that y'all sit here thinking he's gonna just go in and just lay down is it's just ridiculous. I
It's
mean,
not
you have
even that,
no
well,
bro.
evidence
hey,
of the
You telling
contrary.
me
You
that
have
if he
no
would have
evidence
lost,
of the
if he
contrary.
would have
You
beat,
have
if
no
he would have lost
evidence
to
of the
Madrimov, do you
contrary. He
think
just
he would
stated
have
that's going to be
continued
a
to win?
factual situation. You can't compare him to Charlo. Charlo can't hold his bag. Charlo can't even
Bro,
make
what
a
are you talking
mid-fight
about?
adjustment. He has to
Woo!
adjust from fight to
Oh,
fight.
yes, you
God,
can.
I
I've
mean,
been
man,
telling
come
you
on, y'all. Y'all
heavier than
got to keep it a
Crawford.
beam, man.
he's
Seriously.
Heavier
heavier
than
than bro,
Crawford.
bro. What are you
Are you
talking
serious?
about, bro?
I
How
don't.
you gonna
Hey,
diss
let
the
me let
man
me
like
say
that,
something real
bro?
quick.
He's
Let me say something real
undisputed,
quick.
bro. What are you talking about?
I don't take no listen. I give all the credit to Crawford at 147. We can all agree 147 is his best weight. The thing here that I'm stuck with is like when it's all said and done, when Crawford's retired, where do I put him at the best welterweights of all time?
I
That's
would
where I
keep him up there at the best welterweight for sure.
like. Do you put him? Oh no, listen. You put him over than Mayweather.
Oh,
Do you put him over?
Well,
yeah,
no, it's not
personally.
like that.
No, no.
Mayweather
Do
Like,
you
did his
like,
bro,
listen?
damage
Let
at
me
the
let me
lower
let
weight
me
bro,
class.
let
and
me let me
Absolutely.
say something.
look
Let
at
me
the
say something. Do you
resumes
put
at
him? Do you put him
147.
over than
Nah,
Mayweather? Do you put him over
nah,
than Oscar De La Hoya? Do you put
nah,
him over
bro.
than
No, you
Pacquiao? Do
can't.
you put him over at Tito Trinidad? I
I
mean,
put him over
these
Look
guys,
look at
Mayweather at
it, bro.
welterweight.
Look at
these
his
guys
Mayweather did
fought.
his
resume.
damage at the lower weight class. Mayweather's his best work was below
Hey,
147.
as much
But
as
he
I
had the
give
names at
credit to Crawford at
147 too.
147, his
But
resume is killing him because at the end of the
Bro,
day,
look
those
at
guys
both
that I
of them.
mentioned
What are
had
we
better
talking?
resumes that
here's the thing
Crawford
right
had.
now. Thing,
Yeah,
man.
bro. Look, yeah,
Those
that's true.
guys
Cause
have
look,
better resumes than what Crawford
Well,
had.
look,
The
look who
yeah.
Mayweathers, the
Crawford fought. Look who
Pacquiaos,
If
Crawford
you're
fought.
talking
Jeff
about
Tito
resumes,
Horn.
then
Trinidad,
yeah,
Oscar
I
De La
can
Look at
agree
Hoya.
with
Jeff
that a
Horn,
little
bro.
bit. I mean, I'm just more speaking of alluding to the fact that yes, he's the first in the four belt era to become undisputed in welterweight. So that's kind of what I was aiming towards. But if you're still talking resume, then no, I have to agree. You're right. I
Sugar Ray
deny the
Leonard. Like I
facts.
could go on and on. You know, that's where I'm stuck at. I'm like, your best weight was at 147, but of all the other 147 fighters, the welterweight fighters, are you really top three?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
you
no.
I can't
stacked
give
to
you
No,
that.
them.
I
no.
So
can't
I'd
look
give
say
at
you
he's
that.
like top
because I
five.
don't know, bro. It's kind of hard because yeah, he's undisputed and shit, but at the same time, he only had one belt. The other guy was doing all the work. His resume, look at it. It looks weak, bro. Jeff Horn, Amir Khan, Kell Brook. These are past their prime people. Jeff Horn was a fluke champ. Like, come on, man. Are we literally gonna say he's better than all the other names you were saying at welterweight?
Well,
Come on, man.
hold on. Look, let me just get a few of these comments in real quick. Then we'll continue the
Actually,
conversation.
I'm gonna have to step off, Nuke. Thank you
Okay.
once again. I swear I hate that I have to always cut it short, but I'm at work. I always try to get at least a few
Nothing with
words
this.
in. I'm gonna try one of these days to be on the podcast a lot longer. So I hope you can forgive me, my man.
Oh, you're good, my brother.
No, you're
Salute,
good.
man. And
Yeah, I
y'all
have to
about
get.
to make Brim lose it today.
German with the high quality
All right.
hate
Well, you have
coming
a
up
good
on
one,
that
Nuke.
super
You have a
chat.
wonderful day. Bye bye.
All right, Max. Brim
What?
is about to lose. You know,
German
one thing
with
I'll
the
give Brim. Brim don't ever get out of character. So if you see him laughing,
German got the high quality hate right now. Read that, please. That's high quality
I,
hate.
let me speak on it. German, my brother German. Salute to you, German. Thanks for the comment. German says Terrence Crawford is some sort of autistic. He has no comebacks for Canelo, and English is not his first language. The only chance Crawford has is Uncle Turkey, Alashik. So I got to ask you guys. Let me start with my brother Edgar real quick. Edgar, do you agree with that statement? Do you think Turkey Alashik is really Terrence Crawford's best and only way to victory against Saul Canelo Alvarez?
I mean, like I said, you made a video yesterday about maybe, I think it was yesterday that you made like a short video, and I commented, I said it a long, long time ago when this was still like rumored to be done and all this other crap, and they were thinking about the fight. I said there could be like, unless Canelo goes in there and either puts him to sleep or literally beats the shit out of him from pillar to pillar, the fix could be in on the judge's side, especially to make like a rematch clause. But now that was like a year ago or whatever. So I mean, I do see it. Like if it's not like an engaging fight, it could get swayed. I could see that.
Okay, I can understand that. So yesterday, if anybody's unaware, I made a video saying that it's possible that the fix could be in the fight if it goes to a decision. Now, will that happen? I don't know. Brim, I gotta go to you. I gotta go to Brim. Be as biased, as unbiased, and biased as you can be, Brim. Do you think Turkey Alashik, Uncle Turkey, who's shown, and now I know you're looking like that, he's shown clear favoritism for Bud, Brim. Do you think that could be a possible route for Terrence Crawford to get victory?
Unless Turkey Alashik is the judge himself, y'all look like y'all got some excuses ready made just in case he lose. And if Canelo happened to lose, like to sit here and say Bud has no chance to beat Canelo when Canelo has lost before is crazy. But at the same token, to completely disavow that Turkey is on Bud's side would be foul of me if I did that. I think that would be irresponsible of me. But at the same token, there's three judges, and then none of them are Turkey Alashik just judging the fight. I don't want to hear ready-made excuses. I don't want to hear ready-made excuses from Bud fans, and I don't want to hear ready-made excuses from Canelo fans.
Hey, Brim, real quick, just to refresh your memory, did you remember the Shiraz Adames fight?
Yeah, I sure do. And you know what? You know what I have to say about that? That's because that's our one really good. That's our really good example with Turkey. The problem is when we go to all these promotional companies, we got like 10 to 15 examples. You know what I mean? This is nothing new under the sun, y'all. Quack like this is a new game.
Those promotional companies aren't involved in this one. Turkey is involved in this one.
You are correct. You are correct. And I mean, listen, if y'all scared that y'all feel like Canelo gonna get
Look.
cheated,
This
then
is
let
all I
Canelo
want to
knock
say.
him out. Then
This is
how
all I
about
want to
that?
say, guys. Look,
Because
this is all I want to
Well,
say. Remember
like
about this fucking.
by your own words, let's hope that Crawford engages, and if he engages and
Hey,
he
this
goes
is
out on
what I
that
want to
shield,
say though.
he's
Look,
getting put to sleep.
let me
Well,
say
look,
that
this.
sounds
Let me say
good.
this. Let me
hold
say
on,
this because
hold on 1 second, round one. Now, the only thing I want to say is, do I know that's going to happen? No, I don't know that's going to happen. The only reason I think it's a possibility, and I held off on making that video because I seen a lot of people making those comments. I was like, well, I don't feel like that. But then I started feeling like that okay, I seen Terrence Crawford hold his hand. And then I'm like, okay, that's funny style. Hold on, Brim. I seen him holding hands. I say, that's a little funny style right there. So I said, okay, I'm going to just put that out of my mind. And then I seen Turkey Alashik at the press conference say, why y'all didn't sit me next to Bud Crawford like I wanted to? And I'm like, okay, that's funny style.
Oh,
Who's the
So
podcast? We know this ain't
hey
new.
Nuke,
I
Y'all
know
Nuke,
it's
acting
hey
just
like you
Nuke,
funny
new.
I
style.
want to say this.
And then I see him posting childhood pictures of Bud. I'm like, okay, that's enough. Like
yeah,
this
that's
this
enough.
is
That's
Nuke,
enough.
listen,
Nuke.
If he
That's
was
this
doing
is
weird.
this
clear
with Canelo, y'all
favoritism.
wouldn't have no
What
problem
Turkey?
with it. Cut
You
it
know what
out,
Turkey
man.
is, right?
That's
You
weird.
know what Turkey is, right? Like, look, bro, I don't want to see this from Turkey. I don't want to, and we're gonna watch it on Netflix, so we better not see Turkey over there in Blood's corner, like two rounds, throwing numbers up and shit, because that's the favoritism. Remember, we seen that before, and we roasted him for that. So I don't want to see him jumping up and telling Bud, you're down 2 rounds, hurry up, or
Yo,
shit
round
like
one,
that.
your audio's on round 12, bro. Or actually round 15.
Hey, check this
Yeah.
out, man. Hey, all this shit, you know what this shit sound like to me? First of all, it's fanboy talk, for one. But two, it just lets me know that Canelo fans are gearing up for excuses just in case, if anything goes wrong in this fight. Canelo has already put doubts in Canelo fans' minds without y'all even acknowledging it based off his last few performances, especially the last one. So we done seen some decline in Canelo, and just so happen if Canelo does lose this fight, y'all looking for a way to come up with an excuse and justify why he lost. But listen, only in Canelo fan world where the narrative like that do exist. So I'm gonna let y'all have that. You know what I mean?
Okay. The only thing I'll say to that is I've already been on record. If Canelo loses this fight, no matter what the circumstance is, Bud gets full credit. Bud's the guy that came up in weight. Bud's the guy that had to adjust to all of that on the fly. He had to figure all that shit out. He had to lay off all of that. I'm giving whoever wins this fight full credit, no matter how it goes down. That's just the end all. Now, my opinion on what I think could lead to certain situations is just my thoughts. But I'm not taking nothing away from either guy. Brim fucking me up, man. I can't even.
Mills.
It's the same. I don't know, it's the same with the Brian Norman, Devin Haney thing. If Devin Haney goes in there, and people know how I feel about Devin Haney, they know how I feel about Devin Haney. They know I don't like Devin Haney. But if Devin Haney go in there and put on a master class, I'm gonna give him nothing but credit. I'm gonna give him nothing but
I
credit.
got
If Brian Norman goes in there and no matter how the fight's going, and he catch him with something and put him to sleep, the man can't be doubted. He just can't be doubted. So whoever wins those fights, they getting all the credit in the world. I'm taking nothing away from nobody. This is a new season over here. We giving credit where credit is due. No matter how you get it, you're gonna have to get your credit. But yeah, but no, this ain't no fanboy hater shit. It's just acknowledging a real possibility. That's
Hey,
all it is. Just acknowledging. Hold on, Biggie. It's just acknowledging a real possibility. And somebody in the chat says, "Who was it? L something." He said that. What did he say? I'm trying to find a comment. He said that that Brim had Brian Norman over everybody. So maybe he does. Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
over every.
Let me go to Solidus T. Solidus T, what's up with you, my brother?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
What's good with you, Solidus? Do you think Terrence Crawford's best chance to beat Canelo Alvarez is Turkey Alashik pulling a few strings to get him that victory?
Nah, ain't nothing like that going to happen.
You don't think it's
Only way he,
possible, or you don't think it will happen?
nah, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it will happen.
Okay.
Turkey ain't gonna. Turkey's not going to have no outcome on what happens in the fight.
Okay. And why do you think that? Do you think that Turkey has any favoritism towards Bud or any bias towards Bud, or you think he's just completely neutral?
Well, it's a known fact that Bud is one of his favorite fighters. That's why he's in his corner. He wants him to beat Canelo, but I don't think he's going to do no cheating shit for him to win. He just likes Crawford better, like a lot of people do.
Okay, that's a fair comment. I've heard this same type of language from guys who are like, oh, my girl would never cheat on me. Then he caught her sucking dick. So all I'm gonna say is that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point. But I'm just telling you, I'm just telling you, I didn't see some things in life. That's all I didn't see some things.
I get why you saying it, because you talking about he was holding his hands and he's always saying he likes Crawford, so you're taking that as like he might cheat.
Well, he says he's my guy. I mean, I would never, and we're all human. And so I would never put anything past anybody. I mean, I think that anybody that shows clear favoritism is willing to do something to protect the person they care about. I mean, if I'm holding hands with you, if I want to sit next to you, if I'm trying to I'm posting your childhood pictures, I'm enjoying my time with you, like long walks on the beach, all that type of stuff.
So all of that leads you to believe that he might pull some strings and cheat to get Crawford to win.
I mean, here's the thing: anything's possible when you care about somebody and you got all this power. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Nah, I doubt
Who would
that.
want to go against Turkey Alashik, the most powerful man in boxing?
Come on,
who
you can't
would want to
beat
go
that,
against
brother.
that? This dude controls everybody's paycheck. Who would go against that?
He ain't going to cheat. He's not going to cheat for Crawford to win.
I hope he won't.
It's going to come down to the judges.
I just can't dismiss the possibility.
But y'all already think Canelo's going to win, though. So just ride with that. What's up with all this cheating talk?
It don't matter. If Bud win, he get the credit regardless. I'm just saying, I'm noticing a little things that seem a little funny style. When I'm like, I'll go to the cafeteria and somebody's like, hey, I want to sit next to you. Like, no, brother, you don't need to sit next to me. I'm trying to sit next to some cheeks. I'm straight, bro. Like, what we doing over here? What we doing over here? And
that's funny.
When I notice things are funny style, I'd be like, hey, wait a minute. What's this? What's this?
Yeah, that's funny. The jokes is funny, but he ain't going to cheat for him.
I mean, you say that like you know. We'll find out. We will find out. Money Brown, what's up, my brother?
Man, Canelo ain't gonna leave it in the hands for no motherfucker to rob him. You understand what I'm saying? Let's not forget, bro. Let's not forget a man that was at 47 said, who do y'all think I am? Superman to go up to 160 to fight Canelo?
Oh, no.
Who do y'all think I am? Superman? So now all of a sudden you gonna jump from 54 to 68 and put on even more weight, and you gonna go and fight the best motherfucker at 168, right? And you ain't never fought at 168 a day in your life. You couldn't hurt Jamal at 54.
Facts.
You go up and you go hurt Canelo. Like, bro, if you can't hit Canelo with something and get us respect, bro, you in trouble. Like, let's be real. Crawford ain't no fucking Dimitri Bivol, and he ain't no Floyd Mayweather. You understand what I'm saying? I give him all the credit in the world, bro, for what he did from 35 to 47. But you're not Bivol, bro. You ain't as active as Bivol, and you ain't got to act you like he can fight. But I think people think that, oh, Crawford is this person that go in there and just walk Canelo Alvarez down or can take a Canelo Alvarez punch. Let's not forget, Dimitri Bivol said what? Canelo hit him the hardest that he ever been hit, right?
Yep.
But and then I heard somebody say, oh, he's no Charlo, right? Like, first of all, bro, we don't know because him and Charlo never fought, right?
Back.
And then,
That's true, Brim. That's true, Brim.
When we look at Jermell Charlo, bro, let's quit acting like Jermell Charlo is a bum in a scrub, bro. Him and Terrence Crawford
was undisputed.
Punches, right?
Not a bum, but not the same.
They are boxer punches, bro.
Not a bum.
They are boxer punches, bro. So his style ain't that. You not bringing shit to the table that's go make Canelo say, "Oh my God, I never seen this before." Oh my God, I never seen that before, bro.
Damn.
So once you step up to 168, it's not about what Crawford can do to Canelo. It ain't about that. It's about if he can take the power of Canelo Alvarez because he go get touched, and when he do get touched with that power, how do he react? Because a lot of people, Crawford, he's not going to do what Jermell Charlo did. He's going to rather get knocked out. This, that, and the third. Okay, well, we gonna see, bro. We gonna see
Exactly.
once
Exactly.
Canelo touch your ass
Exactly,
and
bro.
you
For
feel it
That's
power
a
real.
with
good point.
Canelo.
A
Yeah,
lot of
once
people
you
are
feel the
saying
power with
Bud,
Canelo,
bro.
we'll
He's
see
gonna
if you're
knock
gonna
him out.
stand there and say, okay, let's see if I can, not get knocked out, or if your ass gonna make a business decision just like Jermell Charlo made a business decision. 'Cause I'm quite sure you don't want your last fight to be you on your ass and you getting knocked out. You gonna be the last fight
And
that your kids see.
and and,
You
and
know
I
what
hate
I mean?
I hate to make this statement, but a lot of people tell me, they say, look, Nuke, when have you ever seen Bud bitch up? Whenever you ever seen Bud back down from a fight? I'm like, that's true. I got a buddy of mine that has a pit bull. And that pit bull's vicious. He don't never run from no smoke. But I say, you ain't never seen his ass on a safari with lions. You put him in the
Oh,
jungle. You put him out there in
Exactly.
the wilderness. You step, oh, that's a lion. Then
oh
see,
shit.
when you got a chihuahua in his face, he a killer. When you got all these other stuff in him, but you put his ass out there with them lions, and I'm not the Charlo lions, not the
Damn.
coyote lion. I'm talking about a different breed. You gonna be, you might see him do something you ain't seen done. Hey, Sparky, where'd he
Hey,
go?
hey, what a punchline. That was a great
Now let me say
punchline.
this: I respect Bud for stepping up to the plate, right? But we all know for a fact, right? It's about the money, man. Right? He got his biggest payday with Earl Spence, and that shit looked damn good. Right? He never got a pay.
Woo!
He never
Oh
got a payday
man.
like that with Bob Earn. So now he like shit. This Canelo bag will look even better, bro. So will I take an ass whooping for this money? Of course, I'll take an ass whooping for the money as well. So of course he gonna come and try to fight. He's a man. He's a boxer, right? This is what they get
I
paid to
agree with
fight.
that money. Hold on, money.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt you. I agree
Go
with
ahead.
that. A lot of people take an ass whooping for the money. I will slap the baked beans out of Hit Kid for a bag right now. We'll do it for the money. We'll
Hey
do it for the money.
yo.
Yeah, so of course
Diabolical.
he gonna step up for the for the Bridgie. You know what I mean? Like remember, bro, Canelo wasn't too thrilled for this fight. He didn't want the fight, but remember, remember when Rigondeaux chased the fight with Lomachenko, right? He
Yep,
couldn't
yep.
stop begging for it. He kept chasing, and he got his ass beat. You know what I mean? Now Bud never spoke on the Canelo ever, never talked about fighting Canelo. I felt like he got a little pressure into it, and then like, fuck it, the money is there. Let me go ahead and try it and see if I can, do some special on my way out the door and just get another big ass bag on the way out. You know what I mean? But he gonna pay for this bag, so we ain't worrying about his Uncle Turkey in this corner, right? Like Canelo
Yep.
said, we know you Turkey guy, right? But it ain't gonna be enough because when Canelo put this whooping on his ass, you ain't gonna be able to cheat him. You feel me? You
Damn.
can't cheat.
Hold on. I
hope so,
gotta go
money.
to
I hope
Mills.
so, money.
Hold on. I gotta go to Mills real quick, because Mills, I just want to go over a few points. Now, obviously, the question of the day was, is Terrence Crawford best chance Turkey Alashik to get him the victory? That's the obvious question. But my brother Money Brown, and everybody subscribe to Money Brown. If you ain't subscribed, my brother just broke this shit down. He say, Bud Crawford, people be comparing, he ain't gonna do what Charlo did with us. Let's not act like Charlo and Bud are worlds apart, because we don't know. We ain't never seen them fight. What's your thoughts on that as well, Mill? Are they in the same league or what?
Charlo and Bud.
Yeah.
It depends on how you break that down, man. Bud is more accomplished, yeah, but in the same league, like if they fought at 154 pounds, I've always been of the mindset that was like a 50-50 fight. I ain't gonna cap, man. Like I've always thought that would be a competitive bout. So I think they in the same league. I think that
Jermell, let me tell you this, Mill. Jermell Charlo before the Canelo fight at 154
I don't
would
know.
school Bud. Would
I wouldn't say
Massimo
that.
school? Come
I
on, I
want to
would.
say
I wouldn't
I
that
say
would
it'll
that.
say
be a
I
that.
great
wouldn't say
fight.
school them.
Can I
Nah,
have
it
the
would be
floor
a
It
for
would have
one
been a
second,
good fight to
please?
see.
It'll be a great fight to see.
It would have been a
it,
great fight.
I've been
We
my,
would have
it'd have been
found
a,
I've
out
been my
something
tongue for
about
mad
both
long.
guys.
I gotta take the floor for 1 second, please. Here's the deal, y'all. One of the things that tickles me is I give all the credit in the world while discrediting him at the same token. Every time it never fails. But when it comes to Charlo, here's the thing that y'all fail to realize. If you go look at the fact that he had 2 rematches, if you go look at the first fight and then you go look at the second fight, you'll notice he make adjustments from fight to fight. He does not make in-fight adjustments very well. He does good job of adjusting from fight to fight, but in the fight itself, he doesn't really make any great adjustments. And the fact that y'all think that he's on the same wavelength as Crawford, I just don't see it. I think he's a solid fighter, a really good fighter, but there's limitations that's going to cause him to get his ass whooped. And the thing is, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
I
I
get,
saw.
I get
I
what you
don't,
say.
I
And
don't
any,
think
Hold on
and,
one
Floyd
second,
would
Carlos.
struggle with a
In the
Madrimov.
fight.
Mel would never
Hold on, Bram.
struggle with
Hold
a
on, Bram. I
Madrimov.
just want to
Hold on, hold on. Y'all
hold
talk about this match. Madrimov fought like herky jerky. This man was doing this the whole fight. Herky jerky. He wouldn't hold this the whole fight because he didn't want to get hit. If he had to fight like he
I was
normally
struggling, bro. I
fought,
was
he would have
messing
got
with
cracked
you.
in his shit because he didn't want to get hit by a counter puncher. Y'all keep on forgetting all that herky jerky shit was doing, and it caused him to fight Virgil Ortiz and get caught up in between styles and get his ass whooped. Come on, y'all gotta keep it a beat out here, y'all. Come
let me
on.
say something
I
real
thought, I
quick.
thought that was a condition he had.
The
get,
thing,
get,
the thing
on, let
about
me tell, hold on,
go
everybody.
ahead.
Hold on. Let me go back to Mills because he was breaking it down. He said he seen the Bud Charlo fight almost as 50-50, could go either way. And then he was breaking down the fight a little more. Go ahead, Mills. Go ahead.
yeah, I don't disagree with what Bias Brim said, man. But the only thing is, that's we've only had one. We've only had one look at Bud at 154 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Charlo was dominant in that division. So while I do think Bud is a far superior boxer to Charlo, weight does matter. Shut up. Weight does play a significant factor in how a fight goes, man. So yeah, Bud is leagues above Charlo from from a build a boxing standpoint. Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that, man. But when you start moving up in weight, and it's not a coincidence that we did see Bud look. He did look a little human up there at 154 pounds, man. With a dude who is in the season of someone like Charlo, man. Yeah,
Yep.
Charlo makes those.
Yep.
He does make those adjustments. You dig, but on a fight by fight basis, yeah, he definitely does that, man. But that was just with 2 fights. Let's not act like he didn't need to make those adjustments with all the fighters that he's fought with. You did. So I'm not in disagreement with what you're saying. I'm not, but I do think at 154 pounds, it's a competitive fight. I do, and
It is a competitive.
I've always wanted that fight.
And do you
And
think Turkey Alashik would ever pull some strings to see if he see Bud in trouble? It's a tight fight. You think Bud could get a decision that maybe he don't deserve up there? You think that's possible? I'm not saying it'll happen, but do you think it's a possibility that it could happen? Or
I
you
don't
think
think
like Money said that shit ain't gonna go to the cards? I don't know. What do you think?
Bud ain't gonna allow Turkey to do no sucker shit like that because that would sully his reputation, man. I'm sure with all because it's a lot of just it's a lot of that narrative going around. So I think Bud he's privy to that and he's gonna really let that shit be known. I don't need judges being paid off. If I lose, it is what it is. But I don't, if I win, I want to win because I won the fight. That's a stain on his rep if he goes out on some sucker shit like that, man. So nah, I don't think that's going to be a factor how the judge played. Like, I don't think Turkey got judges in his back pocket on behalf of Bud. I think if he wins that fight, it's going to be because he deserved it. And he is going to make sure and enforcing that that shit is not going to be a reality. That's just the character of the champ.
Before we go to the next person, I got when I get Mills on the line, man, I just be having all these questions. 2 more questions, man. I promise I'm gonna go to the next person. Brian Norman, Devin Haney, who you got winning? And
ooh,
secondly, if Israel Madrimov, Jermell Charlo, who do you think would win that matchup? Because I think that matchup would kind of have people eyes looking like, huh?
I think I don't know, man. I think it'll behoove Devin Haney to fight the way that he fought again on Cinco de Mayo. So he's eventually gonna have to stand and plant his feet and not necessarily trade with Brian Norman, but he's gonna have to engage him. And that small bit of engagement is gonna be enough for Brian Norman to land some significant counter punches because the dude is a really incredible count. I won't say incredible, but he's a damn good counter puncher. You dig? And I'm also of the mindset that Ryan Garcia touched you with the left hook. Like we're not gonna act like that shit didn't happen. And Ryan Garcia is not the fighter that Brian Norman Jr. is. He touched you significantly with that left hook a multitude of times. Brian Norman is gonna put that left hook on that dude's chin strap, man. Do I want to say he's gonna knock him out? I'm not so sure. I don't know, but I do see as of now. You was apprehensive in front of Jose Ramirez. Brian Norman is gonna put some shit on you and down you a few times and possibly get a decision. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. Hold on, Carlos, are you next?
oh, let me say this real quick. The thing about Charlo, I wanted to see that fight with Crawford. When Crawford whooped on Errol Spence and you seen Charlo, he was getting salty that his boy got dogged. And he was in the audience. Like, I'm disputed. I want to see that fight. Because that fight would have gave Crawford his best name on his resume. But sadly, we're never going to see that fight. And the thing about Brian Norman and Haney, man, I've been scratching my head about that fight is because I want to say Brian Norman should beat Haney, but what is Haney accepted that fight, and it's like, does Haney have something that we are not seeing that can beat a Brian Norman? For him, for him to set that fight though,
You can try.
his confidence. But think about it, his confidence. He has to have a game plan that favors him to beat Brian Norman, and that's where I'm scratching my head because Bill Haney be talking crazy, and
He got the feet. He definitely has the feet, but
you know what I mean. Still Mills, like when
I
you
feel-
sign that dotted line, you gotta be confident that you can beat a dude with power like Brian Norman that just knocked out Jin Sasaki and his memory's lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he has the. Well, we can't act like Brian Norman didn't struggle significantly with dudes who are mobile, man. When he fought Quentin Quicks, that was a muddy fight. It was a bad fight. It was a horrible performance, and because of that shit, like I personally would have liked him to see him fight Rashidi Ellis because he didn't look good in front of dudes with what I'm saying, with range, and they used that range to their advantage. He didn't look good, so I think in that he'll find faith and he'll go in there and try to implement that same game plan.
And with that being said, I'm about to head out. I'm about to head to the gym.
Say what?
Shout out to y'all. I listen to y'all in the back.
Did you say being over there is good against Quinn
Let me go to Preem and then Ashy Knuckles real quick. And then Edgar Preem.
I'm gonna come back to you, Brim. My fault. I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay, he's gonna come right back to you, Brim. Preem, what do you think about all this, man? Do you think Terrence Crawford could get a robbery victory because of Turkey, or you think it's gonna be on a straight up? And who you got, Norman or Haney?
Tough questions here. Here we go. I'm gonna break it down like this. Canelo know if it goes to the scorecard, it might be a little shaky. So I know he's gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? Like real smart, power. You know what I'm saying? It's IQ. He gonna bring the fight to Crawford. He definitely gonna bring the fight to him. So and as far as Brian and Devin, hey, I don't know, man. That's gonna be a good fight, but I'm gonna go with Norman. I think Norman will knock his ass out.
Okay. I'm not mad at you because I'm gonna be honest with you. Norman's a hype job, really. If we're being, I'm just fucking with you, Brim. I'm just trying to get Brim to go crazy real quick.
if he touch Devin and put him, like I said, no more Tom and Jerry. Or there's gonna be Ben and Jerry in the ring. We're gonna need to know who's gonna bring what. You heard? So you hear my man Bill Haney talking about, I agree with it, Alashik, if there's no running, hey, I'm all for it, we're for it. The Haney camp is not gonna run. So that means he's gonna stay there, use his infamous jab, and try to tame Norman. I don't think that's gonna be enough, bro. You gotta bring something else to the table, bro.
I'm sorry, Preem. Haney's gonna move and run. And Terrence Crawford's gonna move and run, and to proven otherwise. I don't believe any one of them guys got them nuts to stand in that heat in that kitchen. Dudes talk. Look, I get it. He stood in the heat with Errol. This ain't Errol Spence. He stood in there with Kell Brook. This ain't Kell Brook. Until you put your pit bull out there with a lion, you're gonna see a different reaction.
Exactly.
This ain't a Chihuahua. We in a different fight here, Brim. That's all I'm saying. Edgar Moreno.
My man. Tevin, he's no longer Tevin. I'm calling him the farmer. He was on.
Tevin got cooked. Hold on, let me go to Ashy Knuckles. Ashy Knuckles, you said that I was making excuses. Are we making excuses, or are we worried that Terrence Crawford's going to beat Canelo? Is all of this just excuses, Ashy Knuckles? That I'm saying that Uncle Turkey might help Bud out a little bit. Is all this shit just excuses, Ashy?
Exactly, because Canelo knew that Bud was Turkey man before he even signed the contract. So why is he surprised now?
Okay. Canelo never made no excuse that Turkey was going. He just said,
the point is Canelo knew that Turkey and Bud was Bud buddies. So he knew that before he signed the contract. So if you're going to sign the contract, you got to take everything that come with it. So don't cry now. You shouldn't have never signed the contract.
But Canelo,
nothing has happened. Nothing has happened yet. We're just alluding to the possibility.
They're fighting in September. There's no way around it. That fight is coming down. So
but we're just saying the possibility of shit getting muddied. That's all we're saying. Like Money Brown said, hopefully Canelo puts an ass whooping on him and puts him to sleep, and then this conversation is null and void. We're just saying that because of what you just said, that they're buddies, shit may get dirty.
First of all, It shouldn't go 12 rounds. Because in the
Agreed.
beginning,
I hope not. I hope not.
because in the beginning it was Canelo is too big, he's too powerful. So Bud shouldn't even go 12 rounds with him. This shit should be over within 6 to 7
Listen. I'm gonna
rounds.
simplify it for you. Ashy. The Canelo fans and the fans of boxing know what's coming from the Canelo camp. They're coming to fucking fight and put someone to fucking sleep. We do not know what the fuck is coming from the Crawford fan, from the camp, because we do not know what's coming from that camp. You guys are saying, just like Nuke just said, oh, I got a pit bull, but if you put him in a fucking lion's den, all of a sudden that pit bull doesn't seem so fucking bad. So we do not know the shit that's up in question is what's gonna come from that camp. They claim, oh, he's knocking out heavyweights. Oh, he's in his natural weight class. He's gonna fuck him up. He's gonna stand toe to toe. We don't know that yet. And until that fucking bell rings, when he starts to fucking feel the power, and then he gets on his bike and he puts on his track shoes, and then all of a sudden the possibility of Turkey, his daddy, fucking, swaying the judges to make it a close fight or muddy the waters, that's what we're alluding to.
Listen, let me give you a rebuttal to that.
Get this real quick.
Let me give you a rebuttal to that. And you're right. And really, that's what Canelo game plan is, because Crawford is not known for running. He's known for, if you give him something, he's going to try to give you 3 back.
I hope that it's an engaging fight.
He should be looking to engage just to catch Bud. The point I'm trying to make is, right now, if Canelo loses this fight, it's not going to really look good. Can't nobody say he's the older fighter. They can say he got more mileage on him, but you're not going to be able to use that because you knew that before you even tried to fight him.
Yeah, that makes
this is the first fight. This is the first fight in years that people could say this is a 50-50 fight. Can't nobody
really
say
it's not a 50-50 fight.
If not,
It's not a 50-50 fight. It's a 60-40 fight. It's 60-40 Canelo.
If not 50-50, I can't say nothing lower than 70-30.
Hey, you know what the irony about this is? Y'all talking about
what's that?
I'm not saying going Crawford way, 70-30. Canelo way.
This is so y'all talking about Turkey cheating for Bud, right? When Canelo was the king of advantageous scorecards. Like, we gonna keep it a bean here. Bivol 7-5, like, yo, he's the king of advantageous scorecards, because he is the ultimate A-side guy. And we're talking about Crawford getting favoritism cards.
Well, you're right.
Hold on, actually. I just want to respond to that. He said Bivol 7-5. Bivol said Canelo won 4 rounds in that fight. So if you're arguing, hold on, Brim. Bivol said Canelo won 4 rounds. So if it's 1 round off, I'm sorry. I hate to do it because Brim is my guy, but I'm gonna drop that body bag out there real quick. So
that's not a body bag. If you call that a body bag, that's the softest body bag ever.
Hold on, Brim. I'm just saying what Bivol said. Hold on, Brim. I'm just saying what Bivol said. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying what Bivol said.
And advantageous scorecard.
Hold on. One more thing. And a lot of people felt like those Mandromov Crawford scorecards were fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So people like, well, with this and this, well, we just seen something funny, shaky on there. That didn't look right. And then Shiraz is Turkey's guy as well, and he should have lost. So you got to keep 2 things in line.
And advantageous scorecards usually get you the win. Canelo did not get the win.
Yeah, but that still was a blowout.
The scorecards tend to be advantageous towards Canelo, and it's just historically, like, are we gonna be like, Mayweather a draw? Like, are we being real here?
No, I agree with you. No, that's taking nothing away from that. But Bud just got his.
And I wanted to ask one question though to everybody, because this is the thing. I think people, us being more hardcore in a sense, are forgetting historical value of this fight. Does anybody disagree with this? The winner of Canelo Bud will be the fighter of the generation after Floyd Mayweather.
You guys agree with that?
I think if Bud wins, he will. I think if Bud wins, he will.
If Bud wins on his end, I don't think not on Canelo end.
Yeah, not on Canelo
wins. It's for certain that Canelo is the fighter of the generation.
We just had a guy on this panel. Hold on. We just had a guy on this panel. Hold on, 1 second. We just had a guy on this panel, Mills, not 5 minutes ago, say that Bud Canelo's a 50-50 fight. So if Canelo wins, he got to be up there with the top guys.
Nah,
Yo,
you
if
know why?
anybody say if
I'ma tell
Canelo
you
don't,
why.
if Canelo wins, you
I'ma
say he's
listen.
not the fighter of the generation. It's
Hold up.
crazy.
I'ma
He
tell
got to
you
be up
why.
there. They saying Bud
I'ma
gonna
tell you
school
why.
him.
I'ma
The
tell you
winner of this
why.
fight, right, to be a 3-time undisputed champion,
No,
right?
I'm gonna
Bud,
tell you
2-time
why. I'm gonna tell you
undisputed.
why it don't fall.
Canelo already 2-time undisputed, right? So when
I'm
we look at the situation, Canelo already is in the league of his own. Let's be realistic right now,
And
right?
Bud Crawford's
nope.
already said Canelo Alvarez is the greatest fighter of this era.
At this era,
Nope.
yeah.
What
So
y'all listen, man? What y'all all forgetting is, and I'm gonna tell you, y'all not gonna agree with me, but I'm gonna tell you.
You go, Ashley.
Listen, y'all not
Ash,
gonna
go
agree
ahead,
with me.
Ash.
Right now, the focus of the fight is about running. Am I right or am I wrong?
No.
No.
No, I'm talking about them shrinking rings, and they talking about
Yeah, they
people
want the
running.
fight to be entertaining.
Exactly,
That's
entertaining,
turkey,
right?
bro. That's turkey.
That which means, so the point I'm trying to make is, we all know one fighter who they didn't have to worry about nobody having to chase, that was going to be right in front of him.
This dude's
That
gonna
could have
bring
been the fight.
David Benavidez into
David
this conversation.
Benavidez.
Yes,
What
of
Oh
the
my
course.
fuck?
God.
Of
God
course,
damn
you
it,
know that's what
Ashy.
I do. I'm just saying, we all know that.
This dude,
Fuck it.
bro.
Since
I
you
don't
Listen,
brought
want to
up
hear
we
about
David,
no David
since you
Benavidez.
brought up
we
David,
You
all
I
gonna
know
just
if
bring
I
that
up
gotta
fight,
ask this
we
question.
all know if that fight would have
Oh
been
my
made,
fucking
it
god.
wouldn't have been
you
no
gonna
talk
bring
about
this dude
somebody
up and
running in the ring got to be
Jesus
shrink.
fucking
It wouldn't have
Christ.
been no
Hold on,
Yo,
shrinking.
Ashy,
Monty
you
It
was
would have
Pound,
doing
been
I hope
good,
you
nothing.
pack your
bro.
bags, bro. This is the
no,
longest fucking
hold
plane
on. I
ride.
got a question for Ashley. Ashley, when you move
Mhm.
up in weight, do you no longer look like the same guy you were before? Does that take away from how great you are? Like, do you think David Benavidez looks like the same killer at 68 at 75?
No, he don't.
And do you think he'll be able to go up there against Sordo and look like that same guy?
Yeah, he can. You know why? And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell
What's
you
that?
why. For one, he's faster than them. It's not like he wasn't at their weight. That's his weight. He's up. He need to be fighting up there with them. He's a big guy. He just cut weight to get down to those smaller weights because he know
So,
he'll conquer those dudes.
so you
We
admitting
know. That's the
you're
point
admitting
I
he's
was
a
trying
weight
to make
bully.
to y'all.
You're
That's the
So
point
admitting
if
I
he
he's
was
a
need to
trying.
be
weight
fighting
bully.
those
Listen,
guys,
man.
why do you want him to fight Canelo who's 5'7"?
Listen.
Like that shit don't make
You're
sense.
Listen. You
admitting
know
he's a weight
why?
bully.
You know why? Because if he's fighting in the 170s, and if Canelo dared to be great to come up there, why you can't come up again? Or he said he'll cut weight to come down to 168 and fight him. So
Dude is fucking
if you
retarded.
daring to be great,
You trying to
you're
bring up
fighting Bud.
like this, Mills.
That should be one of the
Fuck
men
out
you
of here,
want to get
friend.
rid of. Am I right? Before he retired, man. Before
When
he
David gonna
retired,
announce a fight? That's what I want to know. Is he gonna sit on
he
the
should
shelf
be
for
the
the rest of
man.
the
Hold
year?
on, actually, when
He
is
should be the
David going to
man to
announce
fight.
his fight?
Oh my lord.
We waiting
Because
on David to get his fight, Ashley.
With my son.
if not, they're gonna say his legacy is tarnished if he don't fight
You
David
answer the
Benavidez. Y'all
question.
know that.
Hold on, Ashley, when is David going to announce his fight?
Whenever somebody stop being scared and be like they're gonna fight him, because it's up to
Oh,
So,
Callum
Ashley,
Smith.
hold
Listen,
on,
Callum.
Ashley.
Listen,
Hold on.
David
I just got to
Benavidez
get
gonna
this on
piss him
record.
off
I got to
forever.
get this on record. Is Dimitri Bivol scared of David Benavidez?
I mean, you tell me. He dropped his belt. I don't know.
He
You tell
didn't
me.
drop his
Okay.
belt.
oh
No, he
my
didn't
god.
drop
Yeah,
his.
no. Because only thing he had to do was fight David Benavidez. He said, "No, I'm going to
He was
honor."
contractually
He said,
obligated.
"Listen, but no, he ain't contractually
Yes,
obligated
he
because
is.
the
Yes, he
wasn't until
is.
fucking
Yes,
October.
he is
The
contractually
fight wasn't
obligated.
scheduled until October. They're not gonna fucking sign the contract way before October comes. Stop the
It
fucking
signed
cap.
before the first fight.
So when they signed it, right after the
Ah,
No,
Bivol,
it's
after Bivol
written in
won
the
the fight.
contract to the second fight.
Yes.
it's your
So
rematch
hold up.
clause,
So
Ashy.
tell me what you would do. Would you listen? Hold on. Answer this question. If you was Bivol, right?
What's gonna happen?
What did
Wait,
Turkey tell
wait.
him?
How the fuck are
What
we?
did
Turkey
How the
looked
Turkey
out
fuck
for
did
tell
we
him
him?
no
go off
like
a
a
tangent and
WBC.
talked about Benavidez?
Answer the question. I'm answering your question.
Why are we talking about
Turkey told
Benavidez?
him.
But
What
yeah,
did Turkey
For
tell him?
real.
for the place.
What did Turkey tell Benavidez before he gave up the belt?
But why
Can
did
y'all answer that
Oh
question? Anybody?
man,
This is for anybody. No,
Ashy.
don't say all, man. Answer the question. What did
Oh
Turkey tell?
man.
What did Turkey tell him?
Ashley, just get a tattoo or show us the tattoo
Yeah,
progressing
see,
your love,
and
progressing your love for Benavidez,
that's why
bro.
I tell you.
Just
That's
show,
why I kill y'all every time because I kill y'all with facts.
just
I
show a
kill y'all with
picture of
facts.
David
how you
Benavidez
gonna
on
kill
your
with
ass
facts?
cheek or something, bro.
Listen, man, I kill y'all
Asking
with
Knuckles,
facts. Y'all
WBCA
kill me
did
with jokes.
okay,
But
listen,
that's cool. Y'all
WBCA
can
did
beat me with
Bivol no
jokes.
type of
Listen,
favors,
I am not
bro.
a jokester, man.
WBCA did
I'm
nothing
not
but
a
screwed him
clown.
over.
You feel what I'm saying? I just tell the truth.
Hold
That's
on.
all I do.
We're going to circle back around to everybody. everybody. Let me just get this comment
Hold on.
out
Why
the
y'all
way.
can't answer that question, man? What did
I'm gonna
Turkey?
circle back to
What
you.
did
Ashley,
Turkey
one
ask?
second.
What did Turkey tell him? Can y'all answer that question, man? Please.
We don't need to talk about Benavidez anymore. He wasn't even part of this conversation
Yeah,
until you
I
brought him
knew it.
up.
What,
Yeah,
look. The
okay,
only thing I'll say
exactly.
about David. Hold on, Ashley. The only thing I say about David, I guess where you're missing missing the point about all this is
I'm missing the point.
David agreed to wait for Dimitri Bivol, then he changed his mind, which is a pump fake. He
Yeah,
said, I don't mind waiting for the trilogy to play out. Then he turned around and said, no, I don't want to wait because he wasn't going to fight because they already had something lined up, and then you got a free belt. That's really what this was about.
Hold up, Nuke. So you saying the hold up. So you saying that the WBC didn't do it because they had beef with Turkey? And
had nothing to do with
Benavidez,
no beef.
hold up.
David
I'm asking
pushed
you,
that
hold
mandatory.
up, man. Can you let me finish?
Yes.
So you saying the WBC didn't have no beef with Turkey, and David Benavidez is the one that pushed WBC to strip Bivol? That's what you're telling me?
Correct. David pushed it.
And where's the proof? Where's the proof of that?
David said it. He said he's going to force the mandatory. David could have waited. He could have waited. He had already agreed to wait.
Listen, and he still would have been waiting, right? And he still so you telling me that Bivol was guaranteed to fight him after the Better Be fight if he would have won? That's what you're telling me. So what if he would have lost?
If he would, it don't matter who would have won because it's a trilogy. Hold on. It's a trilogy. Turkey Alashik had already said, you got next. David said, okay, I'm cool with that. Now all of a sudden, David don't want next. He want to push it. That way, he can be a two-way champion.
So why didn't Turkey just leave? Listen, so why didn't Turkey just leave it as that and offer him to fight Callum Smith at Alcatraz? Why he just didn't say, you know what? Fall back, take you.
David Benavidez got to stay in Saudi Arabia long enough for him to be to do it.
Okay, he gotta go to Saudi Arabia, he gotta go to Alcatraz, he gotta go to all these foreign places that no other motherfucking fighters is going except for before Turkey came, it was all about pay-per-views. Am I right? Am I wrong?
No.
That's how Canelo became face of the boxing.
I'm gonna ask you. Hold on. I'm gonna ask you, Knuckles side. Ask you, Knuckles. Would you say that Canelo Alvarez is the biggest star in boxing right now?
As far as in his sales, his fans, yes, I would give him that. Yeah.
Okay. So if Canelo can fight in Saudi, why the fuck can't David?
So all right then. So if that's the case, why the fuck is fucking Canelo complaining about he might get cheated then? If he that fucking worried, that's what he said.
That.
He never said that, bro.
So all right. So what was y'all
saying? But he opened the door for all of y'all to run through that shit though.
Right then, so what are y'all saying then? He wasn't y'all just saying Bud was his buddy and he
hold on. These are
I didn't say that.
Not get judged right?
Hold on, Ashley. These are our opinions, but you're trying to change the subject. If Canelo can fight in Saudi, no, hold on. If Canelo can fight in Saudi, please explain to me why David can't.
Because David is not gonna fall for the dumb shit. He's not gonna just do it for the money and fuck around and get cheated. And now he got a fucking loss on his record just to give clowns like y'all a reason to talk shit. Well, I knew Benavidez was going to lose. He didn't get cheated. I guarantee you.
You're a different individual, my dude.
Wait a minute.
Y'all agree? Do y'all agree Shiraz beat Adamas?
He just said he don't want to fuck around and get a loss on his record, which means that he doesn't believe Benavidez beats any of those guys.
I'm asking you a question.
So he's saying you don't believe David can win on neutral ground in Saudi and beat any of those guys without a little help. That's why he needs to move it to America so he can get a little push.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this: Do you believe Adamas won that fight against Shiraz, or do you believe?
I believe Adamas won. Yes.
Adamas won that shit.
Or do you believe Shiraz had a little?
I believe Adamas won. I believe
everyone believes Adamas won.
Hold up, but why do you believe he won? Why?
Because he won the fight.
Do you believe he was cheated or was he outboxed? Was he cheated or was he outboxed? In your opinion?
He was cheated by the judges.
Okay, that's why y'all have the opinion of reason why y'all think that's like you said, like Nuke said, that's his opinion that Canelo might get cheated, right? Okay, so David Benavidez, he's not going to bow and kiss the ring like everybody else and go out there and do what the fuck.
Hey, Luke, why the fuck are we still talking about Benavidez? Can we go back to what we were talking about before?
Let me finish these comments and we'll go back to. Hold on, 1 second.
And is willing to go out there and get fucking cheated and look stupid. Because if he get cheated, he's going to look real dumb losing the cross.
Ashley, hold on 1 second. 1 second, Ashley. Remy says, why did Crawford not fight Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez at 140 pounds? I think Bud was already at 147 when those guys were there, if I'm not wrong.
He was.
Yes, I found a reason to try to hate.
I think it was a genuine question. I don't think he was trying to hate. I think it was a genuine question, but I
it
don't
might
think he
be a
maybe
genuine
realized
question
that Bud was already
coming
a
from
welterweight. I think it was a genuine question. And one baller says, can Bud Crawford fans explain why Bud and Turkey hold hands? It's
Hold
just
on,
a
man.
fun
Nah,
thing
man.
It's
Nah, we're
where
not
they
about
can
to do
explain
that. We're
Saudi
not about to.
Arabia has a custom, and if you have
Can
a problem with that
anybody
custom, so
tell
be it.
me?
I'm gonna tell
Every
you why.
every
For the same
different
reason.
nationalities and different people have
For the
different
same
heritage,
reason.
have different
For
backgrounds
Exactly.
and
he
customs.
grabbed his hand
Does
for the same.
anybody have? Do y'all have a Christian?
I got
Does
an
anybody?
answer
I'm
for
sure
him. I got an
everybody
answer
in
for
here
him.
got a Christian upbringing. I take it,
He
right?
grabbed another man's hand just the way you would grab a man's hand when you in church when y'all praying. That's why
Thank
he
you.
ain't. It wasn't
Thank
no
you.
Hold
motherfucking
on, wait a
homo
minute.
But they're
Say
shit.
that.
not.
Bud ain't no bust.
But
First of
Turkey's
all,
not
And can't
Catholic or
listen. And
Christian. He's
can't nobody
Muslim.
on this panel sit here and
But
say they
Turkey
never
is
grabbed
not Christian or
another
Catholic.
man's hand in church.
right.
Turkey
Wait,
is
wait,
not
hold on, hold
Christian
on,
or
hold on, hold on,
Catholic.
hold on, hold on, hold on. So, so, so let me just rewind this a little bit. Let me rewind this a little bit. Every culture has their own customs about how they do things. Absolutely. And I respect everybody's culture and the way they do things, no problem. But Bud Crawford is not of that culture. So it's odd to me that he would participate of something that he's not a part of.
So what
But
Bud?
he,
Hold on. So what's Bud supposed to do? Snatch his hand away from him and be like,
No,
"Nah,
you let him know. Like, no,
don't
I
grab
don't
my
get
hand."
that. To me, where I'm from, like this what I'm saying. Let's say there's
How
a
come? How
culture of
come he
playing.
hasn't held anyone else's
Hold
hand?
on, Edgar. Hold on, Edgar. I got to explain this to Ashley so he can understand.
You don't have to explain because
No,
Bud
I
is
want to
not gay.
explain it. Hold on,
He's
Ashley.
not worrying about
Hold
nothing
on,
like
Ashley.
that.
Some places, hold on. Some places in the world, it's customary to play grab ass. So if you're okay with playing grab ass with the man, that's your business. I'm not a part of that culture, so I'm going to let him know, hey,
No,
that's funny style to me. I
that's
don't get down like
disingenuous
that.
as
But
fuck, bro.
Ashley is
Come
open to
on.
other cultures and doing other things, so that's his business. To me, that's
Look, you
funny
playing
style.
dirty
You see
right
what I
now.
mean?
Hey,
Everybody
You
does their
playing
own
I
dirty
thing.
right
get you.
now, dude.
I mean,
hey,
I
let me
get
touch
where
on
you
this.
coming from.
You
But the
playing
bottom,
Hey
dirty.
Luke,
Talking
hey
but
about
the
Luke,
bottom
hey
line,
Luke.
grab
How come
ass.
the
there's?
bottom
How come
line
he
is
hasn't
this.
held anyone else's hand?
Exactly,
y'all is not
exactly.
about
He
to sit
has to
here
have
and bang
somebody
on my
else's hand.
You know
champion like
why?
that, man.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you
Hold on,
why he
Ashley.
don't
Hold
grab
on,
nobody
Ashley.
else in because he
Let me
didn't
go,
call
Ashley.
nobody else his favorite fighter Bud.
Let me
That's
go,
why.
Ashley. Let me go,
Maybe
Ashley.
he
So
don't like
hey,
you like
hey,
that.
hey,
So
hey,
no, it's
Ashley,
not.
hey,
Hold on,
So
Ashley.
so do
wait
you
a minute.
think Bud gay?
Hold on.
So
I
do
gotta
y'all
get
think
this
Bud
out.
gay?
So
Do
hold
y'all
on,
think
Ashley
Bud gay?
Knuckles. You said
That's
he
the
don't. Hold
question.
on, Ashley. You said he don't hold nobody else's hand but Bud because he called him his favorite. Then that's not a culture thing. That's a personal thing. It's cultural if you hold
Okay,
everybody's hand. That
so
shit
this
personal if I'm holding your hand
so
only.
do
Yo,
you think
Luke,
Bud
you know
gay?
that Bud ain't the only person's hand
Do
he held. You trying
anybody
to use
That's
that
what
do
Ashley
to play.
said. I can only go off what he said
listen,
Yeah,
for
but
real.
you know that's not
anybody on
true. So
here.
you using Ashley's statement that was untrue
Let me
against him,
touch on
and you
something.
know
Let me
it's
touch
not
on
even
something,
true.
Brim. Let me
But
touch on
Brim,
No, hold
something,
I
up, this
Brim.
the
gotta say
point.
what he
Let me touch
Hold
said.
on
up, this the
something.
point.
Hold
This
on,
the point.
Ashley.
Do
Hey,
anybody on
Brim,
here
Hold on,
think
Ashley.
Bud
but
gay?
Hold on,
That's
Ashley.
the
Brim,
point. Do y'all
Hold
like
think
on,
Bud
I
gay?
Ashley.
mean,
Let
like
me go.
I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure that Muslim
Do
religion
anybody
and
in here
Muslim
think Bud is gay?
communities do
Do
not like
anybody think
gays.
Bud is
They
gay?
do
Y'all just
not
answer
like
the question.
gays. So it's a
Now
little
let me
weird
say this.
that a Muslim man is holding another man's hand.
Okay, so why do
Now look.
Christians
Now,
hold hands in
let me
church?
touch
Can
on
you
this,
answer
Ashley.
that
Let me touch
question,
on
bro?
this, Ashley.
We're
Let
not
me
Why
touch
do
on
talking
this.
about
men?
Christians, you dumb
Hold on. We're
fuck.
not
Hold on,
gonna get.
Ashley.
I'm asking
Hold
your
on,
This is
fellas. We're
question.
not gonna get into
diabolical.
the religious aspect. The only
Right.
thing I
This
want to
is
say is,
diabolical.
hold on. The only thing I want to say is, I'm gonna keep reading these chats. But before I do, I just want to preface everything by saying this. I was concerned when I saw them holding hands, and then I was also concerned when I seen them all eating dinner, and I couldn't see Bud's feet. Now I was concerned.
Hold up.
I was
Well, you
concerned.
about to
I
see
didn't
I
know
was
Bud
where
in
your feet
dinner.
listen,
at.
man.
Real
I don't know
I
funny,
where
was
your
Mills.
feet at.
Real
concerned.
funny,
I
I
don't
Mills.
know
was
what's going
concerned.
on.
Real
I
funny,
was
Mills.
concerned when
I'm
listen,
going
man.
too far, Mills.
Real
Listen,
funny,
man.
Mills.
I was concerned
Real
when I
funny,
seen
Mills.
Whoa,
when
My bad,
I
my
was
You
bad. Hold on, let
concerned.
me
shameless.
get the next
You
comment.
shameless,
Hold on,
Mills.
Ashley. Let me get the next comment. So, hold on. So Passive says, IBFP, if Bud resume is so weak, why did you have him pound for pound #1 in 2018? It's on your Twitter. His resume was worse back in those days than it is now. Great question, So Passive. Thanks for the donation. And I actually have videos of it because I've always been a Bud Crawford supporter. And at the time, pound for pound is not just based on resume, it's also based on accomplishment and how you win as well. So Bud Crawford not only won in style, he was going undisputed. moment. He was doing everything he needed to do. So I'm going to put him where I believed he belonged at the time. If that doesn't do anything but prove that I'm not a Bud Crawford hater.
Facts.
Like, I'm literally giving the man his flowers. And then the guy's got a problem with it. I appreciate it, though, so passive. Do you guys agree that is it contradictory, Milk, for me to have him pound for pound number one if I say his resume is a little soft, or is that a fair criticism? Or
I think it's a fair criticism. I think it's a fair criticism.
I can't agree.
Let me touch on this, y'all. Let me touch
Well,
on this.
all
I'm
right.
not gonna say Bud is no. I'm not gonna say Bud is no homosexual shit like that. So I'm not gonna play with a man's sexuality. But it is a little weird when another man grab your fucking hand. Like, going to what y'all saying or whatever the situation is, bro. when another man grab your hand and just hold your hand like he taking you shopping or courting you or something.
Oh my God.
Now I want to touch on.
Yo.
Now I want to touch on the David Benavidez shit when they say he can't fight over in Saudi Arabia, right? Because we got to understand here who's the A side, right? And we got to understand that we keep saying that this man wants to fight so bad. And listen, I believe David Benavidez deserved to fight with Canelo at 168. I'm one of the cats that was out there that was saying, "No, what I want to see the fight, but give Canelo what he want." He told y'all, he said he will fight the man, but he told them what he want to fight the man. So a lot of people let that go over their head. Now, when we're looking at David Benavidez, if you get an opportunity to fight Canelo in Saudi Arabia, down the street, around the corner, in Nuke backyard, on Mars, on Venus, you want the fight so bad, you take the fight, because the notion is out there that everybody is saying that David Benavidez is the guy that's going to knock Canelo out. Canelo can't take the pressure of David Benavidez. David Benavidez is too big for Canelo. He's too strong. He's too fast. He's the guy to take over the next Mexican star that's going to take it from Canelo Alvarez. So if you get an opportunity, bro, you get an opportunity, regardless of what people are, they're going to try to cheat him. They're going, well, listen, we all have eyes, bro, just like with Canelo and Crawford. We all know who win the fight. We know if Crawford won that bitch and Crawford put on a hell of a performance against Canelo and he should be victorious and somehow Canelo Alvarez get the win, we know Crawford should have won the fight. Same with David Benavidez. If he go in there and he fight Canelo and somehow he should have been victorious, we all know he should have won. Fans are not stupid, bro, and it's not going to take away from David Benavidez. L don't mean shit. Like, people praise the O. L don't mean shit, especially if people thought you should have won the fight, if it come down to be a draw or however it turned out to be. But the fact of the matter is he don't call the shots, bro. Canelo is the A side. So like Nuke said, if Canelo is leaving home territory, he's not fighting in Vegas, right? Because if you fight in Saudi Arabia, bro, that's neutral ground, bro. That ain't no home territory for Canelo or David Benavidez, because how many Mexican motherfuckers flying over to Saudi Arabia to watch the fight? It ain't gonna be too many, bro. So if you're going to fight over Saudi Arabia, that actually should help David Benavidez, because guess what? Canelo don't have home field advantage over there. Regardless of what people want to say, oh, the referee this. No. You're on neutral ground, buddy. We're in Saudi Arabia, giving these motherfucking Saudi fans a big time fight to where you should have even more confidence. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get an opportunity to fight Canelo in Saudi Arabia, you supposed to jump for that opportunity no matter what, bro. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? So let's cut that bullshit out right there, bro.
I would like to
thank you, Money. Thank you, Money.
Thank you, Money.
You
Money Brown really
just
broke that
made
shit
it
down.
really logical and reasonable. But everything you just said went completely over Ashley's head.
Nah, ain't nothing going back, because I'm about to rebuttal to that. I respect everything. I respect everything, because I didn't even know this was Money Brown until I started listening to his voice, and I respect Money Brown.
It says it right there on the screen.
I'm a subscriber to his channel, but what I'm gonna say is this: that if I'm pretty sure if Canelo give Benavidez a chance, especially if he's undisputed, for him to fight him in Saudi Arabia, he'll take that. As far as in with the Bivol, him going over there in Saudi and fighting, he already said once fucking Turkey came at him. Like I keep telling everybody keep asking me why Benavidez don't do this. I keep telling everybody, why don't nobody go and watch the interview and listen to what the fuck the man said? The man said he went over there. The negotiations was supposed to be about him and Bivol. He was trying to set up some single shit with him and fucking Callum Smith and fucking Alcatraz. Then everybody, he might as well just fight him in Alcatraz.
Ashley, just wait. Wait, Ashley, we back to this again. What fight is David trying to set up right now?
He done sent it. Did he send the offer to Callum Smith or not?
No. Yes, he did. So he's trying to set up a Callum Smith fight now when it was already offered to him.
Can you hold up, bro? He sent the offer out. So who was it up to take the offer? Can you answer that question?
It was David's. It was up to David the first time.
I'm asking you right.
David rejected the first offer.
No, can you answer the question? This last offer that was sent, did David Benavidez' team send the offer? Yes or no? Because you made the video about it. Okay.
Yes.
So who places it for them to take the offer? Is it Callum Smith or is it David Benavidez?
This offer is Callum Smith needs to take the offer, but David rejected the first one.
Okay. So what do he gain more? Fighting Yard or fighting David Benavidez?
Well, he's in line for a title shot regardless if he fights David or not.
Answer the question. What do he gain more? Fighting
David
Anthony
is the bigger
Yard,
fight for him right now. David's the biggest fight for him right now. Belt-wise, everything, visibility.
So who position is? So who's waiting on who? Is David waiting on Callum or is Callum waiting on David?
This is revisionist history at its finest, man. Wow.
Can you answer the question?
David
Can
is
you
waiting
answer
on
the
Callum
question, man?
Smith's response.
Thank you. So what the fuck is we talking about?
But I don't
We
give a
talking
fuck.
about David Benavidez turning down the fight in the
Okay,
first
so
place,
no, the
dog.
point is he sent it out now. Fuck what he
Okay,
turned
hold
down.
on,
Well, hold
Ashley.
on. So
Hold on,
Fuck
Ashley.
what he turned down. He done sent it out now. Y'all talking about what he did. We talking about right now. The offer was sent right now. Hold up, Steel Mill. You talking about what he did before. We
Oh
talking
my god,
about right
because that
now.
shit matters,
Fuck
dog. You
no,
can't
this
simply
shit matter. Why? Why should it matter?
no
You know
because
why
Why
it
should it
matters,
matter?
was
Ashley Knuckles? You know why it
because
matters,
that
Ashley
man was
Knuckles?
already sent the offer.
This is,
Well,
you know why it
why
matters,
should it matter?
Ashley
Why
Why
Knuckles?
is
should
it?
it matter again?
Y'all
Callum
keep trying
Smith
to
could be in
y'all
a
keep
position right now where he might have to be entertaining two different offers, and he might be getting more money for a lesser opportunity, even though the
Hold up.
Benavidez is
So,
a bigger
okay.
opportunity.
And I knew you was going to say that. I'm glad you said that. So you're
I
telling
said
me,
it could be. I
hold
didn't
up,
say I know for
hold up.
certain. I
Like
ain't
I said,
behind the
okay, you
bull.
don't know for certain, but I'm glad you said that anyway. Let's just say he was, right? Let's just say he was going to get like 15 million, 10 million, 12 million in that range. Okay, so you're telling me, right? Being that Bivol got the other belts, you're telling me it don't benefit him more to fight David Benavidez and beat him and have the WBC belt that way? He'll have the hold
Not
up,
at
man.
40%
Let me
the
finish to
money,
you.
bro.
Let me finish,
This
bro.
is
Hold up,
prize
y'all
fighting,
start
bro. Not at
talking.
40%
Listen,
the
man,
money. This is
bro.
prize
Can
fight,
you
Nasty
listen, man?
Knuckles. If you
Bro,
was in this
you're
position, you
doing
would
too much
not be
talking, man.
taking 2
You're
million
doing too much
compared to
talking.
5 million. Let's keep it a bean, Ashley Knuckles.
You're doing
Please.
too much. You're doing too much talking. Just listen for a second. Then give me the rebuttal. That's all I'm saying. Give me a chance to speak. Then give me the rebuttal. So the
this
point I'm trying to
dude.
make is him having the WBC belt, right? That will put him in line to have the automatic fight with fucking Bivol, so that way he could unify if he beat Bivol. So he would gain more by being unified with having the WBC belt than having that bullshit 15 million. Because who he gonna fight after Yard? Then he gonna fight David Benavidez? Because if that's the case, he might as well fight him now. The
He's
fuck is he
already in
waiting for?
line for one of Bival's belts. That's
So
what
who
you
he gonna
missing,
fight?
dog.
What's dude that got the what's the white dude? I ain't trying to be racist or nothing. But what's the
Michael
white guy
Eifert.
that got the other belt? Yeah, Eifert. So who he gonna fight? Eifert. He gonna go get one of the bullshit ass belts, but he could come get the WB belt, the one that he gonna need
Listen,
to be
man, because
undisputed.
y'all got an
Answer the
incredible way of
question,
Hold
man.
on,
thinking.
let
I asked
Mills,
you a
No,
let
simple
Mills
question.
get
no,
You
this
because
don't
off.
want to
this,
Hold
no,
on,
answer
hold
because
it.
on,
this,
Ashley.
Mills.
Hold on. Mills got to get this off. Mills, please explain, break this down real quick, Mills.
why do we have to focus on David Benavidez sending out an offer to Callum Smith, but ignore David Benavidez getting the offer sent to him in the first place? Why is that? Like, I don't
Body
get how
bag.
I don't get how y'all keep doing that shit,
That's a
man. Like,
body.
it's David's fault for not taking the fight, but now it's Callum's fault because David didn't initially take the fight that he was offered in the first place, even though he's giving him an offer. This shit is goofy. Why
Okay.
are you don't put onus on Callum Smith for getting the offer from a David Benavidez that I'm almost positive was not as lucrative as the offer that Turkey Alashik sent him. Don't fault Callum Smith for that and then ignore the offer that Turkey Alashik sent David Benavidez that he ignored, dog. Where's that venom for David Benavidez? I want to answer for that, Ashley. I really do.
Ashley, where's the minimum for David Benavidez?
I'm gonna answer your question. The reason why, because like I said, he is the WBC champion, right? He got a
Oh my
choice. Listen,
gosh.
man, I'm trying to I'm trying to answer this question. Let him talk. Don't talk for him. Let Steel Mill talk with me. The point is this: Callum Smith got a choice to either fight David Benavidez or Anthony Yard, right? Because he can't fight Bivol because Bivol is fighting Better Beat. So if he
True.
get instead of him fighting Yard, if he fight David Benavidez and beat David Benavidez, he will have the WBC belt, which I'm pretty sure the matchmakers will put Callum Smith to fight Bivol before Eifert. So he would gain more by fighting for the WBC belt than fighting Anthony Yard.
Bro,
Do anybody disagree with that?
I disagree because he's already in line for one of Bival's belts, my
How is
dude.
he in line?
He's a
How is he in line?
mandatory.
So you telling me he was going to get the fight before
He
Benavidez?
had
That's what you
no.
telling me?
Listen to what I'm
When
saying. Listen to what I'm
Benavidez
saying.
was supposed to be next? That's what you
Listen to what
telling
I'm
me?
saying.
He was going to get
Listen,
the fight before Benavidez.
listen to what I'm saying.
What's
You
going to be
highlight
more money, Mill? Stop the bullshit, bro. What's going to be more
because
money?
the
Callum
more
Smith or
money was
David
David
Benavidez?
Benavidez taking the fight with Callum Smith in the first place. That's the more money if we being real. Benavidez is offered. You think PBC has a bigger war chest than a Turkey Alashik to give him more than what Turkey Alashik was offering them?
I'm gonna tell you again, bro. So I don't know why you ain't getting this shit through your fucking helmet, bro. And I'm
Getting
gonna
it through
say it
my
again.
fucking helmet.
Go
You
watch
not.
the
That's the
video.
thing.
Listen, man, go watch the video. David Benavidez said when
Oh
he
my
came, I'm
Shout out
explaining
to
to
the
you again.
exasperation on Mills'
Listen, man. No,
face.
listen, man. Maybe, like I said, maybe it might sink in after you hear it again. When he went over there to Saudi Arabia, he said the negotiations was supposed to be for him
Ashley,
to fight. Listen, let
Ashley,
me
Ashley,
finish, man. He said the negotiations was supposed to be about him fighting the winner of Bivol and Better Be. He said that Turkey switched the shit up and wanted to make a single card, right, with him and Callum Smith headlining, fighting in fucking the prison I was telling y'all about. I can't remember the name. I'm off right now. Alcatraz, exactly. So he said once he heard that, he knew Turkey was on some bullshit. So he said he got the fuck on through. That's why I keep telling y'all, go watch the interview.
Okay. I just want to say something to Edgar before I get back to these questions. Edgar, are you there? Edgar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, what you just heard was probably about 10 minutes of a guy meat riding David Benavidez, because this don't make no damn sense for somebody to sit up there and ignore all of the pertinent facts just to circle back around. Oh, you mad at Turkey for trying to make a bigger, more historic event in America, just like this man asked for, and you rejected and then praise him for making a smaller event. Like, I don't even understand this. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I've seen can't nobody ever call nobody a fanboy who thinks like this. Nobody.
Listen, I came on your show last time.
Knuckles to turn down $5 million to take $2 million. That's what he said. That's how best he loved Knuckles.
Clearly. So basically, what y'all telling me is that
hold on, Ashley, you're a little long-winded today. Hold on, we're gonna come back to you. Matt says, if you erase Errol Spence from Bud Crawford's resume, what do you think of his career? You can erase about 20 fights from King Nelo's and still be a Hall of Famer.
Nah, I can't do that. You know why? Because I had to do the math. I had to really go back and look. Because if you want to think about it, his best win, if you want to say, who can y'all say? Would y'all agree Triple G, right?
Triple G was one of his best wins. It was a good win.
One of his best recent ones, right? Okay, so now so y'all ride with me. Everybody talk about Spence, right? Yeah, Spence was shot. He was this, he was that. But Spence beat more prior and at the time champions than fucking Triple G did, because Triple G only beat.
I get what you're saying. Hold on,
Triple G only beat Lemieux. Triple G only beat Lemieux, and I can't remember the other guy name with the funny name.
You gotta listen. That was not the question. The question is, if you erase Errol from Bud's resume, what do you think of his career?
Listen. I couldn't say. You know why? Because the only reason why I can't compare him and Canelo is because Canelo got to pick who he wanted to fight. Bud didn't have that motherfucking luxury to pick who he wanted to fight, to be able to pick the great fights that he wanted to get. Only Canelo was able to do that. So Bud was able to fight who he could fight. Canelo was able to fight who he wanted to fight. That was the difference. That's why
I will say one thing. A little bit to a degree, that's kind of true. Think about it like this. Hit Kid can't pick who he want to fuck. He got to fuck whoever comes to him.
But
that's the way the game goes. So that's the way the game. That's the way the game goes. So when you put yourself in a position to be successful, that's what Bud has done. He put himself in a position to be successful. He worked hard. He beat Errol Spence. He got a big win, and now he opened up the floodgates to get almost any fight he wants. So,
no, but that wasn't going to propel him above Canelo.
One second, Ashley. It doesn't matter where it's resume without that is. The point is, the fact that Bud Crawford beat Errol Spence, the fact that he fought Errol Spence and beat Errol Spence, that gave him the opportunities he have today. Without Errol Spence, Bud Crawford would not be fighting Canelo. He would not. He would have had a very hard time trying to get a very good fight, because he would have been, high risk, low reward for anybody.
Okay, so hold up. I don't agree with that. Hold up. So you telling me
that's cap?
So you telling me that? Hold up. So you telling me?
Okay.
So you telling me?
So without Errol Spence, what would Bud be right now?
Hold up, Luke. You said
that's not why Canelo's fighting him.
No, I didn't say that was why. Canelo's fighting him because
you said that led to him deciding to fight him.
Canelo's fighting him because there's a lot of money on the line. That's why Canelo's doing it. The reason why Turkey's doing it is because he beat Errol Spence. If there was no Errol Spence, hold on. If there was no Errol Spence, Bud's name does not blow up all over social media. That was a historic ass whooping. You would not have seen Bud everywhere beating the hell out of this man. It's on all these posts.
That's not true. Bud make a difference on Bud's resume. Like his visibility.
Before everybody Crawford was a great
Without,
fighter. That's not true.
like Luke just said,
It's
without
not
Errol
taken away
Spence,
from his fighting set.
Bud don't be in this position. Right.
Listen, man,
Well,
they was
Thank you,
body
Money.
bagging
Hold
that
on,
good
let
This
Money
stuff.
fight,
say
this
that
fight's
again.
only happening because Canelo agreed to
Hold
it.
on, Matthew. One second. I want Money to say that again. Money, go ahead.
That's a fact, bro. Without the Errol Spence win, Charles Crawford is not in this position. Let's be realistic about it, bro. Let's
We
just say,
being real,
No,
all right, hold on.
if Canelo would have said no, he's not in this position.
No. He's in a position to even fight Canelo is because he beat Earl Spence.
Canelo agreed to it.
Wait a minute. So he beat Earl Spence, bro. That put him all the way on the map. You gotta understand, before the Earl Spence fight, Bud he still had his name, but he went out there like that. You still had other names out there that was still.
Nah, it was nobody else out there. It was nobody else out there but Benavidez.
Bud's name was getting
Nobody
hated
else
on
was
by
out there
Monty
for
Brown and
Canelo
plenty
to
other
fight.
people. They were hating on Bud at that time. It's okay.
Listen, man, I'm mad. I'm mad that they gave. I'm mad that they.
Fact that Bud still, like, the resume wasn't really popping to people like that, fam. But when he beat Earl Spence, who was a more notable name, right? He was more out there for us, being a superstar, because Bud wasn't a superstar.
So let me get this straight. He beat Spence 2 years ago. That slowly planted the seeds for Canelo wanting to fight him.
Listen, bro, he beat Spence, which led him to move up to 54, right? So he go to 54. He become two-time undisputed, beat Earl Spence. That's the biggest name on his resume. Everybody will agree. Earl Spence is the biggest name on his resume.
Correct.
Earl Spence got him his biggest payday. Earl Spence got it where the whole world was watching to see what Earl Spence and Turnbull Crawford is going to do. The Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hitman Hearns. It put his name out there bigger to what it is, which allowed him to move to 154, right? Which allowed him to be talked about with the name of a Canelo Alvarez, bro.
No, he said Bill. No, Crawford said.
Canelo wasn't even thinking about fighting him until he got convinced.
Hold on, fellas. Mills, would you agree that Errol Spence fight put Terrence Crawford on the map, or do you feel like the Errol Spence fight didn't make a difference and Bud would still be in his position regardless?
Bud was on the map, but when he was still at 140, man. Or no, when what was I think the biggest fight that was aired when he fought not Amir Khan, but Jose Benavidez. That was the most viewed fight of the year on that fight, the night that they fought. Bud was on the. You take Earl Spence's name off of Bud's resume, it's still a good resume. It's not as good as it is with Earl Spence, but it's still a good resume. You can't ignore Madrigal.
Do we still get this Canelo? Hold on 1 second, fellas. 1 second. Do we still get this Canelo fight without the Errol Spence fight? Like, if Bud didn't fight Spence and Spence moved up and Bud fought somebody else, would we still be getting the Canelo Bud now? Do you think?
I don't think so.
Hold on, who
I
he
don't
was
think
going
so.
to fight?
Because the momentum that fight had basically pushed Terrence Crawford in this direction. I would
Canelo wasn't even going to fight him until he was convinced last minute.
He had a confidence to fight Canelo. He said at 147, he's not Superman. I mean, I'm not going up to 60 to fight Canelo Alvarez because I'm not Superman. Those are his
Thank you, Money. Thank you, Money Brown. And Nuke, just real quick, like, just to what you're talking, like, Money just said it out exactly. Money Brown made all the correct points. If you take Spence off of his resume, he does not get this fight because because that fight was, was like he said, it was fucking Hearns versus Leonard. It was this generation's Hearns versus Leonard, not as good because one dude literally beat the shit out of the other guy. So because Crawford beat the shit out of Spence, it catapulted him as, oh shit, he's undisputably pound for pound number one. And now that's why he's in this position. But if he doesn't fight that guy, if he doesn't fight Spence, he does not get this fight.
It catapulted him. You know why it catapulted him all the way to the top like that?
Actually, I'm not even listening to everything you say anymore, bro. You're just fucking blaming the target.
Listen, you don't have to listen, but I'm gonna tell you the truth anyway. The only reason why it catapulted him
like that. I don't hear nothing but blah, blah, blah,
I don't give a
blah,
fuck.
blah.
Listen, man, you don't have to listen. I'm still gonna speak my opinion. The bottom line is this: the reason why it catapulted him is because didn't nobody expect for him to do the Spence what the fuck he did. Everybody was saying Spence was washed.
What the fuck I just said?
Everybody was saying Spence was washed, but wasn't nobody say that when he beat Garcia and when he broke fucking Ugar's fucking eye bone? Was
nobody said that after the first round, Ashy Knuckles?
Yeah, no. Niggas was saying fucking everybody was saying
nobody said Spence was washed.
He's right. He's actually right.
Hold on, Ashley, 1 second. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is this. I think everybody on this panel give Terrence Crawford 100% credit for beating Errol Spence. You can't take it from him.
No, the fuck they don't.
They showed
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because like I said, man, y'all comparing oh, his resume compared to Canelo's is this. But like I said before, Canelo got to pick and fight who the fuck he wanted, whether they was greats or not. Bud didn't have a choice to do that. He wasn't the face of boxing to be able
So
to
Canelo
have
pick
the
champions.
WBC
So
or
Canelo pick champions.
anybody
Hold
in
on,
Canelo pick
boxing
champions.
Ashley, hold on,
behind him
Did
to
you
do
listen
that.
to Edgar? He said, but Canelo picked champions, right?
Yeah, but like I said, Bud didn't
So,
get a chance to
so
do that.
those are the
Bud
best
had to fight.
ones.
Bud had to fight
So
who was
Canelo picked to
champion.
fight the best fighters available, and you're complaining?
I'm not complaining. What I'm trying to say is you shouldn't even try to compare his resume to Canelo.
Okay. So the
That's what
original
I'm saying.
question was, if you erase Errol Spence from Bud's resume, does Bud get the Canelo fight still?
Me personally, I'm gonna tell you my opinion. I'm mad that they gave him this fight because me personally, how I felt that there was nobody else out there to fight for Canelo, but I'm talking about as far as in for big money fight, but Benavidez. That's what I felt.
Okay.
That was my opinion. I didn't even want to see the Crawford fight.
Okay.
Because I
Let me
felt
get to
that
the
gave
next
him a
question.
way out of not fighting him.
Hold on, let me get to the next question. JMA says Canelo 140 to 147, North American Championship. 147 to 154, champion. 154 to 160, champion. 160 to 168, champion. 168 to 175, champion. Canelo Alvarez is decorated. He's undersized for the divisions he's fighting in. Canelo Alvarez is the definition of greatness, folks. Andy says,
Who are these imaginary people
Ashley,
doubting his
goddamn,
greatness?
Ashley, hold on. You're worse than my bitch. Always interrupting me. Hold on 1 second, Ashley. 1 second. Andy says, Nuke, which judges do you consider good or decent? I think most judges have some weird shit on their I guess their history, their past. I mean, you could say Adelaide Bird had a couple good fights where she scored well, but then she has some huge blemishes. You could say the same for Jerry Ross, Dave Moretti. So you can go down the line on all the judges where they have fuck ups. So it's really hard to tell to put the right crew together. I would just like a variety of judges from all around the world. So if you have Canelo Crawford, I would prefer no American judges and no Mexican judges, and we just do other judges from other places and just do that. I think that'll be fair. That way Crawford don't feel slighted, Canelo don't feel slighted. No Americans, no Mexicans. Or you can do one American, one Mexican, and you can do somebody from somewhere else.
That sounds fair to me.
I feel like that's fair.
That sounds fair to me.
That sounds fair to me. And look,
I gotta put it on record. I gotta put this on record, man. I've been doing it.
Let Money break this down real quick, Ashley. Money gotta break this down.
Because Kess always like to say, well, Canelo picked this, and there's no disrespect to you, Ashley, but Canelo fought the best at every weight class that he went to. When you look at 147, right? Who was the best person at 147 that he fought? No. Floyd Mayweather, right?
Yep.
Floyd was the best. When you look at 154, at the time when Canelo was there, everybody keep talking about the Charlos. Landy Laura was the Charlo's big brother. You understand what I'm saying? They was all in camp together working with Ronnie Shield. They came up under Landy Laura. He should have proved it. He should have proved it. Wait a minute.
Hold on, let him finish. He cooking it.
He went and whooped the big brother. So when you whoop the big brother, Ash, you know the little brothers don't stand a chance. Then you go from 154 to 160. Who was the boogeyman? They say he was running from. He was scared to fight him. He beat the man twice, in my opinion.
Hold up, it was controversy. Oh, that's not no.
I
You just can't throw that in there, Money Brown.
Let him finish.
Hold on. I said, in my opinion, he beat the man twice. He beat him the first time. Then they got to screaming about what the whatever the fuck they try to say. They couldn't do the raw. He came back the second fight and beat him better than the first fight. Then, right, he went with 168. He beat 3 champions in a row. Beat all the champions up there, right? People will say, well, David Benavidez is the number 1 guy. Well, David Benavidez lost his title. That's not Canelo's fault. Then he go to 75, right? He beat Kovalev for a world title. But then not only that, he doubled back to fight the best at the division right now. In Dimitri Bivol, he took an edge, but he still fought the best in the division. So Canelo fought the best of the best in every division that he went to.
Okay,
when do you get credit for losing?
Money Brown, let me ask you.
Hold on. Fuck that. I'm going to go to Mills and Brim real quick. Now, my brother Solid has said you don't get credit for losing. I thought you get credit for taking the best fights. Like Errol Spence lost.
Nah, because
hold on. Let me finish.
Hold up. I'm gonna go right after you.
Let me finish.
Yeah,
Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford. Hold on. Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford. But if that fight would have never happened, we would have never got the best at 147. you look at Dimitri Bivol and Archie Beterbiev. Oh, one guy was trash, one guy's this, one guy's that. We would have never got who the best was if those two guys didn't scrap. We got to give somebody. And then when you look at Canelo going up to fight, Bill, you talking about a dude moving up in weight, not his natural weight, at every disadvantage. Give the man some fucking give the man some credit.
I've never heard any of you guys give a guy credit for losing except Canelo. Y'all love this nigga that much. I've been on this panel for 3 months. Y'all have never done that before except Canelo. Y'all love him that much.
Has it been a
never?
Has it been a
Never.
subject?
Every other fighter that loses another fight against a good fighter, y'all crown him. Oh, he lost. He got rocked. He ducked or whatever. Y'all say shit like that. But when it's Canelo, who got systematically outboxed by Bivol, it's like, oh, he moved up. He was only 5'7". All this bullshit, and it's like, nigga, just say he lost.
Okay,
you don't get credit for that. Y'all love this. Y'all love Canelo that much. Like, goddamn, bro.
When he beat Kovalev, he was daring to be great.
This is the same guy.
Then when somebody else do it, oh, he lost. He ain't that good.
He's 100% right.
All y'all niggas be saying that.
No, he's right because he compares everything to Devin Haney because Devin Haney's this guy. Think about it. When Devin Haney got smacked across, when Devin Haney got smacked across the face by Ryan Garcia in an obvious cherry pick,
who brought up Devin Haney?
Let me finish. Devin Haney said he cherry picked. Hold on. Devin Haney said he cherry picked Ryan Garcia.
Hey, you love Devin Haney.
Hold on, Silas. Goddamn. Let me finish. Hold on. Devin Haney said he cherry picked Ryan Garcia. He said it's an easy fight. I mean, I shouldn't even be fighting this guy. I'm just doing it for the money and the clout. Then he got smacked across his face. How dare y'all talk about Devin Haney's wide nose?
Hey, you love Devin Haney.
How dare
you love Devin Haney.
But the comparison that you're missing.
He loves Devin Haney.
Hold on. But the comparison that you're missing is
talk shit, but you love the guy.
Hold on. The comparison that you're missing was
no
175.
multiple boxers y'all have done that to, not just Devin Haney.
Goddamn, Solid, let me finish.
You talking bullshit, bro.
Solid. Was 175 Canelo's natural weight class? I'm asking you a yes or no question.
Deflection presented by Nuke.
This nigga real slick. Man. This nigga think he's so slick, bro. This nigga think he's so slick.
Yes or no?
This nigga think he's so slick, bro. You know damn well he's not a 75 pounder.
Hold on, Solidus, answer my question. Yes or no, Solidus?
You know, I'm gonna play games. I'm not gonna answer it.
No.
Okay.
No.
So that's a dub. That's a body bag.
Hold on.
No, it's not. You deflecting right now.
This nigga be playing mind games, bro. This nigga be playing mind games like a bitch. You ask me a question you already know the answer to. Playing mind games like a bitch. What type of shit is that?
Hold on, everybody.
Just to defend this nigga Canelo?
Don't talk now.
Nigga.
Don't talk now. You said you didn't have shit to say. Now all of a sudden you ran around that question.
Nigga, a black bitch don't even defend her baby dad.
Solidus ran around that question like Devin Haney ran around the ring. That's how he ran around my question. Don't you dare sit up here and talk like you got some nuts now after you ran around my question. You had an opportunity and you ran from it. You put on them track shoes and you ran. Don't try to pump fake now. You had an opportunity. You had an opportunity and you slept on it. That's all I'm saying.
A1 deflection by you, dog.
All right, if you believe so. If you believe so, okay.
No, it's too late. Her first thing she said is, I'm going to play games. I'm going to play games. I don't want to talk to you because I already know I'm finna lose.
All right, that's cool.
You saw it. You know ain't no defending Devin Haney, but you couldn't help yourself.
You love Devin Haney, bro. You love Devin Haney.
Hey, Solid.
Hold on, let me finish the questions, then we'll get to
it. This nigga be playing. This nigga think he's slick, bro.
Let me finish the
question.
Hold on, let me finish the question. So, let's get out your feelings. Let me get to the next one real quick. All right, Sam Padilla says, does Bud Crawford get full credit if the fix was obvious? Like if Canelo beats him, I'm assuming clearly, like he beat Berlanga and takes an L, does Bud get full credit if the fix was obvious? Does anybody want to
answer? Hey, man, tell your host to stop sending y'all like with some dumb questions, man.
Scared talk right now.
Y'all gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta stop, man. I'm not mad at Turkey for being
IBF, tell your host to stop sending you that pimp money, bro. Them stupid ass questions.
Hey, Solid, let me tell you something, man. You see how you asked him a question and he turned that shit all the way to Haney? Let me tell you something.
He deflected Clark body, yo. That was an A1 deflection right there. That was
don't look.
A1, bro. Nuke, you get an A+ for that deflection. That
Let me
was
tell
Thank
you
you,
fire.
something,
Brim.
man.
Thank you.
Listen, man.
And,
Nuke
and
need
hold
to
on,
be.
hold on. And let me say this. Let me say this. Ashley Knuckles is the last person on this panel that could ever talk about
No, hold
deflection.
up,
All
hold
the
up,
dick
Nuke. Hold
sucking
up,
he
Nuke.
does for David
Hold up.
Benavidez. I mean, I've never seen nobody talking about deflection. Man,
Hey,
sit your
Nuke.
ass down
Hey,
with that
Nuke. Hold up,
nonsense.
man.
And
Hold up,
Solid
hold
T,
up.
and Solid
Hey,
T
Nuke.
got body bag. Hold on. If it was an obvious deflection, you should have body bag, but you ran like Devin
Nah,
Haney
listen, man.
did.
Listen,
Sit up
Nuke.
here
You know what?
bragging. And
Listen,
Brim,
man.
take
Nuke.
another
You know
puff of
what?
that cigarette. Brim,
You
hit
know
that
what?
shit one more time. Brim,
Nuke.
hit
Nuke.
that
You know
shit
what?
one
Look.
more time. Brim, there you go.
Let me tell you.
Hit that shit one more
I'm gonna
time.
keep
I
it.
ain't playing with these dudes.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm
The
gonna keep it a
fuck?
band with you, matter of
Hey,
fact. Fuck the
Clavo
buck.
want the nuke. He want the link, Nuke.
Hold
Clavo
up
want the
now.
link.
Hold up
Nuke.
now. I'm gonna
I
keep it.
got it. Hold on, fellas. I'm gonna drop the link for Cloud. I just want to answer the question. Since my brother sent it, I'm gonna answer it. If it's a clear and obvious fuckery against Canelo Alvarez, I wouldn't give him credit for it. But at the end of the day, I have to because I've already given my word. I said no matter who wins, how it happens, you're getting full credit. So I can't take it from him, but I'm definitely gonna talk about it if I feel like it was fucked up in some kind of way. But Bud get credit if he win the fight, no matter how, by hook or by crook, whatever. He's getting credit.
You
Nuke,
know
that
what, Nuke?
Sam is
I'm
having
gonna tell you
scared
this.
talk. That's scared talk by Sam. You know that, right? You know
Hold
that
up, man.
scary talk from
Let me
him,
I
tell
right?
don't
Nuke
think
something,
that's
man.
scared
Hold
talk.
up.
He's just assuming. But I mean, when you see a relationship between guys, but I'm sure if he felt some kind of way, you wouldn't even pick Canelo.
Man,
Big
look here.
kids
I'm
in the
gonna
house.
tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all
Yo,
what's gonna happen.
Let me get to these
I'm gonna tell
comments,
y'all
then we're
what's
gonna
gonna
do it
happen,
because I
man.
only got a couple. And I'm gonna let everybody on. Man. Let everybody
Salute
on.
to the fans.
Hold on. AJC Sports says Bud barely goes 12 rounds. Canelo has better stamina. I mean,
That ain't true.
I don't know.
Why
I'll say it
people be
like this.
lying like that, bro?
Hold on.
That
I'll
ain't
say it
true at
like this.
all.
Hold on. I'll say it like this. I'll get everybody the floor on this one. I'll say it like this. I think Bud is the guy who normally has the better stamina out of the two, if you had to say it. But I think in this fight, what he's saying is that if Bud's moving up and hold on. Bud is a guy who historically has better stamina than Canelo. But in this fight, since he's moving up in weight, putting on weight, his stamina is going to be a question. I'm assuming that's
Exactly.
what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what he's meaning.
Yeah,
That's what
because at
that is a
168,
bird
Canelo
case.
hasn't gassed
Oh, y'all
out.
making a meaning form now. Oh, I see how y'all doing it now. I like this.
Hold on,
don't
Brim.
think
Hit that
so.
cigarette one more
I don't.
time, Brim. Hit that shit one more time, Brim.
I don't. I don't.
I don't understand the me riding, man. Is
I don't. I
this
don't.
a
I
me
don't agree.
carousel
I
or
don't
what?
agree that his stamina is gonna fall off.
Hold on. Who we got on the panel? My
That's
brother
Park
Park Street.
Street.
What's up,
Park
Park?
Street.
You already know at work I had to check in with the bros and the
Park,
family and the
Park. Tell
community.
me about what did you just say, Park? Clear that shit up.
It sounds like a meat carousel for David and all these bud lovers.
Damn.
The one thing that I do want to mention is Canelo called Turkey Bud's uncle. Now, if you have a great uncle and you have a good uncle, you know what uncles do. They always do what? They look out for their
Out for
nephew.
you. They look out.
The monkeys is
You know what I'm saying? So all I got to say is Canelo gonna beat the fuck out of Bud.
And this
But
is
I'm
my
trying to tell you,
thing,
Canelo's gonna
man.
beat the fuck out of Bud, and it's gonna be a Billy Joe Saunders 2.0. He's
Please,
gonna
man.
Hold
retire
on,
Please.
Park
Bud.
Hey,
Street. Hold
Bud
on,
don't
please.
Park.
got the tricks to
Hold on. I
retire.
got a question
Canelo
for
gonna
Park real
retire.
quick. I got a question for
Let me
Park.
say
So
this.
who did you have when
One
Bud
second.
fought? Hold on. Who
One
did you
second.
have when Bud fought Spence? Who did you have when Bud fought Spence? Who did you have winning?
He has
Who did I
Spence.
have winning?
He has
Yeah,
Spence.
Bud or Spence? Who did you have?
He has
Yeah,
Spence.
it was 50-50
I
for me
figured this.
personally.
It was Spence. It was Spence.
You haven't even let him answer.
I just want to say something real quick.
I'll make
Hold on
this
one
How is
second.
that
very quick.
I just
laughable?
wanted to say something what
A
Park
war
Street said.
Spence has a better resume than Bud. What the fuck is you
Listen,
talking
man.
about?
Hold on. I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
tell
let
you.
y'all
I'm gonna
get
tell
that.
you
What
what
are you
he's
Hold
talking
talking
on.
about.
about?
I don't know
Listen,
what
man.
I
Just
can't get
because
in
you
this
yelling
fight.
don't make
Oh,
you
the
right,
only
bro.
thing I can't get in
Calm
this
down.
one, Mills. I can't touch this one. I'm not gonna touch this. Only thing I'm gonna say is what Park Street said really bothered me. He said Canelo said that Turkey is Bud's uncle. Is that what you said, Park Street?
Yep.
And so we know historically, like there's some uncles that pay your way through college, but also touched you as a child. Is it that kind of uncle?
Oh
Must be
God
What
because
kind
he's
of
probably
uncle
damn!
is
he's
Come
this?
probably
on,
seen touching
man.
his
Let
hands.
me ask Park Streets a question.
Go ahead.
And who did you have? Who did you have winning out of the hypothetical matchup between Triple G and Andre Ward? Who did you pick winning?
Oh, for sure, Triple G.
But you know Andre Ward had a better resume though, right? So by
It
your
don't
logic,
matter.
Spence had a better resume. Ward should be who you pick.
No, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. They never even fought.
That's
You
not
fucking
true.
retard.
That's
What are
not
you
true.
talking about? They didn't even fight. They didn't even
He just,
fight.
What
The
the
he just,
hell?
hypothetical don't even
hey,
make sense.
hey,
Oh
look,
my
Hey,
look,
did
God.
he?
look.
Spence
Did he hear me
actually
right?
I
fought.
got into.
He
Did
didn't
he
say
hear me
nothing. He
right?
Spence
just,
actually fought. Triple G and Ward
Oh my
didn't fight.
God.
So the hypothetical doesn't make
I don't
What
sense.
have
think you
I
heard me,
walked
bro.
into?
What are you
he
Towards
asked
talking
their
you a
about?
careers, Andre
hypothetical.
Ward had a
And
better
Triple
resume
G
than
has a
Triple G.
better
So
resume
you
than
should have picked.
Andre Ward.
So you should have
Triple
picked
G got
Andre
a better
Ward. You
resume than
picked Triple
Andre
G.
Ward. What are you
Hold on,
talking
hold on,
about?
whoa, 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 whoa,
Hey,
whoa.
Triple
panel,
G,
Hold
panel.
on,
Does
hold
no,
on.
Triple G
Andre
have a better
Ward is
resume than
overrated.
Andre Ward?
Andre Ward and
Solid,
Bud is the same to me.
Bro,
Andre
solid.
Ward and
you're
Bud
a
is the
fucking
same to me.
retard,
Both
bro.
Hey,
You're
overrated.
a fucking
solid,
retard, bro.
solid, solid.
Nah,
You're a
Hold on,
fucking
hold on, hold
retard.
on, hold on,
Fuck,
hold
If
on,
hold
hold
you
on.
on.
if
Who?
you
I got
if
one.
you seriously think
Who is
Triple G got a
Red's
better
best
resume
friend?
I
than
got
Ward,
one more.
yeah, you're a retard,
Hold
bro.
on, hold on.
You're just
Fellas.
another
I
IBF
Canelo
flunky, bro.
Alvarez,
You
Canelo
another
Alvarez and
IBF
Daniel
flunky.
Jacobs are better than most of the dudes on Ward's resume. Let's just keep it a bean.
Cap.
Hold
That's
up, man.
Danny
easy
Hold
to
up,
Jacobs is
name.
hold
B
up.
Let's
level.
keep it a bean.
Danny
Before
Jacobs
we
is
Hold
go
up.
B
any
level
further,
at
hold on one
best.
second,
Cap.
panel. I just want to restore order so we can go around the ring. But I got a little something for Brim. The Mexican 6'9" killer said deflection is sending ring IQ an essay about why Brian Norman ducked Jerome Booth
Which he
in his
did.
side.
Which
Man,
he
that's a
did.
body
I've already
bag.
responded to that. I've already
God
responded to it.
Oh my
That's not
Which
God.
he
deflection. Me
did.
sending documented facts is not deflection.
Oh
Sending
man.
documented facts is not
Oh
deflection.
man.
Sending
Oh my
documented facts is
God.
not
Look,
deflection.
Oh my
I must
God.
no,
That's
finish.
the
I must
Mexican
finish.
Damn.
killer. I'm
no,
sorry.
Sending
no,
documented facts is not deflection. I
no,
must
no.
finish. Sending documented facts is not deflection.
Hold on, Mexican 6'9" killer. I think Brim might need to hit that cigarette one
Hold up,
more
man.
time after
Answer
that
this, man.
Secret
Name the
gone,
motherfucker.
dog.
champion.
Secret gone, dog.
Name the
Documented
champ.
facts is
Hold
not
up. Name the
deflection.
Oh
I'm
champion.
sorry.
man.
Name the champions.
Documented facts
Triple.
cannot be considered deflection.
Can anybody
Damn.
name? Can anybody name the champions that Gennady Golovkin got his belts from?
Park Reese is
Leo's
trolling, bro. He's
Murata.
Hold
trolling.
on, no, fuck that.
Here's
Hold on.
hold on. Can I
I'm
answer
gonna
this?
let Mills do it. Hold on. Mills
You
gonna do
trolling
it.
at your
Actually, Knuckles.
warehouse job, my guy.
Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Mills was naming them, but listen to this, Ashley. After that, since you
Yeah,
want to
this
Hold
is
tear
up,
just
down
one
the
of
man.
my
Hold up,
Triple
man.
jobs.
See, there you
I'm
go,
like you
man.
broke
Why?
ass
Listen,
bitches.
why is
hold
it
on.
when I ask a
After that,
question, I
I
got
want you to
100
Getting
name the
money from your
champion
baby
David
moms.
got his belts from. Email
Hold
included.
up, man. Hold
So
up, man.
let's
Listen,
throw
man.
David in
What
this
y'all telling
after
me?
we. So you can go ahead and name Triple G,
I
but then
find it
let's go
funny how
ahead
they
and
made the
bring up David.
comparison, but
Hold
you're
up.
asking me the
Let's bring
Obviously,
up
question.
that.
listen,
Let's keep
man.
that
Listen, man.
same
This dickhead
energy
made the
for
comparison,
David
but you're asking
Listen,
me.
man.
Benavidez.
Hey, I didn't say shit.
I understand why you throwing David in this because you already know the
You
champions
bring
that fucking.
David into
Let me
everything.
finish,
I
man.
can't bring him
Let
I
up.
me
didn't say
finish.
shit to
I'm not
whoever
saying
said
you
that to
can't.
me.
I'm saying when
You
I
ain't
ask
bring
the
David
question,
home yet. That's the
let me
ultimate.
finish, man. Listen, man. Let me finish. I've been quiet. Let me finish. I understand why you bringing him in. It's because when you name the champions that Triple G beat, you're gonna know they're bullshit. They're nothing. Especially
Okay.
if you're gonna compare.
At
If you're
least
gonna
he beat a champion to
let
get
me.
his
Can you let me
belts.
No,
finish, man? Can
Edgar.
you let me finish,
No.
man?
Fuck that. For the sake of this conversation,
Go
I
ahead, man.
agree with you, Ashy Knuckles. Now let's see what
Yep.
champions David beat. Who did David beat for the belts at 75 and 68? Go.
Lemieux. He beat Lemieux, right?
Lemieux
Wash!
wasn't even a
No, not
one.
Lemieux.
Wash!
My
You
bad.
just
My
walked
bad.
yourself
My
into
bad.
it.
My bad.
What
He
are
was
you
talking my
talking
name.
about?
He was talking
Come
my name.
on!
Come on,
Anthony
Wash!
Durrell. Anthony
bro.
Durrell. Anthony Durrell.
Wash!
Man, my bad.
Oh
His name was
man.
stuck on my head.
Wash!
And this
His
is
name was
y'all
stuck on my
king.
head. Anthony
And
Durrell. I'm gonna
Ashy
get
is
it right.
y'all king.
I'm gonna get it
Wash!
right. Anthony Durrell.
He knocked him out with possession of Mill.
Did he or
What can
did
I
he
have
not beat
for?
Anthony Durrell, man? Damn.
Can I have
Anthony Durrell.
both
Man.
washed? Both washed. Can I have
Wash.
four? I have some shit together.
But like I said, man, can
Okay,
anybody
hold on, Ashy. Hold
And
on.
answer
You
the
Caleb
only
Plant
named
beat
question?
one
him in a
guy.
worse
Hold up,
fashion than David did.
Hold
He
on.
slept
Ashley, you only
Durrell.
named one guy. He's a two-weight world champion. Who did he beat at 75 for the belt?
No, but I
Well, he would have beat Bivol if he would have took the fight. He dropped the belt. He dropped the belt. He dropped the belt.
Oh
But
my
I tell you what,
lord.
you know, it's kind of funny because it's kind of funny because everybody put everything on Benavidez. If Benavidez was so easy, if Benavidez was so easy to
I
beat,
got a question before I
if
go back into
Benavidez,
work
let me
after Ashley
finish,
finishes his
man.
point.
If Benavidez was so easy to beat, niggas wouldn't need 200 million. Motherfuckers, we need
fuck off,
150
Ashi.
million.
Ashi, fuck
They
off.
just
All right,
get
I'm
him
gonna
in the ring
let
and
me
beat
answer
him.
that
But see,
before I
y'all
go in.
can't talk y'all way around
Ashi,
that
fuck
because
off
y'all
with that.
already know. Your
Ashi, fuck
man
off
know
with
he's
that.
too
That's
small.
stop.
Listen,
That's
man.
stop.
He's too light to fight.
DC
He's too
borderline
light
of
to fight and
Bivol.
too
Fuck
thin to
off.
win the fight against
Fuck
David
off
Benavidez.
saying
Man, y'all know
Bivol
that
go
shit.
out.
It's gonna be a massacre.
Fuck off,
Why you think he don't? Listen, man. Why you
Be
think
the
he
joke
don't want to
fuck.
get David Benavidez in it? Because he know when it come to
Ashi, be the
promoting the
joke
fight,
fuck.
Only thing he's going to talk about is you have no record. But see, David Benavidez is going to be
Oh
talking
man,
shit
this
to him
dude
like I'm
sounds
gonna
like a
beat you
fucking
up.
broken
Hey,
record.
He's going to tell him I'm gonna
Ashley, I
break
got a
your
question
jaw.
for you.
He don't want that, man.
Hold
He
on,
want a nice
Ashley,
fight.
Part 3 got a
He want a
question
nice
for
fight.
you.
Go ahead.
That's a joke.
Go ahead,
All right,
Part.
yeah. So quick question. Well, it's broken down into three different things. But what fighter did David fight that has the best footwork? Who had the best footwork out of the fighters that David fought?
It's a toss up. You got Caleb Plant. You got Morrell. He had good footwork. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a toss up.
Would you say that Boo Boo Andre got decent footwork?
Yeah, he had decent footwork, but that's what gassed
Okay,
him out in
cool.
the fight.
Okay, cool. Does any of them got better footwork than Bivol?
Shit, if you want to say it, if you
Oh my
really
god!
want,
Oh my god!
listen, I'm not going to footwork.
Don't you
He really don't
dare!
have no
Let him
footwork.
say it.
Only thing he do is bounce in and out. He
Let him
don't got
say
no
it. Let him
footwork,
say it.
man.
Let him
You don't
say it.
see Bibble
Hold
pivoting
on,
and
let
turning.
him say it.
Nuke, I
Then.
can't
Hold
take
on.
no
This is
more of
Let
this.
him
Nuke,
wild.
I
say
can't
it.
take no more of this,
Hold
Man,
on.
man.
it's
This
gonna happen,
this
Actually,
man.
nigga
no.
need
It's
to
gonna
Hold
all
on.
happen.
right.
Hold
Actually,
on,
no.
Let
Actually, no.
me
Hold on.
In the
Hold on.
last
Hold
David
on.
fought that has better
fight with
Hold
defense
on.
than
Hold on.
Bivol.
Hold on.
in the
Let him
last
say
fight
it.
with
No, let him
Benavidez.
say it. Actually,
In the last fight,
Demetrius.
hold up, man.
Hold on.
Let me
Actually,
ask the man a question. I'm gonna
I
answer
know.
your
Does
question, Nuke. You
Demetrius
always
Andre
ask
and
me questions.
Caleb Plant have better footwork than Dimitri Bivol?
I really can't say it's better. He's a bigger fighter than Caleb Plant.
There you go,
So I really
Mills.
can't say it's
There you
better.
go, Mills.
I can't really say it's better. So hold
Yo,
up. So
this
you're
is
Oh my
saying
god,
Caleb
diabolical.
Plant? Hold up.
no.
So Caleb Plant
This is fucking
Caleb
This
Plant
is
got bad feet.
diabolical, man.
Caleb Plant don't got bad.
No,
No,
nobody
his
no,
feet.
said
You
that
no,
they
quiet
have
on
No
no,
this
decent
way!
one.
footwork.
No
no,
It's
no,
way!
not
I
that they
did,
don't have bad
no,
feet.
no,
Oh my
Nick
fucking
Mills,
nervous
you're
god.
off.
not gonna say
Nick
nothing.
The
nervous
whole
off.
point
Hold
that
up, hold up,
hold on,
man. Hold
I'm
up.
gonna end it like
Florida.
this. I'm
Come
gonna end it
on,
like
Okay,
this. I'm
can
about
Florida.
to
I
go
You
back
answer?
okay
into work.
with that?
The whole
Y'all
point that
asked
I'm
me a
making
question.
is the same
Y'all asked me a
comparison from
question.
Bud
Can I
to
ask you a
Canelo.
question?
The same comparison and skill difference between Bud and Canelo is the same difference in skill comparison between David and fucking Bivol. That's the
You
same
think
fucking
so?
thing.
You think
The
so?
only thing is they're in
Hold
the
on.
You
same
really
Start
weight
with
think
class.
so?
his T. You ain't got
You
nothing
really
to say
think so?
about that footwork comment.
Listen, man, who am I talking to
Nah, it
right
was
now?
a bullshit
I
question.
don't want to get
Park Street 3.
names mixed up. Okay, Park Street. You said
So
Park
you mad
Street,
at the
right?
question, not the answer, Saunders?
Actually, nah,
Okay,
he's
you
asking
said
a
Park
question
Street.
everybody already know. We already
You
know
listen,
Bivol
man.
got the best
Listen,
footwork
man.
out of them.
So
What's the
Bivol
answer
got
to
the
that?
better
So
footwork.
why
Why
so
you
why
ain't
ask
He's
that?
clearly
What's the
asking
answer
a
to
I'm gonna
that?
question.
ask
So
you a
Y'all
why
just
question.
ask the
answer.
Listen,
question?
man. I'm gonna
Why
ask you
ask
a
the
question.
question everybody already know?
I believe he
Hold on.
got the
Not
better.
everybody don't know it. You see
Damn,
somebody
can I
just took
Who
answer?
his
don't
Can I
know
shit.
that?
answer? Can I
No,
answer the
they
man
Thank you
question?
actually
for.
don't know that.
Can I answer the man question? I believe that Bivol have better in and out as far as in how he bounced in and out more than his footwork. And what I mean by footwork,
That's
I
That
mean,
is
footwork.
listen,
footwork.
man,
oh
That's
my
listen,
god,
man,
footwork.
Is
listen, man.
Come
footwork.
on, dude.
Can you let me? That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to
Yeah,
add
get
on the
finished so
rest
I
what
can
I'm trying
go.
to say before y'all start
Oh, okay, you're trying
interrupting
to
me.
add context. Cool.
When I'm gonna finish, yeah. When you got footwork, you have in and out, you have pivoting. Am I right or am I wrong? Y'all don't see
True.
y'all see Bibble do more in and out than more pivoting. He don't do a lot of pivoting, a
No,
lot of
actually,
spinning
he does more
around
lateral
like
movement than
You know
Mayweather
why
did.
he
pivoting.
doesn't have to do a lot of
Mayweather was
pivoting?
more
Bram.
technical. That's footwork. That's
Hold
what
on.
I consider
You
Hold
know
on. Let me
footwork.
why
go
he
to
doesn't
Mills
have
real quick. Mills, break it down for us real
you
quick,
know
Mills.
why he doesn't have to
Mills
do
can't break it
you know
Coach
down
why
because he's
Mills.
gonna tell
you
me
know
it's
why
in
he
and
doesn't
out
have to do a lot of pivoting, Ashy?
because of the competition. There's
No.
really not a lot of competition
oh my god.
in
Oh
the
my
weight. Let's be real.
Mills,
There's
hold on.
not
Let me
really a
hold
lot
on.
of
Actually,
competition
let
there.
him finish. Let Mills finish
Nah,
this.
y'all can have that. Y'all
Can I
Oh
have
my God.
y'all can have
the
that
floor
shit.
This
before you
Somebody else
explain?
can
I need
diabolical,
to
have
man.
it.
get
Yeah,
some shit
hit,
off.
hit.
Dude,
Take
at this
over.
point, we're losing brain cells, dude. We're losing brain cells.
So time for some things off me. First things first, I actually think. Listen, I love Gennady Golovkin, one of my favorite fighters, but I am not I think him and Andre Ward, even though I think Ward ducked a few fights, and I really do mean that, I think they both have great legacies, so I'm not really going to compare them. But the comment where we said Andre Ward above Crawford's legacy, I would actually give that edge to Crawford, double undisputed. Like, I'm
Me
sorry,
too.
I
Me too.
don't think that's a conversation.
Yeah,
I don't know
I agree
why.
with that.
I agree. Bud Crawford over Ward.
Yeah, Bud Crawford over Ward. I don't even
Facts.
think that's an argument.
I
On the original point, which caused the argument over the Bud Crawford Canelo fight over the stamina, I just think it's a fair question because pretty much, let me be clear, the naturally better stamina fighter at his natural weight is Bud Crawford.
Agreed.
I'm definitely serious on that. I would say Bud Crawford is the better stamina fighter, the better athlete out of the two, out of him and Canelo. I think Canelo's the better ring general in the boxing ring. I think Crawford's the better athlete. But it's Crawford moving up another. It's Crawford moving up another 2 weight divisions. This is his first fight. It's a fair question to ask if he'll gas. It's going to be one of the main talking points, which gets talked about all that week during fight week. We all may not like it, but that's going to be one of the top points from all the boxing analysts. No. Something that just absolutely, I can't get my head around it. There was a couple of things. I presume you've already talked about what happened this past weekend.
Just get into it. Hit. Keep going. Just run through it like a bit.
So here's the deal. Can we all agree that Sergio Ramirez is feud for Jai Opetaia? I had fucking Ralph off Ring IQ's string trying to defend Sergio beating Jai. Are you kidding me? That performance.
Zerto was in that fight. Zerto was in that fight, bro.
Can I say one thing? I think Opetaia beats Benavidez and Sordo on the same day.
I think he knocked Benavidez clean out.
I disagree.
I got Jai over Zerto, but Zerto's not food. Zerto is savvy. Zerto has a certain amount of control within his.
I haven't seen a very long time.
We got to respect on Zerto's name.
So Brim, I can respect that if you have Serdo losing, but in a competitive fight, I do think Serdo's food for Jai. That's just my opinion. We all have different opinions, okay?
I can understand why you feel that.
So is he
Jai is a beast. Jai is a wild beast,
or is he like a snack?
No, Clavo is saying what you mean Serdo do good. If you looked at those first 3 to 4 rounds, did you see how slow Serdo started in those first 3 to 4 rounds? He got it going after the 5th round. That I won't deny, and he won the fight late. But in those first 3 to 4 rounds, Opetaia, who is 39 guys, was absolutely piecing him up. And I'm like, if you start that slow against Jai's knocking you the fuck out.
Boom.
That's just the truth. No,
Jai gasses though. We can't act like Jai don't gas down the stretch, bro. That
could be an issue.
Zerto could take him to the deep waters. Zerto take him to the deep waters.
Good point out, Coach Mills.
Could Serdo survive Jai's power? That's a serious question.
We don't know.
Answering the other way.
Hey, Coach Mills, I got that first piece of equipment in, Coach Mills.
That's like saying, can Brian Norman survive?
Yeah, started that training again.
I'll get into that fight in a sec. Someone who
Mills, before I leave, put your email in the chat for me.
Mills will do that. Someone who impressed the hell out of me this weekend, and we need to give him his flowers. Floyd Schofield.
Oh man, I love that kid.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
What he did to
I need him versus Tank because he's number 1 for the WBA.
Now, here's the deal. I have been critical of Schofield's dad mainly, because of the whole Shakur situation. But that's how you make a statement. I want the Schofield fight versus Shakur now more than I want the fucking Cepeda fight because I think Schofield's more dangerous than Cepeda.
Good looking still.
Already. I ain't gonna say that though.
If you saw that first round knockout and how he dealt with Tevin Farmer, credit to Floyd Schofield.
Wait, Hit, I got a question. Who do you got if they line it up right now? Schofield or Tank?
Schofield.
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard.
You ain't talking about retired fighters, man.
Actually, I gotta go
because the thing about it is Tank always struggles with dudes that can box, but Schofield has shown that he got knockout power and he got dynamite power. And his dad talking about he used to hypnotize him as a kid. So that fighter that we seen fighting wasn't even Schofield. He became Schofield at the end of the fight where he snapped out of the hypnotism. So when you factor all that shit in there, we gonna see.
Schofield can box and he can hit, Brim. I would 100% take Schofield over Tank.
Yeah, I would probably be like 60-40 Tank, 60-40 Schofield.
Let me get Money Brown, Edgar, Mills, Ashley, Solis. What do you guys think?
Money Brown
Schofield or Tank?
I respect Schofield, bro. He did what he did to Tevin, but Tank can beat the shit out of Schofield. Let's be realistic, bro. Schofield, listen.
Like he beat the shit out of Roach?
Like he did against Roach?
I don't.
Who's more skilled out of Roach and Schofield?
I don't think Schofield can beat Roach. I'm gonna be real with you, family. Listen,
I respect that.
But the kid,
I disagree, but I respect it.
But we talking about Javante Tank Davis, bro. Tank can beat the shit out of Schofield, bro.
I forgot to prove that.
Schofield. Tank will beat his ass, bro.
He gotta get in the ring and show that. He gotta get in the ring and show that. He got to show that.
Hey, Money Brown, you think if he beat Roach, he'll fight Jake Paul?
I can't. Yeah, he says he gonna fight Roach and Jake Paul. I feel like if he get the Jake Paul fight, he gonna retire, bro. You don't know what the hell going on with Tank nowadays. I respect Tank. That's my
Yeah,
dog.
so he's on his way out.
Well,
So
Tank did say he was going to retire early, so he said that out his own mouth.
I apologize if I'm going to interrupt. Why the
he
fuck are we respecting Tank Davis?
If he get that Jake
Who said we
Paul
was
money,
respecting
bro,
him?
I just said I respect Tank Davis. What the fuck?
Tank is my
Oh
guy.
yeah, and I don't know about respect.
The hard way,
Like,
bro.
come on, dude. Dude, he held up the lightweight division for fucking 7 years. Come on.
No Diddy, no Diddy.
7 years, Money Brown. He held up the lightweight division.
You gotta understand when you're up on the Floyd Mayweather.
Same thing David did.
Wait a minute, when you're up on the Floyd Mayweather too, you want to follow what Floyd wants for you. But when you got away from Floyd, now you up on the Al Heyman now, right? You want to move how the business move, bro. Once you get to this spot and these dudes start getting this,
he not fight Loma.
Wait a minute. When these dudes start getting this caliber of money, bro, right? It go to your head a little bit. But you want to do what's best. They want to bring in the bread. So they use you as a business. It ain't just him. They use you as a business as well, fam, because they know you bringing in big dollars. So they're going to continue to bring in big dollars, bro.
That's true.
This ain't football, basketball, hockey, and soccer, bro. Ain't shit guaranteed in boxing. So once you start bringing
still
in,
not excuse for holding up the division.
When you start bringing in, like Canelo is the face of boxing, he's doing it. Then Tank is up on the Canelo. Once you start bringing in that caliber of money, bro, they're gonna try to bleed you as much as they can. That's just the nature of the beast, bro.
No, I agree they'll bleed you. I agree on that, but come on, that's no excuse for how he held up the division. The man ducked Haney, Teofimo.
There's two types of fighters that you got to worry about.
Can we be serious here? That's why.
In fairness to Money's point, Tank's an extremely dangerous fight for Schofield still at this point. Whether
I agree.
For sure.
I agree.
Tank got the power to hurt that man.
I would take Schofield.
I'll go with Tank, unfortunately.
I'm like 55, 45.
I'll go with Tank.
I'm rolling with Tank, man.
I'm going with Dylon.
No.
He's still going with Dylon.
Solid is who you got, Tank or Schofield if it happened next?
Although Kid Austin is a great young talent, I think Tank got that.
You think it's just a little too early for him?
That
Not
or
if he fought
just
a tough informer.
overall, I think if they fight anytime, too early or not, I think Tank will beat him. I think Tank's better.
Do you think
Kid Austin is good though?
Do you think that Tank is not getting the respect he deserves in the sport of boxing? Solid's like we should look at Tank with more admiration, and he's just not getting that kind of respect.
Well, his resume is mid at best, but his in the ring work is at a very high level. So, yeah.
I mean, you got dudes that worry about legacy, you got dudes that worry about paycheck, and then you got dudes that worry about both. So Tank is one of those dudes that's more about paycheck than he is about legacy and resume. So I mean, at least he's upfront and he's honest about it. I can respect the fact that he's being honest about it. I ain't calling none of these people.
But yeah, I think he'll beat. I think he'll beat. Kid Austin.
How can we think about paycheck when sometimes his biggest paycheck is those bigger legacy and bigger fights? So I don't know if it's necessarily about paycheck either. So
that's fact, Brim. I can't.
But that's the logic that I use. If it's really about money, right? Why wouldn't you fight the bigger, better opponents that would lead to more money? So it's really ducking legacy, like David. You know, David's another one, ducking legacy.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? If you was really serious, you would have been fought all of these dudes. Imagine if David would have fought all of the champions at 168. He would have a damn near Hall of Fame career, or at least a Hall of Fame resume by that point. If he would have beat all of the fighters that Canelo beat.
Wait, I want to put this out there now. I'm ready for Tank Ass to fight. Like you said, I'm ready.
Oh, I can't wait. When is that fight?
Shakur, T.O., right? Dave. I mean, sorry. Well, no, Devin, he had 47 now, so that ain't gonna happen. But a T.O. and a Shakur, I'm looking for him to fight those big fights now. I'm on his ass about that too. I'm with you on that too.
He ain't finna fight them dudes money, you know that.
No.
T.O.'s the most accomplished out of all of them. So what you mean?
I feel like one of them fights gonna happen, but I feel like this: when you coming up on the Floyd Mayweather, bro, y'all know how Floyd was at the end of his career. Floyd was all about the money. So when you start teaching these kids, we going to put you in the money fights and groom you like this. Once you getting groomed like that, bro, you start following that blueprint. You feel me? Not saying you can't beat the guy because I'm with y'all, but you start following that blueprint of, okay, what's the big money fight? And what's this? And they want to do it too. You know what I mean? So I'm with y'all on that part. But I'm not going
But they gotta copy Floyd's whole blueprint. They only copy Money Mayweather. They don't never copy Pretty Boy.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how Floyd groomed him, though. Like when you look at Floyd Mayweather, when he was up under the Mayweather tutelage, that's how he was groomed. And like you say, I wanted the Lomachenko fight, but no, Lomachenko can wait. You know, we got time. We ain't got to rush, Tank. We got to do that. And then him and Floyd got into it and shit like that. So when y'all get on these fighters' ass about, oh, I want to see that fight big name, I'm not pissed off if y'all want to see him fight big names because I want the big name fights too. But I'm not going to diminish the skill set and what they can do inside that circle.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I respect David more than I respect Frank. I'll be honest. Like I've always said, David is a good fighter.
I don't know about that.
I'm dead serious on this. I've always said I want to see David in more elite fights. It's why I love the Callum Smith fight if that comes off this September. I love that fight. Okay.
Hold on. Does David need to be concerned about Callum Smith's power?
Yes.
That happens?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yes, that's.
Hey, I got a question for Money Brown.
Nuke, I said it last stream. What I said to you last stream, the uppercut.
Man, he's gonna beat the brakes off Callum Smith, man. I'm telling you, y'all swear this dude.
Actually, can I finish? Did I interrupt you?
168, not David.
Hold on. Park Street got it. Park Street got a question for Money, but before that, I just want Hit Kid to finish his point. I got one question for Mills, and then you can go Park.
Yeah, here's the deal. The uppercut David Morrell landed on fucking Benavidez round 4 in the fight. Okay, rocked Benavidez in the corner. We all saw it. It span him around. It rocked Benavidez bad. Callum Smith is a natural 175.
Hold up, you said it dropped him. Whoa. You said it dropped him.
I said it rocked him.
He said it rocked him.
Rocked.
Okay,
I
had that.
And you can't deny it didn't rock him. It did hurt David. The thing is, of course, Smith, natural 175, a power puncher who's late guys unconscious, only lost 2 better BF in the division.
Whoa.
You know, one of these
Hold up.
You mean to tell me that?
Hold up.
No, actually, let me finish. You mean to tell me if Smith lands that shot on Benavidez, that Benavidez may not end up on the count
First of all, Callum Smith is not no motherfucking David. I mean, Callum Smith is not no David Morrell, man. Let's just stop.
He's walking back.
If that's the case, listen, man. If that's the case, that same.
Mills, I need you in the weekend. I need you online in the weekend.
Listen, man. Like I told you, man. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and debate with y'all about who uppercut going to do what because everybody fight different.
We're going to come right back to that real quick. We're gonna come right back to that. I know, but I want Park to get this question to Money real quick, and then I got one for Mills, and I'm gonna let you finish that point. Go ahead, Park.
Yeah. So, Money, do you think which fight do you think is worth more or better for David's career? If he would have unified at 168 when him and Callum Smith were both champions, or him fighting Callum Smith now if they were to fight, what do you think is more for his resume and his legacy?
I think if he would have unified with Callum Smith at 168, I feel like that's when
Hold up, man. He was in the shithole for getting his belt stripped. Y'all act like this man didn't get stripped.
But they were still unified. Him and Zerto, they were all unified. They were all champions.
Callum Smith was a champion. He was undefeated before Canelo beat his ass, right? Callum Smith was a high commodity, bro. Not saying he ain't now. And they was both undefeated, bro. So that was a way bigger fight at 168 than it is now at 175.
Exactly.
And Callum was number 1 at 168, not David.
Hold up, man. First of all, Benavidez was the one. Hold up, can I say something? Can I have some rebuttal to that? Or we just gonna let y'all say that and just let it just ride in the wind?
Man, let him fucking finish.
Let him finish.
So all I'm saying is, you can get it, bro. All I'm saying is, like, you gotta understand, like, the UK love their fighters, bro. Like, that's realistic. Like, the UK fans are some of the most loyal fucking fans out there. So when Callum Smith was on top of when he was a champion, bro, that was a way bigger fight, and especially if Benavidez would have went over to the UK. You know what I'm saying? So it would have been a way bigger fight than it is right now. With Benavidez being a champ and Callum Smith taking losses like he did, right? So not saying it won't be a good fight right now, just a good fight. But back then, you got 2 champions unified at 168 pounds, bro, becoming unified, right? They fight and become unified. That's always going to be bigger than just you fighting for a world title, bro. We got two undefeated champions.
Can I give you some rebuttal to that?
Okay, so hold on, actually, I'm about to log out. But all Money did was prove that David is a duck. I'll see y'all later.
Okay, that's an opinion.
Salute, Park Street.
I just can't believe what I just heard. No disrespect.
All right, I just had a quick question for Mills, real quick. Mills, this fight has been talked about. Who would you pick in a Keyshawn Davis Frank Martin fight right now?
Oh,
Keyshawn Davis.
By knockout decision, how would you?
I don't know, man. I would like to see how Keyshawn does in front of mobile targets because Frank Martin is gonna fight off to the back foot, but he's a big enough puncher to where he can stand in the pocket with him. I think Keyshawn is. I think Keyshawn is just a better. I think Keyshawn is a better fighter than Frank Martin, but Frank Martin is in that fight. But I gotta go with Keyshawn. I think Keyshawn is the better fighter between the two of them.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that. Clavo, what's up, my brother?
I ain't mad at that.
Yo.
Say, man, you've been hearing a lot of nonsense on this.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Clavo, bro.
Man, bro, look, there was so much shit, bro. But the thing that fucking stood out to me the most was, why do Christian hold hands, and Bud Turkey holding hands, motherfucker? Christian's on a fucking church,
right, man.
fucking Bud and fucking Turkey in the middle of the fucking ring.
Before you get on here with all your yelling, like yelling makes you right. Let me correct you. I didn't say why Christians hold hands.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Somebody fucking rewind. Somebody fucking rewind.
I'm gonna tell you what I said. I'm gonna tell you what I said. What I said.
You said, why do Christians hold hands?
For the same. I ain't say why. I say for the same reason.
No, you didn't.
Why?
You asked why. Rewind the fucking tape.
Go ahead and rewind it back. Please rewind it back. That's what you do. Rewind it back like you made that video on All Boy the other day when y'all had rewinded shit. Go in the archives.
You next.
Make a video. Yeah, make sure you make a video about that.
You are next.
Make sure you make a video about that. Listen, bro, you can never clown me on the video because I done asked y'all facts and nobody answered nothing.
I just want to say this to Clavo. Clavo, if you use any footage, hold on, please use the footage on the live earlier when he said that Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andre had better footwork than Demetrius Bavard.
I explained that.
Oh my God! Yes,
I explained that.
Bro, I heard that shit, bro.
You worked the fuck out for that, bro.
There ain't no explanation of that.
I explained that, and I'm gonna say it again. That way you could put it in your video. Like I said, I
got other occasions too, bro. Because like I said, you came here and fucked up so many times. I got you. You're gonna be overwhelmed. You're gonna cry.
Okay, that's cool. What the fuck I'm gonna cry for, Clavo?
You crying right now?
Man, listen. I talk facts because I done asked about 5 questions.
No, you don't talk fast. You stutter a lot.
Okay, but I'm gonna finish.
You're like who? Like you making Al Maiden calls, bro. We don't do that shit here.
I asked 5 questions on here that everybody deflected and went another direction with it. Bottom line. So anything, any video you make about me, bro, that shit ain't gonna affect me. You think that's gonna make me go away? That's gonna make my life come to shambles or some shit. Like that's what you really think?
I mean, I would hope not. I would hope you have some nuts to take it like a man.
I'm not YouTube.
Because you got Mirage over here talking shit. Mirage, you a bitch, bro. Shut the fuck up. I ain't gonna waste my time with you. Or give me another reason to put a video on your ass.
So you making a video about me?
I just gotta say this before
about 80% of your video, 80% of your audience ain't gonna know who I am. So you can make all the videos you want.
Actually, 1 second. This might be the single dumbest comment I've ever seen in my life. Bivald's footwork didn't save him in sparring versus David.
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking God! Sparring stories. Let's have glory on sparring stories. Like,
is this real?
I'm glad y'all said that because
y'all
act like there's no wars in y'all act like there's no wars in sparring. Y'all act like it's all fun and games in sparring.
Sparring is you get hand, bro. Sparring tells a story. Sparring tells a story. Right.
Hold up.
It tells a training story.
Hold up, man. When Bibble got dropped, he didn't take that personal.
You're long-winded. Tell me about the story, Mills. Break it down.
Nah, sparring tells a story. I mean, shit. I get why people say you can't bring up sparring, and that because you have a point with that. But then when you look at dudes like Mike Tyson, and you have his coach Kevin Rooney telling the other trainers, the other fighters, do not bring your fighter to my gym if he ain't coming in here to fight. My dude ain't coming in here to spar. He coming in here to fight. So you can definitely take parallels away from sparring. Absolutely, man. But in Zerto Ramirez and Bivald's case, we saw how that played out. So I don't want to hear shit about David Benavidez.
That's Zerto. Zerto didn't drop him. Zerto didn't drop him. Zerto didn't drop
also
him.
but what I'm
He didn't
saying is
drop
this.
him.
Okay. Well, now listen.
glory.
But check it out. When you go to sparring, sparring is a lot more nuanced than an actual fight because your coach, your trainer can hinder you from doing
Listen, man,
what.
that's
Hold on, no,
psychological.
hold on.
Mills.
Let him
Listen to
finish, Ashley. Let him
Ashley.
I
finish.
am, and I got you. Go ahead.
Your coach can hinder you from doing what it is that you shine in. So your coach may tell you you're not gonna fight boxing off of the back foot. You're gonna work on your inside fight. He's going to hinder you in some way, shape, or form in that fight to work on your deficiencies. And also, you have to consider they bring in multiple sparring partners when you're sparring for a fighter and just in camp in general.
Facts.
So
All
he
right,
could have caught.
now answer
Hold
this.
on, loved
Go
one,
ahead.
hold on. He could have. David damn sure could have came in there in in the later round. Tim Bradley said he even sparred 24 plus rounds or whatever. No water, 4-minute rounds, 30-minute breaks in between rounds, man. So he could have caught B-Ball at the tail end of the sparring session. You have to take in all factors in the sparring. It ain't just he dropped him in sparring.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna deny that, but
you right.
let's look at the variables as well.
Sovereign story,
All right, so answer this. So
glory.
answer this. So
Give him
answer
a
this.
belt.
Fucking
So
Brim.
so answer this. So answer this. When you in sparring, right? And when you spar a person, right? And they drop you in
Ah,
sparring,
shit.
don't you don't take that so you're not going to take that mentally when it comes time for you and that person fighting. They dropped you in sparring. So
Sovereign
hold up.
story,
Hold
All
up,
right,
man.
well,
Let's
hold
be
on.
let's
Well,
be
no, well,
real.
hold on. Well, let me say this.
Can we
Let me
just
say
Give
this
him
be
a
to that.
hold before
belt.
you say I'm
Nah,
talking
well,
to
let me
Steel
say this
Mill,
to that.
Clavo? I'm talking to Steel Mill. Let him answer,
I don't
and
give a
then you can
fuck, bro,
ask
because
me
everything coming
anything
out
you
out
want.
of you is fucking dog shit.
Okay, it sounds
Oh
good,
my
but like I said,
God.
won't you
Nah,
just
matter of
answer the
fact, it's not even.
question?
Matter of fact,
Just
no.
answer the
Matter of
question.
fact, it's
Steel
not
Mill,
dog shit. No, hold on.
Steel
Let me
Mill,
apologize.
you
Actually,
could go
it's
ahead.
not
You could go
dog
ahead and
shit.
answer the question,
No,
man.
it's not dog shit. It's
We
actually
got a
Sovereign
dog shit
story,
that
chihuahua.
the
We got
other
a
dog came in
chihuahua
there
right
and
now on
glory.
the
shitted
mic.
that
We
out.
got another. We
Give
got
him a
another
God
belt.
damn,
chihuahua on the mic.
Clive.
We got another chihuahua on the mic. So Steel Mill, go
Nah.
ahead.
Sovereign
I asked you a
story,
question.
Oh
Can
my
you answer that
gosh.
question for me?
glory.
I didn't hear
Give
the
him a
question,
belt.
Ashley.
What I had asked you is if you're lined up to fight a person, right? If you spawn them and they dropped you in sparring, right? Don't you think you're
Right.
going to take that mentally into your fight, knowing that you got dropped in sparring, knowing that being that sparring got the big headgear? There's no big headgear now. There's nothing protecting your ribs. So you don't tell me you're not going to take that mentally into the fight, that you got dropped
It
in sparring, that it's possible he might drop your ass in the real fight too. That's what you're
it
telling me.
depend. It
On
depends.
what? Depends on what?
It depends on if you call him he ain't as fresh as he was at the beginning of the sparring session. It
Hold up.
Mills.
So
depends.
Mills.
It's a lot of
Sovereign
variables.
story,
hold up. So you
Hold
telling
glory.
on.
me? So
Now
you
hold up,
telling
bro.
me?
Give him
Hold
a
up. So you
belt.
Hold on, let
telling
me
me?
just get this out real quick, bro. Let me just get this out. This is easy because look at what he's talking about the sparring story where somebody gets dropped. You gotta be I guess you gotta be mindful of such shit. Well, that's all good and all. So you spar Zerto. Why the fuck didn't you fight him?
You say what?
Why didn't you fight Bivo in 2023?
Body bag.
That's a body
Wasn't
bag.
Bivo
Damn,
free
it's
like
a
the
body.
majority of the
Hold up,
year?
man. Like I told you,
You
I
if
Sovereign
you
can't.
fucking
story,
Listen,
sparred
man. I
and
That's
they
a
can't.
get you
body, Ashley. That's
prepared,
a
why
Listen,
body.
the
man.
fuck
You
didn't you
asking
take
me.
those fights?
That's a quick
First of all,
body.
before anybody say body bag, you're asking me a question like I'm on Team Benavidez and I know all these details
You
and
are on
intricacies of
Team
why
You
he didn't
are on
Benavidez.
fight.
Team
I
Benavidez,
can't answer.
idiot.
I can't answer that question. I don't know why he didn't fight the man. I can't tell you why
Oh,
didn't
but you can tell us about the
why didn't
sparring
Canelo
stories
fight?
and they can be
Why
mindful,
why
right?
didn't Canelo fight? Why didn't
Bro, what
Canelo
the
fight
fuck
him?
are we doing here, dog?
I'm just asking a question. You asked me why
No.
he didn't talk. I told you I don't know. I'm not on the team, so I'm asking you why didn't Canelo fight? Is that a body bag? Did he
No,
duck
it's
him?
not because
Did
why I
he
gotta
duck?
fight you?
But did he
Why?
have a chance to
What have
fight
you
him?
done?
Can you
I
answer the
did
question,
it in
Clavo?
less than a year what you
Clavo,
couldn't
I
do in a
answered.
decade.
Listen, man, I
Okay,
answered your question.
hold
What
on.
you
Let me
said? Hold up,
moderate this.
hold up,
Let me
Nuke.
let
You
me
Hold
moderate
up.
this because
That's
you
why I
guys are.
told you, Nuke.
Hold
Nuke got
on, hold
the
on. Let me
craziest
moderate this
Jedi mind
because this
trick
is
in the
what
game,
Ashley.
son.
1 second. Ashley, let me moderate this because you guys are missing it.
And what do you
So
got?
Clavo, hold on. Clavo is simply asking you. Can you give him an
I
answer?
answered
And
the
I
question.
know Ashley. Let me finish. Ashley Clavo is simply saying that he's not actually a part of the team Benavidez. He does not know all these details. He just know what his pubic hair tastes like. He can't tell you
Yeah, no doubt,
about why
no
he
doubt,
didn't fight
no
this guy
doubt.
or that guy.
Exactly.
He
You know what?
can't give
Oh
you
You know
those
shit.
what?
answers, Clavo.
I know
Clavo, I
his
Fucking
need you
nuke,
to
dog.
just.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy that I know what
Oh
his pubic
shit.
hairs taste like, but the way y'all defend fucking Bina, y'all floss with his pubic hairs. Y'all might
Nah.
got a hairball in your throat.
Nah, bro. No,
Matter of
bro,
fact,
it's
y'all
just
like that
dog.
cinnamon stick.
Bro,
I think y'all deep throat. I'm gonna start calling y'all
No,
the
no,
throat
actually,
twins.
I feel like we
That's
got
what
to
the name
argue
of
with
this
you.
new show
No,
is. The
we got to keep
IBF
arguing with
Throat
you about
Clan.
David
And you're
Benavidez
the
for the
head
only simple
president,
fact
Cabo.
that you just
Cabo,
want
you
his
are
dick
the
to smell
president
like your
because you stay
shit.
barking. You stay barking like a chihuahua, man.
No,
You come
no,
on here talking
motherfucker,
loud
because you
like
talking
that makes
nonsense.
you
I gotta
right.
talk
You
over
come
you,
on
bro,
here,
because you full of shit.
you sound like my grandmother's dog, son. Can you put a little
Nah.
bass in your bark?
Okay,
Please,
motherfucker.
man.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Please, you
Sure.
don't scare them. All that
Sure.
loud talking don't make you right, bro.
This
you
isn't to
come with,
scare you,
you
dumb
never
fuck.
come with facts. You just
This
come with
isn't to
fucking
scare
jokes.
you. I've been coming with
Gay
facts. You didn't
jokes.
even answer my
Listen, man,
question.
you come with
Answer
your
my
gay.
question, dumb fuck.
You come
Answer the
with your
question.
gay prison jokes. I told you
Answer the
before.
fucking
Go make you
question.
a fucking
Take
setup and
David's
put a
dick out of
lock
your
in the
mouth.
sock
No,
and have
out
a
of your
good day.
ass. Answer
I
the
done
question.
told you that, bro. Go have a setup. Put a lock in the sock.
Bro, go fucking
Count
get a
the fucking
hotel.
good time.
See if David will
Count the
come
good
by.
time
Hopefully
the
your
state
dream
gave
come
you
true.
and have a fucking good day. I done told you that, man. You keep coming at me like you gangsters.
Bro,
Stop,
you
man.
always
You do
fucking
all the
calling on the
yelling.
outside of a dildo when David gets mentioned, bro.
Bro,
Shut
we
the
could
fuck
talk.
up.
No, it's you because you come in here with
Oh
all
my
the yelling and the
God.
hollering and shit. Like you fucking right. Like all that yelling makes you right. No, bro, you just got opinion like everybody
Nah.
else. And the
No.
opinion's like an
Well,
asshole.
hey, if I got number
Everybody
opinions, my
has one.
opinions are better than
Just like
yours. That's
mine.
100%.
Yeah, you know what? Your
That's
opinion, and maybe
100%.
you're right. But you know what? Maybe you're right. But it still don't change the fact that it's an opinion. Whether it's better than mine or not. It's just an opinion.
Well, that again,
Because let you
doesn't
tell
really
it,
matter because anytime,
like you
bro,
say,
anytime
Clavo, your
somebody
boy
gets you
Canelo's
with a
gonna win this
question,
fight. When
you
he
always
lose this
go
fight,
around it.
when
You
he
always go
lose this
around it and
fight,
you start
you
asking
just
your
make sure you
questions
bring your
to
little
avoid
laffy taffy
answering the
soft
previous
ass back up
questions.
here and face the music. Because you know I'm gonna be here. I told you I'm gonna be here.
No,
For
no,
all
you need to
you.
face David's bitch
Listen,
who's
man, I'm
about to
letting
suck
y'all
you.
know now before
Bravo, you're
September
just losing
13th.
brain cells, bro. You're losing
A
brain
lot of
cells.
y'all
Let
gonna
it
come
go.
on here with so many excuses about why Canelo lost. Oh, he got old, father time. It's gonna be something about something is gonna be said about him losing.
Ashley,
I
just
promise.
I
start.
wonder
Ashley,
what you're gonna say
Ashley,
when
you should
David
just
gets
start
back.
your own
Man, I
channel
ain't
for
wait.
fucking
I ain't
sucking
just
Dave's
wait.
balls.
Talk your shit now. Yep, I'm sucking balls and all that. But like
You
I
might
said,
as well just start your own channel.
when it's all said and done on September 13th, I bet you 80% of y'all are not gonna be on this channel. I'm not gonna
Oh,
get
Oh
nothing from
sure,
man,
nobody.
sure.
None
yeah,
of y'all gonna be
sure.
on here.
Sure.
We're not like you, fam. We're not like you. We're not
Okay.
emotionally attached to
Like
these
I said,
fighters,
Look,
well,
I'm
Clavo
gonna tell you
already.
this, Ashley.
Clavo,
If
listen. I already know
bro.
you's a
Bro,
freak for
we don't
pain.
be fingering each other, bro. Watching the fighter, bro. We don't do that. That's you.
Clavo,
oh
you
my
a freak for
God.
pain. Clavo, you a freak for pain. So I know you coming
Nah,
back.
bro, you're a fucking oxygen thief, bro.
You
You're
been
a
in
waste
prison,
of
so
space. You're an
listen, man.
oxygen thief, bro.
You done been behind the bars for a long time, so I already know you a dick in the booty ass nigga. So
Oh my
Nah,
you are a freak for pain.
nah,
So yes, I
that would
know
have been
you
you,
gonna be
fam.
here.
That
Listen,
would have
man,
been
you
you with
been
the
to
dick in
prison.
the
Listen,
booty.
I ain't been to prison. You
If
been
you,
to
yeah,
prison.
exactly.
You been to
If you would
prison.
have gone, what
Listen,
I
man,
went through,
you the
that would have
one.
been you.
Listen,
I
you the
got more
one who
nuts than
didn't
you,
have.
son.
Listen, man,
I
you the
got more
one who
nuts than
didn't.
you.
You do, and you know what? You the one
Yes, I
who
do.
didn't
Thank
have to
you.
drop
Now
the
suck
soap,
them
not
hoes.
me. Listen, I didn't have to drop the soap. I was home using my soap. You the one who had to hold on to your soap real tight.
Nah,
Remember that when
motherfucker.
you
I
was
was
doing
the
that?
one that would drop the soap and nobody
Clavo,
would
you didn't
fucking
want to
dare,
do. You
bruh.
didn't want to drop no
I was
soap,
the one
man.
that dropped the soap and nobody would
Stop.
fucking dare.
Yeah,
Now with
yeah.
All
you,
right,
you would
I
probably
let me
doubt
bend
it.
let me
over
pause this.
voluntarily.
I
Hold on,
doubt
let
it.
me pause this in riveting conversation to say this one thing. My brother Mike trades 0-1. He says, Ashy Knuckles, you picking Bud to win, right? You better give Canelo his credit when he wins then, Ashy. So if Canelo does
Listen,
pull
man.
this victory out, are you going to be on here right after the fight saying, Canelo, you proved me wrong and you did a great job? Or are you going to disappear for the next 3 weeks like when
No,
David didn't
listen,
activate
man.
his
Listen, man.
mandatory?
Look here. I'm
He
not.
did
Listen.
disappear. He
I
did, and he
done.
forgot. He
I'm.
act
He
like
did
we all forgot.
disappear for
Listen. I
weeks,
told
maybe even a
y'all. I
month.
told y'all last time I was on here. There's no need for me to duck this channel. Because
You
like I said,
did
y'all, listen,
You
man.
did, though.
for
Listen,
3
man.
weeks.
But you did.
For 3 weeks.
Hold up. So
Man, you acted like you gave birth to something.
hold up. So because I don't come on your show every time it come on, I'm ducking you.
No,
That's what it
it's
is.
not that,
So
Ashley.
my
It's
listen.
no.
So
Hold
my
on,
life
Ashley.
revolves around your show. That's what
Hold
you're
on,
telling me.
Ashley. It's not that. I just want to go to Clavo. Clavo, did he or did he not go on maternity leave when David didn't activate his
Yeah,
mandatory?
facts.
You went
Facts
on
When David
first.
maternity
didn't.
Yes.
leave, gave birth,
As soon
came
as that
back.
happened, yes, he was out. As soon soon as that happened, yeah, he was out.
Listen, man, y'all still
And we
didn't answer my
questioned him.
question.
We questioned him before it actually happened. We
Listen,
questioned him before it actually
listen, man.
happened, and he
I'm
still
gonna answer
fucking
your question.
disappeared.
I'm gonna answer your question on this. I'm gonna answer
And
your question.
hey, has he even given us a prediction yet about that fight?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
give us
answer
a
your question.
prediction, Ashley.
On what fight?
The Canelo Bud. Give us a full prediction right now.
Fight, not sight, asshole.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I see and how I feel this fight's gonna go down.
Let me get my pencil.
Somebody fucking voice record this. We might need the notes. Somebody
get the
record
minute
this. We're
mark
gonna need the
logo
notes.
so you can get
Listen,
him.
man, please do, because if Bud wins, I'm gonna be asking you to play this shit back. You already know. So this is what I feel was gonna happen.
He still can't pick it.
This is what I feel was gonna happen.
Everybody get your pencil out.
Being that first of all, being that your man came to the face-off with his Frankenstein boots on just to give him a little bit more height.
Oh my
This
God.
is how I see what's gonna go on.
Oh,
He's
the
not gonna have his
attire.
Frankensteins on, right? So he's gonna be back to about 5'7", right? So
Okay.
this is what I see what's gonna happen. The fight's gonna start off. Canelo's gonna be working his ass off. Why? Because he gonna feel like this. I done fought Charlo. He came up. He was too small. I'm gonna hit him with this power because right now everything that Canelo is betting on this fight is that
I'm
his
back.
power.
I'm back. What I forget? What I
Listen,
lose?
man,
Bro,
everything
I'm
that
lost.
Talking around
Canelo
the
is
question.
betting.
Can I
Damn
answer
prediction,
this?
Do you
answer
Bro,
want to
him.
hear? Do you
is it
want
me
to
or
hear?
did he just go to a whole nother
Listen, man. Do
direction?
you want to?
A
Do you
whole
want to
nother
hear?
direction.
Do you want to hear the whole? Do you want to hear the breakdown of the fight? Do you
Bro,
want?
you're
Give me
not
a
making
Let me
sense.
know.
synopsis of
Want
it.
to
Damn,
win or
man. See, I don't
lose?
need
Listen, man.
the
Listen.
fucking
Either y'all done
fucking
gave me the
essay.
groceries. Let me cook, man. I'm telling you what's gonna happen.
Well, put
What's
that
gonna
bitch in the
happen is
microwave, man. See, we
Canelo's
ain't
gonna
got
get in
time.
there. Listen,
Hot
baby.
No,
See,
pocket.
if I
you
give it
put
to
it in
you,
the oven, not the
listen, man.
microwave. Nuke, chill.
If I give it, listen. If I give it to you microwave, then I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to get the satisfaction of laughing at y'all when I come on here on the 13th.
Okay.
So I'm gonna break it down to you. So this
Does
is
that
what's
make
gonna
sense?
happen. Your boy gonna
Nope.
come out there knowing that he's the bigger fighter. So he gonna say, you know what? I gotta get Bud up out of here. So I'm gonna exert a little energy trying to get him up out of there. We all
No.
know Canelo don't throw
No.
combos no more. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna fuck around and keep playing around on the rounds, not being able to get Bud out of there to about around that 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. And when them rounds start coming, then Bud gonna start going upside that big head. He got that pinata. And then after that, he's gonna get outpointed. And then y'all gonna come on here talking about, you know what, Turkey cheated him because that's his boy. He already see they was
So
holding
you've got
hands.
the bad
They was
decision.
Bud buddies. That's
So
gonna be all
So you saying it's going to
y'all.
be a controversial decision?
Yeah, on y'all end. We
So wait a
all
minute.
the listen,
Hold
all the
on. Wait a
real
minute,
what?
fans
Ashley.
gonna know he
Hold on,
Hold
lost.
Ashley.
on. Hold
Hold on,
on.
Ashley. No,
I like the way
hold on.
you
His
presented
prediction.
that, Ashley. That
Wait
was
a minute.
slick.
His
I like
prediction
that,
don't add
Ashley.
up.
That was
Hold
slick.
on. Wait. The prediction on that. He said the 8th, 9th, 10th round. If Bud just start fighting that late in the fight, he already lost.
No, ain't no. Because like I said, man, it's gonna be a little. Listen, what Bud is gonna do? He just gonna give him a little something. He gonna keep it close, and then when them, like I said, that 7th, 8th, 9th, that's when he gonna start turning the heat up on Canelo, and Canelo gonna start noticing like, God damn, this motherfucker keep beating me upside my motherfucking head. So once the 12th round comes, it's not gonna be no knockout or something. But if Bud fuck around and if he just drop him, boy, listen, man. It's not gonna be good for y'all. It's not gonna be good for
Is
none
this
of
Wish
y'all on
Upon a
this panel
Star?
except for maybe 1 or 2 people. But the rest of y'all, I already know
Can I
y'all gonna
destroy
get
this
ghosted
argument?
because y'all not gonna want to
Can
hear
I
my
destroy
voice.
Get
this?
fucking Geppetto out of here, bro.
This
Jesus
argument?
fucking Christ, bro. His motherfucker
Can I
cooked turkey
destroy
dinner,
this?
Thanksgiving dinner, and fucked it up.
Can I absolutely destroy Ash's argument right now,
Go
please?
right ahead,
go
Hit.
ahead and destroy it. Go
Hold on,
ahead
Hit
and
Kid got
destroy
his
it.
gear on. He's
I'm
about to land the plane.
gonna get. This is gonna be quick and simple. First of all,
Yeah,
you said
yeah.
Charlo was too small. Charlo is naturally bigger than Bud Crawford. True or false, panel?
Body bag.
Body bag right
That
there.
is
Body bag.
the immediate body. I will take
I
right
didn't
now.
see. Let me correct you
No.
before you keep
Let
going
Hit
on.
Kid
Hold
get
up.
cooked.
Let me
Get
No,
correct
you
you.
not
it.
about
What I
to
We ain't got
said
let
time
Hit
for
was.
Kid get
20
it.
rebuttal.
What I
That is
said
an
was
immediate
Let
body
Hit
part.
Kid get
no.
it, bro.
Let
You
Hit
just
Kid go.
lost.
Okay.
Let
You
him
lost.
keep going.
Y'all
Keep
be
So
cooking.
saying
that is the
enough to be
immediate
fair
body
to
Okay. Go
part.
ahead.
Ashley.
Go ahead and
Hold
go
on.
on.
Let
Let me
Hit Kid
correct you.
cook. That's 1-0
Yeah, I'm gonna let him
Hit.
cook. I'm gonna correct him when he's done.
Here's how the fight goes in my eyes.
1-0 Hit.
Bud will win the opening 2 to 3 rounds because Canelo, as we know, starts slow, likes to download data, and Bud will, probably try to expend a bit of energy, get behind that jab and all that. However, what Canelo will be doing within those 2 to 3 rounds is landing body shots. Bud is at a bigger weight. I think Bud's gas tank will drain a little bit by, let's say, round 7, round 8. I think there'll be a moment in the fight, late rounds, 8, 9, where Canelo's going to get Bud on the ropes. There's a huge difference in power, in my opinion. And also, Bud's chin, we've seen him rocked by Gamboa. We've seen him dropped by Stanionis. This is the hardest puncher. Kovalevskis. This is the hardest puncher Bud Crawford has been in the ring with ever. And there's no argument on that. I think Canelo will get Crawford in the corner around round 10, will beat him up in the corner, and I think Crawford's going to take a knee. It's either going to be a unanimous decision to Canelo, or in my opinion, which I'm really been saying, I think Canelo's getting him out of there in 10 rounds. Thank you.
I'm glad you said that word think. I'm glad you put that in. I'm glad
So
you
you
threw that in
know,
the sentence.
Ashley, you don't even think.
Think.
You know
Listen,
he's
man,
gonna
I'm
lose.
telling you, I told y'all what's going to happen. That way I can have the satisfaction to come
And
on here
when
and
you're
laugh at
wrong,
y'all.
and when you're wrong,
Trust
I
me when I
expect the
tell you,
apology.
the pressure,
I expect an apology when
listen,
you're
man,
wrong.
listen,
Hold
Hitman,
on. I
hit.
just want to read this. Bud Crawford gets active. Says Eddie Reynoso will throw in the towel in this fight.
Hit, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. The pressure is on Canelo. So
My
he's
brother
going to try to
Brim is
come
like,
out there.
what?
He's going to try to come out there and land a lot of body blows
Can I
to get
disagree
Bud
with
out
you?
of there. So,
Can I
and that's the
disagree with
thing.
you?
Listen, man, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If he don't get Bud out of there, by the time that 6, 7 round come, because Bud gonna give him a little something, in between the rounds, but to that 6th round come. But if he don't get
Can
Bud out of there with that
I have
power,
a counterpoint
he's
to you.
gonna box his fucking head off. And y'all know
I
that.
have another.
Y'all
I
just
have
don't want
another
to admit
kind
it.
of. I have another kind of
Y'all
point.
don't want to
Bet
admit
on
it.
it.
Y'all know that.
Bet on it. Bet on it.
Guys. He just said the pressure's all on Canelo.
It is.
Excuse me.
Who the pressure
Excuse me.
more on?
No.
Who the pressure more
Excuse
on?
me. I agree. There's pressure on Canelo. You can't tell me Buddy's not under no pressure for not fighting a year and a half to
Listen,
get
not
this fight.
the more pressure.
Come on.
Listen,
Come on, Ash.
listen.
It's
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you why he's not.
That is
I'll bet you
I'm gonna tell you
500
why
straight
he's
up
not.
right now.
I'm gonna tell you why he's not.
Ashley, I'll
Because
bet
he,
you
You cannot say
$500
of a
right
year
now.
and a
Yeah,
half
it's a
playoff.
year and a month.
It's a
Yeah,
year and a month, not a
yeah,
year and
year
a
and a
half.
half.
We saw it in
Hey,
August last
hey,
year. It'll be a year and less than a month.
like he
All right,
kid,
but a
like
year
he,
and a month. Brim. A year and a
Hold
month.
on.
It felt that long.
We have a bet on the line.
I'll
Edgar,
bet you $500 right now, Ashley.
Man, he ain't gonna take it. Even though he sounds confident as fuck, he ain't gonna take it because he's really not.
Hold on, Clavo. Hold on. Confident is when you put your bread on the line. Ashley, tell him you taking that bet.
I won't
Tell him
do
you taking
500, but
that bet,
I'll do
Ashley.
200. I'll bet you 200.
Nah, 500.
I mean, damn, why you can't meet me in the middle? Why I gotta go
Money
through
Brown.
Because you're a
Hold on, Ashley.
businessman.
Hold
You
on,
got the
Ashley.
money,
Money
right? You
Brown.
got
Hold
your
on,
own
but I'm willing
business.
to bet you,
Ashley,
man.
wait
Listen
one
here,
second.
I'm not gonna throw away $500 on a fighter that I'm
Ashley,
So you're
one
throwing
second.
away $500.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Money Brown said he'll put the 2 on you, Ashley. You cool with that?
You said he'll put the 2 on me.
The
Come on.
200. He'll
It's a
bet the 2.
$200 bet, dumbass. The fuck?
Oh, okay, we could
Oh,
do
you
that
want the
too.
2 nuts, right?
We could do that too.
Oh
We
my
could do that
God.
too, Money Brown. Like I said, I'm a subscriber on
So
your
you take okay.
on your
So you're
channel.
taking
I definitely throw
Money Brown, a real one, man.
my email and
all
my
right.
cash
We
app
fuck
in
with Money
your
Brown.
All I'm
comment.
gonna say is,
All right.
Please,
Brett, I
please
apologize
don't.
because it's
Please.
felt so long
Hold on.
to spit off.
I just want to say this. Please pay Money Brown his fucking money when the fight's over.
Yeah,
Listen,
Brett.
man,
Hold
listen, man,
on.
listen, man.
So
I
$200
Ashley,
is
apologize to you
nothing, man. That's nothing.
because you know
Ashley.
it's been that long. I didn't realize how long Crawford's been off. But you mean to tell me, off a year and a month layoff, that a man ain't under pressure off that longer layoff going into this fight? A fight which oversees his retirement fight.
Listen, man, when you're
Come on.
listen, man, when you're a fighter, man,
Come
listen to what I'm
on.
saying. When you're
That's crazy.
special, you do
Honey,
special
split
things.
that bet with me.
When you're
That's
special, you do special
crazy.
things, bro. Like I
Then make
said,
Hold
we're
up.
that
gonna
bet.
find out on the
Then
13th.
make that
Ashley,
We're
what
bet.
gonna
you think
find
I
out
was
on the
trying to
You're
hit
13th.
sounding
here,
so
Ashley?
confident,
Like
but
I
you're not
said,
taking that bet.
Yo, hit
Bud
you know
beat
the
this
difference
man,
though is though.
if Bud beat him, just make sure y'all call him the greatest. That's
Go
all.
ahead,
That's all I'm
Brent.
saying. That's all I'm
I
saying. Just
am.
give him the
Hickey,
I
greatest.
am.
here's part of the difference. It's
Money,
a
split it
double-edged
with me,
sword.
Listen,
money.
I
One of
don't want
them
to
is
hear
like,
nothing about Canelo got old or he got fucking jerked
Hold
out
on.
of
I
the
want
judges.
to hear
The
off Brent.
judges did some
I want to
shady
hear
shit. I don't
Brim.
want to hear that.
Ashley, quiet. I
Yeah,
want to
Let's
hear
get
off Brent.
man, mute
Brim.
Ashley,
Come on,
bro. I
Brent.
want to
Come
hear
on,
Brim.
Brent.
y'all gotta be
Hold
nice
on,
to
Ashley.
the
Let
Ashley,
Brim
man.
talk.
Y'all mistreat Ashley. Y'all be mistreating Ashley on the low. Oh, actually, hockey. But listen, it's a double-edged sword here.
Fucking Brim.
It's a double-edged sword. Bud being not fighting in a year can affect him, but it also can be a benefit because if he doesn't fight anyone else, him not fighting anyone else, him focusing on being acclimated, getting comfortable with the weight as possible, being
Exactly.
able to be as strong as he possibly can be going into the fight, it can nullify some of the negatives. Not saying that it will, but it can, especially with someone that is dedicated and is concentrated to his craft as Terrence Crawford. He can be able to pull some advantages from that and put himself in a position where he can narrow the gap. Doesn't mean he's going to, but just saying that it's a possibility he could.
I told him that shows ago that he's not gonna take another fight. That way he could keep that kind of weight on. That way he'll be able to have the weight when he fight Canelo. He's not gonna take a fight in between cut weight to have to bulk up again. Yeah, then he's gonna feel like fucking Charlo and lose the fight.
Let me go to Clavo real quick and say this. Clavo, Mike Trade says, I see it now, Nuke. If Bud run like a bitch and make it the distance, Ashley Knuckles is going to be saying Bud got robbed, and he's going to say Canelo trash for not stopping him.
When have we seen Bud run? When have we seen Bud run? Can y'all tell me what fight y'all seen Bud run?
I'm not talking to you, Ashley. 1 second. I'm talking to Clavo. Clavo, do you think this is a possible scenario that could happen?
I mean, it's a very good possibility. Just
You think that,
the
but
way,
you don't think Ashley would try to discredit Canelo after talking all this shit?
yeah, bro, he fucking discredits fucking Skull because he couldn't cut off the ring, which he was cutting off the ring. He was. He's
That
gonna fucking come with
motherfucker
that
wasn't
same shit
cutting off
again.
nothing, man. You lying to yourself into the
Bro,
fucking
you fucking
to
stupid.
the
You don't even know what
subscribers.
the fuck cutting the ring
You
is,
lying
man. You
to
don't even know what the
yourself
fuck
into
it is.
yeah, okay, whatever. Like I said,
Hold
just
on,
because you
Clavo.
talk
Hold
loud
on,
don't make you
Clavo.
right.
No, Clavo. Clavo. I can't let you get away with that. You gonna
Oh
tell Ashley you
shit.
don't know what cutting off the ring with? The last
Listen,
time we
man,
talked
he
about
can
cutting
think
off
what
the
he
ring, he
want,
brought
man.
some
I know
scissors.
more than him. He just talk loud, and people be, people love you, Nuke. So of course they gonna love the person, who meat
What?
riding you. Listen, he's your
What riding?
sidekick.
What?
He's
Hold
the
Stupid
on.
Robin.
motherfucker.
Listen,
You
man, he's
stupid
your
than a
Robin.
bitch.
What the
You're
fuck?
Batman. Listen, man, you're Batman. He's your Robin. He's the
Bro,
What
sidekick.
he
the
just claimed that he
fuck?
So
knows
they're
more
gonna
than
love
me.
him too. So
So wait
he's
a minute,
meat
he just
riding
claimed
you.
he knows
Yes,
more
he's
than me.
meat riding you. He's meat
So you
riding
know
you.
more than me.
Yeah, I do.
Do
I
you?
done
Is that
told
why
you
you
prison.
couldn't tell me
Listen,
why
man.
how many fucking divisions
Listen,
Tank
man.
had a fucking title in,
Listen,
bitch?
man. I
Shut the
done
fuck
told
up.
you. I done
Hold
told you,
on, hold on.
prison boy.
I got a
I
few
done
bills
told
to
you,
pay.
prison boy.
Hold
You
on,
don't got
fellas.
more street knowledge than me, man. You just
Bitch,
got
you ain't got no
inside. You
street
just
knowledge,
got
Hold on. You
man. You
behind
ain't
guys
got
can
jail
none of that,
argue in
bitch. You
knowledge.
one
got
I
nothing
second.
done
but
Hold
told
tenure
on,
you
in
that.
your ass.
hold on. You
Yo,
guys can
Bird, I done
argue in
told
1
you that,
second.
man.
I got a few bills to pay real quick. JMA says everything was going right, but Ashy Knuckles took the stupid pill today.
Hey, man, look here, man. Call it what you want. Hey, you get disrespectful with me, I'm gonna be disrespectful
Man,
Okay,
back.
pop your
I'm
okay.
not
goal
out
out,
with you.
man. Shut your
I
ass
done
up.
told y'all that, man.
Let me
Y'all know
keep
how the
going.
fuck
Let me
this
keep
go.
going.
Y'all
I got
think I'm
more
gonna talk
comments.
nice to y'all when y'all talk all crazy to
Okay,
me?
okay,
Y'all must
Ashley,
be
I
out
got
your
more
rabbit
comments.
ass mind, man.
I got more comments. N1 Bowler says Ashy and Garage want to hold hands with Benavidez.
No doubt. I want to hold hands with your moms
Oh
and all
my
that. Your
gosh.
sister, your aunties,
Man,
even
I
your
know what
bitch,
you,
your
man.
baby
We already
mama.
know what you want,
I
Ashley.
want, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what you
You know
want.
what you
All
want,
right,
nigga.
You,
You the
hold
only,
on, man.
I
like
know,
I
bro.
Hold
You
told
on,
you,
want
Ashley.
man.
Davis dick to
You the
smell like your
only one who
shit.
talk about meat riding in
Hold on,
here.
let
You
me
the only
keep
prison
reading. One
guy.
second,
I
Ashley.
never heard it.
One second. JMA said this is why Benavidez gets fucked. How he acts.
Yeah, he
Uh,
got fucked, but he undefeated. That's
okay,
all I know, man.
okay.
Ain't nobody signing no contracts. That's all I know, man.
All right. Let me keep
Sign a
reading.
contract, man. Prove him
All
wrong.
right, Ashley, relax. Sam Padilla says Ashy Knuckles gulps up David Benavidez.
So
Oh
y'all,
my
hold on, y'all,
god.
He
y'all not
does,
slurping,
bro.
y'all not slurping Canelo. So is this a Canelo channel? Yes or no?
No, it's
No,
not.
it's a
No,
boxing
it's
Hold on.
not.
channel.
Do y'all love
You
Canelo?
have
Yes
to
or no?
understand.
No, he
Do you
does.
love?
Nah.
Hold on. Do y'all love Canelo?
No,
Can
I
you
just
answer
No,
want
the
to
this
answer
question?
the
isn't
question.
love.
So no.
No.
Do you
This is
like?
an
Are you a
unbiased.
fan of
Hold on. This
Canelo?
is an unbiased
Are you
brim
a fan
channel.
of Canelo? It's a yes or no
This is an
question, man.
unbiased brim
How is
channel. This
unbiased?
is
Can you
one of
just
those
answer the
channels,
question,
man.
man? I asked you a simple question. It's a yes or no question. Are you a Canelo fan?
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna be a fan of a four-division world
What
champion,
did
motherfucker,
so
Hall of
if you're a
Famer.
fan,
Yes,
listen,
we're a fan.
if
Why the
I'm a
fuck are you a fan
Benavidez
of
fan,
David? What
listen,
the fuck has he done?
listen, man, if I'm a Benavidez
No,
fan
listen,
and
man.
I'm a meat
Listen.
rider,
No, shut the fuck
if
up.
I'm
Answer
a
the question.
Benavidez fan and I'm a meat rider and you're a Canelo fan, what that
Thank you
makes
for
you?
admitting the truth. Thank
Listen,
you.
if I'm a
That's all you needed to do.
Benavidez fan, meat rider, right, and you're a Canelo fan, what did that make you? Don't it sound like we in the same boat with no paddle,
No, it
man?
doesn't. No, it
It
doesn't.
do to
Because I
me.
can
It does to
understand
me because you're
anybody that
meat
will go for
riding.
Canelo.
Listen, man,
I can
I already
understand
told you,
anybody that going
Cinnamon.
for Usyk.
Listen, man,
I can
All
Cinnamon
right,
understand
got.
hold on. Let me
anybody
finish
going
the
Listen,
hard
comments. 1 second, Ashley.
for Inoue. I can understand why anybody will go hard for these fighters. Crawford, for Benavidez. Why?
because you don't like them. That's why.
No,
Okay,
motherfucker. I
hold
don't
on,
like.
That's
Ashley.
why
Hold
Hold
on,
you
on,
don't
hold
bro.
on.
like them.
Hold
That's
on.
why.
Let me finish
Hold
the comments.
Y'all don't
Hold
like
on,
them.
Ashley. Let me finish the comments. And I just want to say one thing. You can be a boxing fan without being a meat rider. That's possible.
That is true.
That is
Okay,
possible.
me personally, I think it's because me personally, I think you don't like him because he mixed. Word up. That's
Nope.
just my opinion.
Bro,
That's
actually,
just
bro,
my opinion.
yesterday, hold
That's
on.
just
Yeah,
my
let me point
opinion.
this
Come
out.
on.
Yesterday,
That's just my opinion.
nah,
Because
hold
can't
on.
nobody say
Yesterday,
he's not a
well,
good fighter. You can't say he's not a good fighter. Because if that's the case, somebody would
no, he's a
with
good
that,
fighter.
if he was as bad as
He's a
y'all
good
say he
fighter, but
was,
he's not
listen, man,
great.
if he was as sorry
He's
as y'all
not
say he
great.
was, if he was as sorry as y'all say he was, he'd have L's on his record.
He's not sorry. He's not sorry. Actually, nobody's
Exactly.
saying he's
Y'all just
sorry. We're
believe he
saying
can't
that you're
beat the people.
overrating him
Listen,
without him proving it yet. That's all
y'all
we're
just
saying.
believe he can't beat the people who y'all like. That's all it
We
is.
don't believe
No,
he
it's
can beat
not.
Triple Ball. That's
I
not
get
earth
it.
shattering.
I get it. But y'all need to
Nah,
learn to
no,
love
you
it.
don't.
Because
No,
once
you
you,
don't.
like I said, man, it ain't gonna be no other Mexicans. Really,
No.
ain't gonna be too many Latinos that's gonna hold it down once
Okay, hold on,
Well, let
Ashley.
me.
Let me
Well,
finish
hold on.
this, Ashley.
What
Hold on. Let me
fight?
finish this. Let me finish this, Ashley. Because
David gonna be the only one.
all right, let me finish this. Let me finish this.
Hold on. I could go to that point. Bam Rodriguez. Thank you.
Boom.
Listen, man, Bam career is not going to measure up to David's. Trust me when I tell you.
All right, let me
When it's
finish.
all
Let me
said
finish
and
this
done,
comment. Let me
when
finish.
it's all said
He's
and
already
done,
surpassed.
Hold on,
He's
one
already
second.
fucking
Let me finish the
surpassed.
comments. This is getting out of control. JMA says Canelo still chose to fight champions. Untouchable Raider says Bud beat a post-car accident Spence, washed up Porter and Brook, Mean Machine, Benavidez, Postall, Burns, not elite. Also, Mandramov should have at least been a draw. And look,
Bullshit.
I know, and I'm gonna tell you this, and this is the truth. This is an actual factual statement. Now, you know, some people that are biased and unbiased Brim might disagree, but it's a factual statement.
Bro, you made Brim pass out, bro.
I know Brim is about to lose it. Brim's about to lose it. Brim, relax.
Brook was washed. Brook was well washed.
Brim, come on. Brook was washed, Brim. Come on, Brim. Brim.
Brook was well
I
washed.
mean, he had a broken orbital bone from Triple G.
Yeah,
I mean, but
Brook
look,
was well washed.
But we know why that fight happened. It happened in the bubble.
But taking nothing away from Bud, he's still a great fighter. I know,
Hold on,
Bud's
bro,
still a great fighter. Taking nothing from him.
But hold on, let me say this, bro. When the Spence and Crawford fight was happening, when they were going to the press conferences, I didn't hear anybody bringing up the car wreck, bro. Everybody brought up the car wreck after
Nobody
he
brought
lost.
up the car wreck after the first round either. No, after the first round, nobody brought up the car wreck. When the first round ended in the fight, nobody was saying Spence washed, Spence car wreck, Spence out. No, they were like, oh, Spence won round one. That's what y'all was doing. Y'all fugazi for boo, boo, and more boo.
I was a guy who was on this channel, Nuke can back me, who was religiously picking Crawford in the fight against Spence, and I had a lot of heat for it.
I give Bud all the credit in the world.
Hold on. Everybody on this panel gave Bud all the credit in the world.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking anything from Bud.
I would never downplay that and say Spence was watching all that. I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
Not everybody did, though. They just started pouring in like alcohol.
Brim, when we see him all over social media, I agree with you, Brim. I agree with
Hey,
you.
Nuke.
Hey,
Nuke, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Hold on. Money Brown.
Let Money finish it, then we got you next.
It don't matter about a car crash, bro. People want to say, once you sign that contract, bro, you get paid, you get your ass in the ring. Whatever happens. Ain't no excuses, bro. None whatsoever. Nobody's seen Bud doing that to Earl last. Not even me, nobody, bro. So Bud, he gets all the credit in the world, and that goes back to our point, Nuke, where we said that's what put Bud on the map.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He beat Earl the way he beat Earl, and that put him on the map. So you got to give him his just due.
Yeah, he's 100% right. Money Brown's 100% right. Ashley, what's your question?
Who fought the better champions? Spence or Triple G?
I mean, that's subjective, but if you want me to say Spence, I'll say Spence. If you
I don't want you to say nothing. I want your opinion. Who fought the better champions?
Answer this.
I'm gonna give it to Hit. Go ahead and answer that.
Truthfully, and this is truthfully, I think if you want me honestly, I'm gonna say Triple G, because here's the deal. Spence hear me out. Spence fought Kell Brook post Triple G fight, post orbital brum break, and
coming off a knockout loss and weight.
Hold up, Hit. He didn't break the same orbital. He broke the other side. He didn't break the same side.
No, he was coming off a knockout loss.
It don't matter. It don't matter. What the fuck he doing in the ring? Come on, hold up, man. He took the fight. So you want to hold that against him?
I can't even finish. No, I'm not holding it against it. I'm just giving you facts, but I can't even finish my point without you jumping down my fucking throat.
So who else the other champion? Name the other champion besides Lemieux.
Cook him, Hit.
Name the other champion that
seriously
Triple G beat besides Lemieux.
For fuck's sake. Forget. I'm pissed off. Go.
Oh no! You ain't pissed off because you know there is no other. There is no I'm pissed off.
That was a joke.
That's the body bag. Can I get that body bag? Can I get that body bag?
Actually, Knuckles, you better put some respect on Steve. On Steve Rolls, man.
Hold on. I got a question. Hit Kid. Who's fought the better champions? David Benavidez or Errol Spence?
Oh, Spence.
Spence?
Errol Spence.
What that got to do with what I asked? What that got to see? Listen, you only saying that because you know that.
Hold on, just answer the question.
No, you only ask that because you know that
who
makes.
Who cares why I'm asking it? Just answer the question.
Because we know why.
Champions?
Listen, we know why you said that though. That's the thing.
I'm asking you, who fought the better champions? I just want to know.
Triple G. I mean, who you? Hold on.
Errol Spence.
Errol Spence. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Errol Spence. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Errol Spence.
But
what you thought I was going to deny? You thought I was going to try to deny that? Now you answer the question.
You said that Caleb Glenn and Dookie Andre had better footwork than Bivol, so I thought that was crazy.
Listen, man, I answered your question, so you answer the question. Who fought the better champion, Spence or Triple G?
both were excellent fighters. Taking nothing away
There we
from either
go.
guy.
Dancing around the motherfucking bush. Here we go.
That's right.
Put on your motherfucking disc.
Nuke, you
Put on
are
your
tippy
fucking Michael
toeing, Nuke.
Jackson
Nuke, you
moonwalker.
tippy toeing like a motherfucker right now, Nuke.
I
You
mean,
know why
look.
he don't want to answer that?
I
Because
mean,
he
I
know
mean, look. I
because
mean,
we're
look,
look.
taking
he don't want to
Hey,
answer that because
Spence,
early
Spence,
in the
Spence,
show, hold up.
Let
He
me answer
listen,
that.
man. No,
Fuck it.
hold up. You don't want to answer that.
No,
Let
Well,
me
Ashley
answer
Knuckles is
Let me
shaking the
answer.
building right now. Ashley
You
Knuckles
don't
is
want to
shaking the
answer that.
building.
He don't
well,
want to answer
nah.
that. He
can I
don't want to answer
ask you a
that because he
question?
know earlier in the show he said that was
Are we
one of
talking?
he said
Wait,
Well, look.
he said
Well,
Triple G
look.
was
Hold
one
on.
of. Why
Well,
you
look.
trying to talk
Look.
over me,
Both
bro?
fighters. Look. Both fighters.
Actually, we
Both
talking about
fighters only
overall
conquered one
resume.
division. Both fighters only conquered
Oh,
one
here we
division,
go.
right?
Actually, are we talking overall
But hold
resume?
on. But hold on. But Spence, I think Spence did fight better champions. Triple G. I mean,
Thank you. That's all I want to
Triple
hear.
G got what? Ryota Murata, David Lemieux, all the other belts.
Achille Matata.
All the other belts were vacant. I mean, he did unify. But some more were vacant, bro.
Shevchenko.
Yeah, cause what's the name Unified? He ran through everybody who had the belt. He didn't have to he didn't have to get no email belt or nothing like that. He beat everybody.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt y'all, Nuke. I appreciate y'all about to be ready to pill out, man. I just
Good
remember
night,
this,
bro.
man.
So
I just remember this. 2 years
we
ago, Monty Brown, you kicked me off your panel and you told me you hope I lose my job. I'm the boss, bitch.
and
so
I done kicked your ass off the
if y'all
panel
want to use
again.
that terminology, then that means that Spence was a better fight than Triple G. Then
Oh
if y'all
no,
want to go by
Jabs.
that,
No
No,
way. I'm not saying
no,
that.
how is it not?
No, come on.
How is it
no.
not? How is it
Come
not?
on.
Wait a
How is
minute.
it not? 'Cause just like everybody say,
You're saying Spence was a better fighter than Triple G?
no, I said that was a better win. That was a better win for Crawford than Canelo beating Triple G. If you want to go by
Oh,
resume,
Well, hold
if you
on.
want to go
Pause.
by resume, I ain't talking
Have
about
everybody
skills.
pause for 1 second.
No, no, no,
For
no,
one
no.
I
second.
ain't talking about skills. I'm
I
talking
know.
about
But
resume.
hold on. Before we continue, before I read the comments, I just want to give Money Brown because that was kind of that Brim went off on a little tangent. I just feel it's
I
fair to
don't
give
think
Money
Brimro's
Brown
right.
to respond to that before I read any comments. Money, did you want to respond to what Brim said or?
Oh no! Look, he just a guy that I should just kick him up the ass all the time. Like he's trying to come out. You know when you go up against the king, you better not miss. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. So they come over there, they try to shoot their little shots, and every time you kick them up the ass, you kick them up the ass. It's just like a dog. You know what I mean? You kick them up the ass, keep coming
Hey,
back.
I
Yeah.
mean, well,
So
can somebody please refute what I'm saying? Can somebody
that's
show that
all.
I'm not right about that?
So let me touch on this, Nuke. Okay, so we saying about the resumes, right? Okay,
Yeah, the
we can talk
Spence and
about
Triple G
okay.
resume. Just the Spence
Oh,
and Triple G,
Jeez.
nobody else.
okay. All right, listen, we can talk about Spence. You know, Spence is my guy, right? With him 120%, right? So yes, we could say Spence fought the better champions. You can give him that, right? It don't take away from
Yep.
Triple G. Wait a minute, but it don't take away from Triple G.
I'm not
Being
taking away. I just
no,
say it's a better
Let him
win.
fucking talk, man.
bro. It don't take away from Triple G being a dominant champion as well. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Boom.
Spence dominated at the division, he fought the cats, but Triple G dominated at the middleweight division, and he reigned and did what he did to become a world champion as well. So now we saying that okay, Earl Spence is a better win for Terrence Crawford than Triple G is for Canelo Alvarez. It doesn't matter because Terrence Crawford got to see Triple G in September. So when he whoop his ass, that means just gonna have both of the guys up on his resume. So just give him all his just due that he's deserving. So
I mean,
Hey,
I mean,
money.
if you
Hold
want
on,
to,
money. Let me ask you a question. Money,
if you want to
let
be
me ask you a
real,
question. Let me,
yeah,
because man, money knows his shit, man. I've been following money for the longest. So, yeah, facts, what you said. But let me just ask this: who was more durable fighter, Triple G or Errol Spence?
you say more durable for us what?
More durable, as the harder fighter, more of a monster, a motherfucker that ain't never been rocked. I ain't never seen Triple G rocked.
Well, we saying Triple G just had that one punch like Earl Spence will break you down. He'll fight you, break you down. Triple G had that one punch knockout power that can
There we go.
just detonate your ass. You know what I'm saying? So I got to say Triple G was the more dangerous fighter. Going into the ring,
Yes,
Triple G
there
was
we
the
go.
more dangerous fighter.
just
Yeah.
because listen,
Well,
just
hold
I
on.
mean,
I would like to add one thing. To that. There was a point where Errol Spence looked just as durable as Triple G up into a point. And I don't want to bring up the car accident, but there was a point where those things changed.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
he was
thought
at the
Spence
way
he
too
was
long,
looking
but he
dangerous
looked at.
until he came to fight a
Hold on.
champion.
Just let me finish. He looked extremely durable and strong as well, to a certain point.
Yeah, but to add to that, Earl is my guy, and I rock with him heavy. Earl always had that break you down powder. Like, don't get me wrong, he knocked out Chris Algieri, he knocked out Linda Bundu, he caught him within, but like Triple G would hit your ass with one shot, and knock you smooth the fuck out. Earl will have
Yeah,
to
that
knock
was
you
back in the
down.
day, man. That was back in the day.
No, it's not saying back in the days. It's still like the facts are the facts. So like
4
let's
years
just be
ago,
realistic.
about 4 years
Yeah.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying on the rise. We talking about on the rise, bro. So I seen Triple G when he first came into the game. He whooped the Polish guy, knocked his ass smooth out. And Earl is my dude, so I roll all the way with him. So both of them was dangerous. That's why I say they both were dangerous fighters, things of that nature. So if Terrence Crawford beat him, if Terrence Crawford beat him, Canelo beat Triple G. Now when Canelo beat Terrence Crawford, it just shows that Canelo just he's beating these motherfuckers that's considered to be the top shotters.
I just can't wait for the choice. See,
After
you're talking about who was the tough. They both was tough fighters. I'm talking about resume. If you talking about resume, Triple G resume do not stand up to fucking Spencer's. We all know that. So let's stop dancing around the bush about who was the
Bro, did
hard
you not
fighter,
fucking hear what he
who was
said
this, who
earlier?
was that.
Wait a minute,
Yeah, I heard what he said earlier. That's why I'm
No,
telling
you
you.
didn't because you're
I
talking
heard what he said
bullshit now.
earlier.
Wait a minute,
The bottom line, listen, man. The bottom line is that's a better win for Bud than Triple G is for Canelo. That's what it is.
Just like Earl
No, it's
Spence
not.
resume is better than Terrence Crawford resume,
Okay,
right?
if y'all say so, but y'all know what time it is.
Wait a minute, just like Earl Spence resume is better than Terrence Crawford resume, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
When it come to champions, listen, I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
This is Bud chance right here to shine. Listen, man, everything that Canelo made, his fucking. Do you know his empire will come to a? Listen, y'all keep saying, oh, it's not gonna be nothing if Canelo loses. It's all good. We gonna give him his props. Nah, that shit is gonna fucking hurt, man. It's gonna hurt.
Bro, Canelo
It's gonna
won
hurt, man.
already. What's gonna hurt?
It's gonna hurt, man. It's not gonna be a lot of videos on YouTube, man. It's gonna be a lot of YouTube content creators. You ain't gonna see him. Not gonna see. It's not gonna be no showdown.
I like to just interject here.
Let me say this, Nuka. You can get it.
Yeah. Go ahead, buddy.
This what makes Canelo Alvarez so great, bro. This why Canelo is that motherfucker of this generation, right? Because they keep saying, oh, when he lose, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Canelo already lost twice, and he still will be the biggest name on these.
He ain't lose to no 140. He didn't lose to no natural 147 pounder. I know that.
He's moving up to 168 yet. We all think he's going to be the same fighter.
He didn't lose to no natural 147 pounder. That's all I know.
You still think he's going to be the same fighter at 168?
And y'all can't call him a 154 because he only had one fight there. He didn't have two, only one.
He's not going to lose.
And he was poor in that one fight.
Not going to lose.
Okay, so I got your word on that, Money Brown. I got your word on that because, like I said, I am a subscriber. Remember the name, Ashley Knuckles. You're gonna see my shit right in your comments.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in your comments. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Because we gonna take that bet, right? You said 200, right? You said 200, right? Exactly. Like I said, I'm gonna put it in your comments, bro. I'm put it in your comments.
Money up at another 100. Money up at another 100.
No, we bet 2-1. That was his one.
Yeah, look at Thirsty. Look at Thirsty. He want to join in the ring. Look at Thirsty. He want to join in the ring game.
I just want your money. I want to see if you're a man of your word. I want to see a man of your word.
What it is, you just want to sweat me. That's what it is.
Nah. I just want to take whatever little money you got left.
That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that come on here.
I just want to warn everybody about that.
There's a lot of people that come on here with their Benavidez opinion, and you just rob me for some reason. Like I'm just that guy.
Earl is my guy, Nuke, and I fuck with Earl heavy, right? But we talking about the resumes, this, that, and the third. They said, Earl, would you go up to fight Triple G at 160? Earl said, hell no.
That's his confidence. That wasn't Bud.
It ain't about the confidence. It just shows you how dominant.
Listen, Devin Haney daddy put the word in his ear. He was like, I think you could beat him. You need to fight him. And listen, of all people, he let Devin Haney daddy talk him into it. So if he go in here and whoop that ass, man, it's not going to look good. You know that. Money Brown, you know that, man. You might sit here and act stupid, but I know you're a smarter guy than this, bro. You can come on this show and talk all that crazy shit you want to.
What Bill Haney said to him, bro.
Listen, bro. Like I said, man, you can sit here and talk
like
now.
I said, bro.
To the fucking pros go.
Let money talk, dog.
It's not gonna look good.
Let's be realistic now. He beat Earl Spence and it blew his head up. Now, y'all want to talk shit? Y'all want to get realistic now? He beat Earl Spence and now it blew his head up, right?
Yep.
He go to 54.
He beat everybody before that.
Let him finish.
Man, shut the fuck up, bro.
Because everybody else before that didn't have his ass want to jump his ass in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Like I said, at 147, you go look it up out his own mouth. I'm not Superman. Who y'all think I am? Superman. So
Yep.
now you Superman. You going up to 60 days?
Yeah, you can change your mind. You can't have a change your mind.
All right. I'm happy you changed your mind now. So cats like y'all that feel good about him. This that y'all got all this confidence in him. This and that.
Change your
When he get
mind.
his ass beat. When he get his ass beat.
Listen,
y'all keep
man.
that same energy like my dude.
Listen, man.
Nah,
We
Keep
wouldn't
that
listen, man. If your
same
man, if your
energy.
man wasn't a
nah.
motherfucking
That
I
coward,
can't let
if
you
your
get away
man
with
wasn't
that.
a coward,
Nah,
if
hold
your
on.
man
Keep
wasn't a
the
coward,
same energy.
if your man wasn't a coward
He's about to bring
and
up
won
Benavidez.
200 million,
He's
if
about
your
to bring
man
up
wasn't a
Benavidez.
coward,
He's
He's
about
gonna
if
to
your
bring
bring
up
up
man,
David.
Benavidez.
you damn
Nah,
right.
hold
David in
on.
3,
Yeah, you
Nah.
damn
2,
right. Because we
1.
wouldn't
David.
have to worry about nothing about nobody running or none of
Okay,
that.
Nuke.
It would listen, because I don't heard that. I heard a lot of people on here talking about it's gonna be a lot of running, Bud gonna run.
Oh my
If
god.
he would have picked the fighter instead of wanting 200 million, it
What
wouldn't
does
be no running
Benavidez have
because
to
we
do with
already know.
this?
I
We
know.
What
already know
does
Benavidez would
Benavidez
be
have to
right there
do
in
with
front of him.
this?
He'd be right there in front of him to be knocked out. Like y'all say he'd knock him out, he would have been right there in front of him. It wouldn't have been no Turkey, give me a smaller ring. Remember when he said that? Turkey, give me a smaller ring. I bet you he wouldn't have said that if he'd have been fighting Benavidez. I bet you he wouldn't have said I want a smaller ring. Y'all know it, I know it, and everybody that's listening in the chat knows it.
Sure. Yeah, because your word is so valid. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know it. Come on, just
Nah.
be 100. Y'all know he wouldn't
Nah.
ask for
How
no
about you
smaller
be
ring
100?
if he
Actually,
was
because
fighting fucking
nah,
Benavidez.
bro, I
Stop
gotta,
fucking
bro, I gotta
you don't
point,
want
bro,
no
I gotta
problem with
point this out.
6'2" and no 18
Nah,
by 18 ring,
I got
man. Go
no,
ahead
no,
and
no,
stop
no,
lying
no,
to
nah,
yourself, man.
nah. I
Stop
gotta
smoking
point
crack,
this out,
man.
bro. I gotta
Look
point
here,
this
stop
out
the
because
prison
you're over
crack,
here.
man.
Nah, you're over
Stop
here
the
talking
prison
about,
crack.
oh, he can't change his mind. Oh, he can't change his mind.
Yeah,
Well,
he
can't
can't change.
Canelo?
Bud can't change his mind.
All right, can't
Yeah,
Canelo change his mind whether he want to kiss the ring with fucking Turkey or not? Like you put it,
yeah.
dumbass.
Listen, not
Then
when you're
shut
the
the
face.
fuck up because you've
Not when
been
you're the
talking shit
face.
about that for months.
Not when you're the face. I
Dumb
gotta answer
fuck.
your question. Not when you're the face. When you're the face, you're
Nah,
supposed to
bitch, what
defend
the
your crown.
fuck, man? See
When you
what,
the
man?
king
Shut
of the
the fuck up,
jungle,
bro.
you
You
should
adding stipulations
listen, man.
now.
Y'all
Man,
sit here
shut the
talk
hell
shit.
up.
Y'all talk shit about Tank not fighting nobody.
Yeah.
Your man didn't fight nobody in about 4 years. He been fighting a bunch of
No, hold
cans,
on.
man.
There's a
He been
difference. Hold
fighting
on, dumb
cans.
fuck. There's a
Berlanga,
difference.
fucking
There's a difference.
Haney.
Tank ain't fought
I can't even
nobody.
call him Haney no more. He's Haney. We gotta
No,
call him Haney Mungia. That's Haney
motherfucker.
Mungia.
Tank ain't fought nobody almost at the
Berlanga.
beginning of his fucking career.
Berlanga.
Pedraza was the last fucking opponent. Last
Yeah,
champion that he
listen,
fought
man.
was years
I'm
ago.
naming his
That is a
last
stupid
couple
ass
opponents.
comparison.
When the last time he had a fight? When was the last time he had a fight that you thought was competitive? That you thought he might lose, besides his Bud fight? You tell
None
me.
of these cats.
Tell me.
Man, this
What are you talking about?
I'm asking
Y'all
y'all.
only
Tell me
named
the
one
last fight
person.
that he had that y'all was worried. That y'all was like, you
Demetri
know what, man, he might
the
lose this
Bivol
fight.
fight. Demetri Bivol.
Man, stop playing. Everybody was not there.
What you mean
Everybody was
stop
calling
playing?
that a cherry
No,
pick gone wrong.
motherfuckers
Stop
who didn't
fucking
know
playing.
boxing.
Money Brown, stop,
Motherfuckers who
man.
didn't know. Wait a
Stop
minute,
it,
stop.
man.
Stop.
Money
Stop.
Brown.
Wait a
Just
minute,
because
stop.
you knew about,
No.
just because you knew about
People who
Bibble,
didn't know
don't mean
boxing.
everybody else knew about
Because
him.
we knew about Bivol and you did not.
Listen, man, I knew about him.
Hold on, Ashley.
No, you didn't, nigga.
I
No,
just
you
didn't
didn't.
think.
Shut
I
the
just
fuck
didn't
up.
think
No,
he
you
would
didn't.
be. I just didn't think he would beat Canelo. I thought Canelo was gonna beat him.
Ashley, hold on.
Yeah, because you stupid.
Hold on, Ashley. I remember when Canelo was fighting Dimitri Bivol, and I told everybody this is going to be one of his hardest fucking fights. Even though I
That's
was
you.
rocking,
You speaking for
let me
you.
finish, Ashley. Even though I was rocking with Canelo, I feel like this is going to be an extremely difficult fight for him. I think it's going to be very hard. And a lot of people were calling it a cherry pick because they were trying to dismiss it because if Canelo would have won, they were afraid of him getting even more credit. They didn't even know shit about Dimitri. Hold on. They didn't know shit about Dimitri Bivol. That's why they dismissed him as an opponent. But real boxing fans
Thank
knew.
you.
That's hold on.
That's what I said.
But that's just hold on, Ashley. Let me finish.
That's
But
not a
that's just
thank you.
like hold on, Ashley. That's just like you. You don't know shit about Dimitri Bivol. That's why you think Caleb
I
Plant and
knew
Andrade
enough about him.
footwork is better.
No, you
I
You
knew
don't
didn't.
enough
know
about him.
anything about
You didn't know
Bivol.
shit.
I knew enough about him.
No, you didn't. If you
Okay,
know,
look at
if you would have known about
Clavo,
it,
man.
you would have
Clavo,
known.
man. Just
No,
look
you
here,
would have known
man.
that Bivol
Look
has
here,
the
man.
style that he has a hard time with. He has that outside boxing style, and he's moving to a
So
higher
you
weight
picked him to
class.
win. So you picked him to beat Canelo. That's what you're
Yeah,
telling me.
yes, I did.
You
I
telling a
even said
fucking lie.
Canelo's not
Stop
going to be able to
lying.
pull this
Listen,
off.
man. Look
I
here.
doubt Canelo will be able
Look
to
here,
pull
man.
this
Look
off.
here,
Yes.
man. You got people that like you on the show. Don't come on here lying to the subscribers.
Bro, shut the fuck up. You want to talk about coming in here lying, dumbass? Really?
Don't come on here
You the
lying
last
to
one
the
to fucking
subscribers,
talk.
man. Stop lying to the subscribers, man.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
I always tell
You ain't nobody to talk
Hold
about
on, I got
lying
a
over
question
here.
for Clavo. Hold on 1 second, Ashley. Clavo, I want to make sure that Money Brown gets his money, because what happens is, Ashley Knuckles, when something doesn't go his way, he disappears for a period of time.
Oh, no, you know what he's going to do? He said, I don't have a Zelle. I don't have Cash App. I don't use that.
So tell me what fight I predicted why I disappeared.
Oh, when we talked about everything, you said that when David didn't activate his mandatory, you were going to show up and call him a duck, and you disappeared for weeks.
Nah, I came on the show. Remember you was talking all that
You
crazy shit.
disappeared.
Oh,
hold on.
you
disappeared, bro.
I didn't duck
No,
you,
hold
bro.
on. Actually, you
Stop.
disappeared for weeks, and then when you showed up, you refused to admit it.
First of all, man,
even Supreme cornered your ass. Supreme cornered your ass.
First of all, at that time, you talking a minute. That was like around the time when I first started coming on your show. First of all, I wasn't even subscribed to be getting to know when you was. I didn't subscribe to your shit until
What does
like
that have
maybe
to do with it,
about
nigga?
before. What I'm
For real,
saying
what the
is,
fuck?
I wasn't getting
But you gave me your
notices that.
word. It doesn't matter
What
if you
I'm saying
subscribe
is,
or not.
unless
Bro,
you
you see what he
subscribe,
does to try to get
listen,
out of
man.
his thing.
Unless
He
you
got to get a
subscribe,
little wiggle room in there, bro.
unless you subscribe to a
Yo,
person,
Money Brown,
or
you better make somebody hold the money, bro.
I'm gonna say this for people, for a person like Money Brown who know about YouTube, and a person like Nuke. When you're not subscribed to a person, or if you don't follow no other boxer channel, you're not gonna get that person popping up in your fucking in your feed and shit. So I wasn't getting none of his notifications.
Hold on. Here's
because
what's
I
funny
wasn't
about
getting
that.
none of your
Ashley Knuckles was on
notifications at the
here.
time.
Hold on. Ashley Knuckles was on here every week. Somehow he knew when I was live every week.
Yes.
Up until that shit happened and he
Listen,
disappeared.
man.
So for 3 or 4 weeks, he didn't get no
I'ma tell
fucking.
you
He
again.
had no idea
I'ma
what was
tell
going
you.
on.
I'ma
Nuke,
tell
on
you
top of that,
again.
hold on. Nuke, on top of that, I don't think he's surprised to ring IQ, but he's always in the fucking chat and on his comments.
I'm gonna tell you again. I'm gonna tell
Dumb
you again.
fuck.
I'm gonna tell you again. And like I said, maybe it flew over your head. Sometimes you get notifications. You don't get a notification every time from every fucking person you subscribe to. So
Yeah,
if
you do.
y'all gonna sit here and tell that lie,
Yeah, you do.
if y'all gonna sit here and tell that lie, then y'all definitely lying.
If you're subscribed and you hit that bell button, yes, you fucking
Bruh.
will.
So hold up. So you're telling me?
So, you don't know how
you never
YouTube
was
runs?
subscribed? Hold up. So you're telling me you was never subscribed to a person on YouTube and you didn't get? You got every notification. It was the time you never got a notification. That's what you telling me.
If I hit the bell, if I hit that bell, I'll get the notification.
That's why I don't like fucking with y'all prison ass niggas, bro.
Bro, you stupid as fuck, bro. This
you come
motherfucker
home
argue with the fact
jailhouse-
if you hit that
you come
bell
home with that
icon, you're
jailhouse
gonna get the
bullshit, bruh.
notifications.
Bro, you come home with that jailhouse bullshit. You ain't even been free
Man,
enough
shut
to
the
know
fuck
that
up,
much
bitch.
about YouTube.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Man,
How
look,
long
I don't
you
really
been
like
home?
talking to racist
Clavo,
little
how
bitches
long
like
you been
you,
home,
but
Clavo?
I'll entertain you for a little bit.
Clavo, how long you been
Little
home?
dumb fuck.
How long you been home, Clavo? Can
Why
you
does
answer
that
the
matter?
question?
Why does
I'm
that
gonna let
matter?
you know. I'm gonna tell you why it matters. Once you give
I
me
was
how
home long
you
enough
been
for your
home,
mom to come through so I could
I
smack
know
that
and all
ass.
that. So yep. So once you give the number, man. I already told you. I done tricked off on your mom's and sister.
Sure.
I done told you
Hey,
that.
man, good luck with that. Have
I
at it,
done
man. She's
told you
70,
that,
bro.
man. You
Have
just
at
trying to
it.
follow in my footsteps right now. So can you please tell us subscribers and those in the chat and on the panel how long you been free, man? I'm gonna prove my point.
Why do you need to know
why
that?
you just be talking out your ass, man?
Why
So
do you
can
need
you
to
just
know
answer
that?
the question? Because I'm gonna let you know. Because I told you,
I'm
y'all
already
jail
good.
ass.
I'm
I'm telling
rehabilitated.
you why.
I'm good.
Because
I
y'all
don't do
jail
no more
ass
dumb
niggas
shit.
come home.
I don't
If y'all
follow the
jail
old
ass niggas
lifestyle that
come
I had,
home,
bro. I was in
I'm
wrong ways. I
explaining
was on the
you. I'm
wrong path.
explaining you because it probably
So
flew
I'm
over
good
your head.
now. So
It
that part
probably
doesn't
flew
even
over your
fucking
head.
matter.
Is you still on parole, bro? You
No, bro,
might still
that's
be
been
on.
over.
You
No,
might
that's been
still be
over,
on
bro.
papers. Yeah, you on papers.
That's
You
been
on
over
papers.
already.
You
I
on
knew you
papers.
was
You
trying
know
to
why
get
I
somewhere
know?
stupid,
I'm
bro.
gonna tell
Bro,
you
you
why I
trying
know
to
it's
make a
been
stupid ass
Hold
point,
on,
man?
hold
Shut
on,
the fuck up,
Hold on, Ashley. We're gonna squash that. Let me finish these comments real quick, man.
dumbass.
JMA says for Ashley, if Canelo lost to Triple G because he was being defensive, then tell me why you think it is Landy Lauder won.
I mean, arguably he won
Dumbass.
the fight. That fight wasn't decisive. People say
That's a
he won
body
the fight.
bag. That's a
That's the
body
People
body
say
bag.
he
bag.
won the
Yeah.
fight. People say
Jump
Lara
your
won the
ass in
fight.
there. Get your ass in there.
Just like they say Triple G won the first fight.
Nuke
Y'all
is
can't say they
picking out.
didn't.
Stuff that bitch back
Y'all
in.
can't say they didn't. Y'all can't say Canelo won that fight convincingly.
Salute to that guy.
I've always said on this channel Triple G won that first fight against Canelo.
That guy said keep it up.
It was speculation.
Hold on. Let me keep going. The Mexican, salute to that guy. The Mexican Killer 69 says, real question, Ashley Knuckles, how many times have you played with yourself while playing with David on Undisputed video games?
All the time. You know what? And that reminds me, bro. I actually just purchased the Mexican Monster package, bro. I got David Benavidez as a character.
Can I answer the man's question about just as many times he sat there and played with himself playing with Canelo on the game? So we about even. We about even.
No, I know David out with someone
give
his
or take
level.
5 or 6. We might be even. Give or take 5 or 6.
Oh
yeah.
man! Hold on.
I know David out with someone his level.
And Danny Boy DCS says Ashley has some limited limited intelligence in boxing.
Yeah, like I say, don't nobody never refute nothing I
Limited? Nah,
say.
you being too generous,
Don't
bro.
nobody never refute what I say.
Danny
No,
Boy
listen,
is
For
super
me to
generous.
not to have no
Hold on.
knowledge, I be
Hold on.
calling the shit out. Don't nobody never say nothing.
JMA says ashy dickhead shaped soap.
No doubt, all that. But like I said, y'all do all that laughing now. Y'all think? Listen, y'all doing all
Y'all,
of
y'all,
laughing now.
y'all,
It's gonna be a
Hold
whole,
on,
like I
Ashley,
said,
fuck
man.
it.
It's
Let me
gonna
ask
be
you a
real
direct question.
quiet on the
Do you,
13th. I
Ashley
can't wait.
Knuckles, the night of the fight, let's say
Can't wait.
Canelo Alvarez loses to Bud Crawford. Fuck it, let's say he gets knocked out.
Right.
Do you think I'm gonna go live?
Yeah, you might go live, but
And
like
who
I
do you
said,
think is gonna be on the panel?
you're gonna go live. But I told you, it's gonna be a whole lot of goalpost moving, and a lot of excuses. I told
Am
you
I
that.
gonna get up
Yeah,
here
you
and
gonna
make
go live.
excuses?
Yeah, you is. Of course you
And
are.
what about Clavo and Hit Kid and Edgar and Money and everybody else?
Listen, man, your whole your whole band of merry men is gonna have a fucking excuse. I already know
nah,
that.
you stupid. I'm not like you,
Yo,
fam.
listen,
Nah.
man. Listen, man.
I'm let the best man win.
All your
If
bridesmaids is gonna
Crawford
have
beats
excuses.
Canelo, I'll be on here to
Nuke,
give Crawford full
Nuke,
credit.
I was trying to tell you this earlier, but you the only dude, right, that come on here and you know this. You got the illest motherfucking Jedi mind trick. You come on here and say anything and they believe you. You say and you be knowing, you know this. Nuke, stop playing, man. You know you be playing the
People disagree
psychological
with me
game.
all the time, Ashley.
Yeah, and you know what? Those are the ones that's smart. But these feeble-minded ones, those are the ones who agree with you.
Well, everybody on the hold on. I have videos where Edgar,
feeble-minded. The ones who
I just
agree
want
with
to
that
say
dumb
this,
shit
Ashley.
you be saying,
Hold on,
feeble-minded.
Ashley. I got videos where Edgar Moreno has disagreed with me on 3 or 4. He say, "Sorry, Nuke, I can't rock with this. I don't agree with this."
He was, like I said, he was the smart one.
Hold on. I got many where his kids say, "Nope, can't fuck with this. Don't rock with this."
Listen, man.
I got many where
I didn't
Clavo
call.
say, "Nah, I
I'm not
can't co-sign
calling. I'm
that
not
shit."
calling Hit dumb. I'm not calling Hit dumb. I'm not
Hit,
calling
Clavo,
Hit
and
dumb.
Edgar. So none of them are dumb, right?
Clavo, what? Clavo, man, he the dumbest one on the. He the
Man,
dumbest one
fucking
on the
Ash is the
fucking camera.
stupidest
What you
one on
talking
this
about?
motherfucker, the weakest
Come
link.
on, man. Listen, man. The man didn't graduate high school,
Man,
man.
this is the idiot talking about
He
Davis
didn't
got
graduate high
unorthodox
school.
style.
He don't got a
Davis got
GED.
unorthodox
He
style.
don't got a GED.
Dumbass.
He don't got a trade. But I
But
bet you he
but
know.
I'm the stupid one.
Listen,
But I'm
but I
the
bet
stupid
you.
one.
Listen, man.
David
He
got
don't got a.
unorthodox style, but I'm the stupid
Listen,
one.
man,
Shut the
he
fuck
don't
up,
got
bitch.
he don't got a high school diploma. He don't got a GED, but I bet you he know how to sharpen a motherfucking toothbrush though. Bet that. Bet he know how to put a lock in the sock and go upside a motherfucking head. Bet he know
Yeah,
how to heat up.
I stick it in your ass after that.
I bet you know how to boil some water and put some motherfucking baby oil, that Diddy oil in it. Bet
Nah,
that.
what we did. Nah,
Hold on, let me finish these comments, Ashley.
Nah, what we did was we pissed on motherfuckers like you, bro. I'll actually heat up the piss and throw it at your ass.
Let me finish these comments. Let me finish these comments. Bernice, the one that loves Hit Kid, Bernice Mendez says, "My prediction is if Canelo Alvarez wins against Terrence Crawford, in a few days, Canelo will suspiciously test positive for PEDs. Crawford is still sponsored by Bud."
Man, the Juice Crew, man. I don't listen, man. They done drug test Bud. Why they ain't say nothing about drug testing Canelo yet? And what's going on, man?
They both been drug tested.
Why we didn't hear nothing about Canelo's results? We done heard about Bud. Why we ain't hear nothing about Canelo's yet?
Canelo's extremely drug tested all the time.
He's the fucking most tested
Bud's
fighter.
been tested for this fight. Bud's been tested for this fight.
And
Why
what makes you think Canelo hasn't?
yet? Why he haven't been
Canelo's
tested
not
yet?
going to announce every little thing.
No, Bud didn't announce it. They announced it for Bud. Bud didn't announce nothing.
Who announced it for Bud?
Bud just told that he's been drug tested. That's what he said. He was
So
like, I was
Canelo
drug
is
tested.
in a contract. You got both guys getting drug tested at the same time.
How do we know? We don't know. They told Bud's. They said Bud's results. Bud didn't put that out. So why we can't hear Canelo's results?
Hold on. Let me go to Edgar. Edgar, did you see Bernice's statement where she believes that if Canelo wins, he'll mysteriously test positive for PEDs later on? Do you believe something like that fishy could happen?
I wouldn't.
Fuck. I mean, I don't think so. But is it a possibility because of Victor Conti being in the mix? Yes, but I don't believe so because I think at this stage of the game, Canelo and his team, or I guess his nutrition, like his diet plan. I think he's got it down to where that shouldn't happen to him again.
Bro, didn't Canelo fucking sign an all year round testing with VADA?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. And
so that means it's highly likely that he's undergoing drug testing for the fucking fight.
Nah, man, we didn't hear no results.
Shut the fuck up, Ashley.
Hold on. Let me finish the comments real quick. Let me finish. Iron Giant. Salute to you, Iron Giant. He says, Nuke, please stop bringing this mental unstable people on the panel. My brother is a doctor in a mental institution, and we will be happy to take Ashy Knuckles in.
That shit, yo, that was the funniest joke I heard since motherfucking Cat Williams. That for you to laugh that hard, boy, I know you me riding. I know you me
Yeah,
riding.
okay. Just because somebody thought some shit's funny, they me riding.
Listen,
Okay,
man,
sure.
that joke wasn't even half as funny as it wasn't even half as funny the way you chuckled that shit out just now.
Yeah, because it was
So
funny.
so I already know
Well,
you dick riding. So I already know you dick riding.
It was hilarious.
You dick riding, bro.
It says the biggest
Listen,
David me
man, y'all,
rider.
listen, man. I would have thought Cat Williams said that joke just now. The way you laugh,
Because the joke was hilarious, and it's true.
And it's true. That's
You
the
didn't-
funniest part of it all. It's true. That's the funniest part of the whole thing. That is true.
y'all supposed to make me look bad. So that was gonna make me
Hold
look
on, we
bad.
got another one. Hold on, we got a few more. We got a few more. We got a few more. Danny Boy says, "I'll take a 200 bet as well." Ashley, are you in?
Nah. The way his banking account works, he can only do this and that. You know.
So Ashley, are you going to take the bet or not from
Give me
Danny
a
Boy?
second. I'm in my garage. Like I said, give me a second. I'm in my garage trying to light my motherfucking blunt up. Give me one.
Okay, Ashley Knuckles said he's on a fixed income and he can't take too many bets.
Shit, I'll take a $200 bet if he wants to place another one.
Bro, I can't believe.
What is Ashley trying to do to like that motherfucker? If you rubbing two sticks together?
You said who won a $200 bet now?
Danny Boy in the comments saying, "I'll take a $200 bet with you right now, Ashley."
First of all, who is Danny Boy? I don't even know these guys. You think I'm just gonna be?
I'll take another $200 bet if you want to do it.
Listen, man, I don't tell you.
Okay, Edgar will do it with you if you don't want to take Danny Boy's offer.
Yeah, man, you can bet 200. I'm not gonna bet you 500, but yeah, I bet you 200.
All right, bet 200 it is.
No problem.
But why can't it be 5 again?
Listen, man.
Wait a minute. You own your own business,
Listen,
right?
man,
Make
do
it
you
5.
have- Yes, I do.
You got your own business.
He graduated high school.
Yeah. You graduated junior high. Make it 5.
Hey, Mr.
You got
G,
your own business. You trying to get us to work for you.
Mr. No Education.
You were over there trying to recruit people. So what's up? 5. Make that shit 5.
He can't cover, Glavo.
Listen, no education. Unlike you, I'm betting more than one person. You're not
Man,
betting. You don't have
the only
no
thing,
money.
bro.
You
The only
don't-
thing
you
that
don't
you got
even have
asked is
a
your
job.
fucking brain.
Listen, man, you
Hold
don't
on.
get
Let me
paid
finish.
all
I only got
that
3 more questions and then we can have at it. JMA
You
said
getting minimum
Ashley Knuckles
wage,
got
man.
dropped as a baby.
Instead of you talking shit, you should be sucking my dick so I could give you a job. Jailbird. That's
What the fuck?
Yeah, you need to be sucking me. You need to be
Whoa.
sucking up to me.
No, ma'am.
You need to be sucking
No,
up
ma'am.
to
I'm
me.
good.
You need
No
to be
good.
sucking up to El Negra,
Nah.
and I'll give you a job. I done
Nah,
told you.
I think I get more bread than you, fam. I think I get more bread than you,
I'm
fam.
your mother's favorite El Negra. I done told you that. I would give you a
Sure.
job,
Whatever
my
makes you
nigga.
feel good.
I would
Sure.
give you a job.
Bro, take that $500 bet. If you really got that job, that
Listen,
fucking
man.
business like you got to
Listen,
take that
you bet me
500.
5. You
Take
bet me
that
5.
500.
You bet me 5. That's what I
Bet
bet you. You
him,
bet me 5.
Glavo. I'll cover.
You bet
Bet
me
him,
5,
Glavo. I'll
Glavo.
cover.
Bitch, I'm
Do
not
it,
the one trying to
Glavo.
bet.
You
It's
bet me
Edgar.
5.
Edgar's trying
You
to take
bet
a
me 5,
$500
you
bet,
dope
bitch.
ass nigga.
Take
You
the
trying
bet,
to get
Glavo.
another
Take
nigga
the
in
bet.
the business. You don't even
I'm
got
not
it.
talking about betting, dumb fuck. Don't try to point at me. Edgar's trying to
Won't
bet you,
bet me?
bitch.
No, won't you bet me? You
Take
bet
it,
me
For what?
Glavo.
500.
Take
I
it.
bet
You ain't
you
gonna
Take
fucking
500.
it.
pay.
How
You gonna
about
bust
that?
the I ain't got no zero. I
How
don't know how
about
to
that?
use
So
Cash
can you
App.
bet me?
I
So
don't
won't
know.
you
I'm
bet me?
too old.
Listen, man, won't
I'm
you
on
bet me right
Medicare.
now?
Shut your bitch ass up.
Hold on. I got 2 more. Skirmer Gert says this fight is going to look like the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Crawford is going to look good for the first half, and Canelo's going to stop in late. And you know who said this? Hit Kid. Hit Kid
That's
said
exactly
something
what
similar.
I said. That is exactly the type of fight I'm calling. Like, here's the thing. I think Bud Crawford is an excellent fighter. I'm not taking anything away from Bud Crawford. But to go to 168 when you look poor in your fight at 154, I think is crazy. Because he did look... I don't care what anyone tells me. Unless you're a Bud nut lover, you can't tell me that Bud Crawford looked good in that fight against Madrimov.
You can't tell me Canelo look good in that fight against motherfucking Skull.
Who the fuck
What
said
are you
he did,
talking
dumb
about,
fuck?
man?
Hey, I'm
Both
not
of them
saying
didn't look good.
Nobody said he
Both
did.
of them didn't look good, man. Both of them didn't look good. But if
It's
you
gonna
want to be, but if you want to
If
be
you want,
honest,
he's going to
but if
interrupt
you
me,
want
you
to, if you want to be honest,
I
if you
came
want
on
to be
here
honest,
saying it was a poor performance from Canelo, but Skull ran all fight, you dumb fuck!
it don't. So he could have
Damn.
caught
Get
him.
his ass. Bend his
Why he
ass
didn't
over,
catch
Hit
him?
Kid.
Why he
Hit his
didn't
ass,
catch him?
Hit Kid.
What about when he wasn't
him
running?
hit.
What about when he was on the rope?
You stupid fucking retarded!
What about when he was on the rope,
Oh,
Cook?
shit.
What about when all
Oh
that? Listen,
man.
man, all that yelling and cussing ain't gonna make you right, bro. So besides the
It
running,
doesn't
when
have
he was
to.
up against the
It
ropes,
doesn't have to.
listen,
He's
man, when
speaking
he was up
facts.
against Hitman, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the uneducated guy.
I don't give a fuck,
Hey,
Hitch.
hey, yo, Hit. When he had him up against the ropes, why he just didn't get him the fuck up out of there? Why he didn't trap him
Body
off like
shots
he
and then
did?
Skull
Hold
started
up, man.
running
Why
again.
he
And it
didn't
was
trap
right near
him
the end
off?
of the round.
Why he didn't trap him off like he did
He's
Caleb Plant?
no fight. Come on,
Why he
actually.
didn't cut off the ring like he did Caleb
Because
Plant?
Caleb Plant fucking went
Ain't
inside the
nobody
kill
talking
box,
to
you
you,
idiot.
jailbird.
Fucking William Toe was fucking running the
I'm
whole
talking to
time, you
Hit,
idiot.
To
jailbird.
win a fight.
Shut your
Say that
racist
again.
bitch ass up, Ashley.
Hit, I can't hear you. I can't hear you over the jailbird. He chirping too loud.
Trying to win a fight.
Slow down, start over. The jailbird was talking over
Shut
you.
your
Oh my
bitch ass
god. Oh
up.
my god.
Shut your
Caleb
racist bitch ass up.
Trying to win a fight against Canelo Alvarez. He won the opening couple of rounds to kill Plant back during that undisputed title fight with Canelo. Problem is, Canelo's body shots got to him because Caleb stayed in the pocket, and then Canelo took Caleb Plant out. With Skull from round one, Ashy, he got on his bike and he ran for his life. And when Canelo peppered him with a few body shots in round 8, when he had him hurt, Skull once again fully backed off. He weren't even boxing off the back foot. He was running.
Who looked it better in their last fight? Who looked it better in their last fight? Crawford or fucking Canelo?
I was running.
Who looked it better? Who looked it better in their last fight?
Who looked better in the last fight? Canelo
Who
still.
looked it better,
Because
man?
here's the deal. Canelo still. You want to know why Canelo looked better? Because he still clearly won the fight, did Canelo? There was no controversy with Canelo's fight over Skull.
When the man had the lowest punch output in how long?
Because
When he
many
had the
people-
lowest output, when he had the lowest punch output in how long?
You're missing the fact.
No, I'm not missing no fact.
Yeah, you are, bitch. Shut the fuck up and listen and you'll hear it.
I'm not missing the
Here's the
fact.
deal. Here's the deal. Many people have Madrimov winning the fucking fight over Bud Crawford. That is a body bag. Thank you very much.
Yes, body bag. Fucking body bag.
How was it when
That's a
everybody
fucking
had
body bag.
Hold up. But it wasn't that when everybody had Triple G beating Canelo?
That's
it wasn't
years
that then?
ago. That's
It don't matter.
He
It
got to
don't
bring
matter.
something.
It don't fucking matter how
He
long
got to
ago
go back
it
to
was.
2018.
Who won the fight?
So here's
Who won the fight?
Here's the thing.
Who won the fucking fight? Who won the fight? Did Madrimov win or did Crawford win?
Shut the fuck up and let him finish.
Did Madrimov win or did Crawford?
Crawford won, but it was controversial.
Who won the fucking fight?
Crawford won controversial. Many people thought it was
How was it controversial? What was the score? What was the score? Can you tell me the score on the 3 cards? Can you tell me the score on the 3 cards?
One second. Let me finish these comments. Let me finish the comments before we get into this conversation. Let me finish the comments. Mike Trade says Triple G was a monster, crazy power, iron chin, better jab, better at cutting off the ring. He literally did everything better than Errol Spence and was 100 times stronger than him as well.
Dumbass. Like I said,
this is what's crazy.
That's a body bag right there, Mike Trey.
That's a body bag, Mike.
That's a body bag.
Salute to Mike Trey.
Trying to be rude. Luke,
go ahead, Hit.
I have always come on this channel, and what have I always said about the Canelo Golovkin trilogy? I have always said Golovkin got robbed.
He lost the first one.
Yep.
He lost the first one. I have always kept that energy. I thought Golovkin won the second one, but it was no robbery because it was a close fight. I could see a draw, I could see a Canelo win. I have always kept this same energy. Canelo won the third fight, no doubt about it. The thing with the Bud Crawford fight against Madrimov was the exact same as the Canelo Golovkin fight in the second fight. That was a way too close a fight.
What about the first one?
Hold on, wait a minute, kid. You say you felt like the first fight was clearer than the second fight? I thought the first fight was a little closer. I thought Canelo.
Yes, I agree. I actually agree with Money.
What you guys actually thought the first fight was closer than the second fight?
Yeah, Canelo won.
Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. You see how he got on here with talking so fucking loud like he was right? And everybody had to disagree with your dumbass. You see, that's why I told y'all dumbass motherfucker.
Let me be clear.
Shut the fuck up, Ashley. You don't even know what the fuck you mean.
It's straight dumb,
Just
man.
to
Just dumb for no
answer
reason
Money,
at all.
I thought Golovkin clearly won the first fight. I thought the second fight that Golovkin won it by round, but I could score that second fight for Canelo Alvarez. Okay, I'm not even
bro.
arguing that.
I saw the change, bro. I saw the change with Canelo, bro. He actually made the improvements, and he actually had more effective aggression in the second fight as well.
Remember, he always right, man. What y'all talking about? Y'all can't go against what he said. He always right.
Remember, Canelo was the underdog in both of them fights too. He was the underdog.
That's true. That's a good point, Money.
No,
Hey
it was
kid,
the underdog.
hey kid, remember the second fight was the fight where fucking Abel Sanchez and Triple G were like, oh, well, he didn't engage us in the first fight, blah 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 blah.
Exactly.
He needs
didn't
to engage
engage
us.
him.
So Canelo went in there and said,
And
all
he,
right, you want me to beat the shit out of you, and he beat the shit out of him.
yep.
Guys,
He engaged a lot more.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just telling you how I saw the fights, okay? I'm not going to go back on what I saw the fights and what I scored them back in the day.
No, your pick is your pick.
Please understand that. I'm not arguing with you. I can see why Canelo won the second fight, okay? I'm not arguing over the second fight and how it was scored at all. That was no robbery whatsoever. The first fight, I thought Golovkin won that fight clean. I'm sorry. I thought Canelo got a robbery of a draw that night.
Yeah, hey, you know what, hey kid, you know what? My apologies. The only reason why we're here is because of fucking dumbass Ashy. That's what we're fucking talking about.
This is the thing.
Yep,
Fucking
dumbass.
this fucking
But like I
right
said,
here, bro.
to the dude, listen, man.
There is no way in hell when we had boxing pundits coming out who were saying that Terence Crawford and Madrimov was a lot closer. Some boxing pundits scored it for fucking Madrimov. True or false?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
What's the comparison? So for him to say, and this is what was crazy, that Crawford had a better performance in a controversial fight.
He was the one coming up. He was the one coming up to 154. What the fuck is you talking about? He was the one coming up. He was the one coming up to fight the bigger man.
Let me finish. Here's the deal. You
Fight
cannot
the
say
bigger man?
Crawford is a fucking better performance in that fight against Madrimov when Canelo had a unanimous
Hold up. Let me just say something before y'all say I'm ducking the smoke. My battery might about to die, so I'm gonna stay on it till it die. If it die, just send the link again, and I'm gonna hop back on when I put my charge in. I'm outside smoking my L right now. My kids is in the house. My kids is in the house. I don't smoke weed in front of my kids. I smoke outside. So if my phone go dead, I'm gonna go in the house, plug it up, and I'm gonna hit the chat and drop the link, and I'll pop back in.
Yeah. Your brain is Ashy. They ain't nothing
Like
Ashy
I
about
said,
your knuckles.
Money Brown. Before my what's the name pop off, I'm gonna go to one of your pages, man. And your last video, I'm gonna go to the comments and I'm gonna put my email and my motherfucking my cash app in there. That way we can make the bet when the time comes.
Yeah, now the bet is made, my brother.
You said the bet is what?
Yeah, how about the bet? I thought the bet was made. Yeah, it was agreed to.
The bet is made. Mine too.
Mine too. I'm telling you, bro. See, that's typical energy right there, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
I just said I'm gonna go to the man comments and drop my cash app and my email in his comments.
Okay. I'm just saying, we locked in.
Yeah.
Put it in the comment. Put it in the comment section right now, because I need that shit too.
Oh man,
you ain't betting shit, man. You just talking games.
Yeah, right. You're the one backing out now. You're the one backing out now.
Agree with him, Ashy?
No, I'm just not dropping my shit in this comment. That's all. I got too many.
We're the only ones looking at it, you moron.
Listen, man, why? So I can have some off-brand motherfuckers hitting my goddamn email talking dumb shit. I don't want to hear all that. I don't have.
He's backing out from the bet.
So wait a minute. Because of that, you're not gonna take a bet.
Listen, man. Only thing you got.
All you gotta do is ignore them.
If that's the case, put your email in. Listen, man, I don't want my fucking phone chiming off about because I gotta have my notifications on. I run a business.
All right, listen, Ashy, you
can't run no business, bitch.
Ashy, you bet the 200, right? You bet the 200 with me, right?
I bet.
Okay, all right.
I told Pablo to bet me the 5. He don't want to talk, but he don't want to put no money. Pablo, do you want to bet 200 too? I bet you.
Again, it was Edgar trying to bet you, not me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know you don't, because you just running your fucking dick suckers. That's all you.
Nah, bitch, you're the one that's fucking trying to do the 500, motherfucker. You trying to get away from it, and now you trying to get away from the 2. Now you trying to get away from the 200, bitch.
Listen, man. I'll go down to what you can afford. I bet you $10. That's cool with you. That's cool with you.
I gamble with my life, never my money, bitch.
Yeah, well, you that gangster. You gamble.
Shut
your
life,
money,
bitch.
I forgot you was in prison. Yeah, you do shit like
Yo,
that.
money. After fight night comes,
sure. What is that supposed to mean, Ashley? What does that mean? Dumb fuck. What does that mean?
Listen, man. My bad.
Listen, man.
I don't want no smoke, man. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke, man. You got
money, just collect 400, and then you give me 2.
That's what you could do right now. Just put it in a private chat.
I got you.
Ashy Knuckles, you could just put it in a private chat and you good, because only everybody on the panel is the only one that can see.
Why don't he put his email in there, and I'll just hit his email. That's all he got to do.
Listen, Ashy, listen, I'm gonna simplify it for you, Ashy. I'm gonna simplify it for you. After fight night, at midnight, you're gonna send Money Brown 400, so he'll send me my 200. All right?
Either way, however you want to do it.
Yeah,
it don't matter. It don't matter. Either way, however you want to do it.
All right. So it's on record. It's
So we
on
locked in,
record. You're
right?
gonna it's on record.
Okay,
You're gonna
say
send
less.
Money
Now,
Brown
Luke, you heard this,
200,
right? So
400.
when I win, I don't want to hear no shit about, oh, you ain't getting shit, because if you do, you just ass better. I'm just
Nah,
letting you
nah,
know
nah,
that.
nah,
As
nah, nah.
better.
That's
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. We gonna find out. We gonna find out on the 13th. I
And
know
so
that.
if they hit Terrence Crawford with and new by the time you
Listen,
rate
man.
10, that 200
Listen
gonna
here,
be in there.
Quavo. Listen, man. I done gave you a tour of little,
You ain't
just
give
a
me
little
shit,
bit of the
bitch.
toys.
Man, take the
Just
dick
just
out
a
your mouth.
little
Talk to
bit
me
of
right.
toys.
Take the
Just a
dick out your
couple of
mouth.
little
Talk to me
toys
right.
I
You
got,
stuttering
man.
too much, bruh.
Look here, bro. I don't
Look
work
here,
too hard.
bruh.
I work too hard in my life to live like you,
No,
man.
you
I done
don't.
told you that,
No,
man.
you
I live
don't.
good. Trust me, bro. I live
What's that?
good,
What
man.
the fuck that got to do
I
with me,
live good,
bitch?
man.
What's that
What it
got to
have
do
to
with
do with
me?
you? That you don't got shit. That's what it have to do with you. You got nothing.
Okay,
Only thing you got
sure,
is this. Only thing you got is this channel right here to come to run your mouth. That's all you got.
sure.
You
Okay,
ain't got no
yeah.
money. You have a job?
Hey,
Do you
hold
have
on,
a job?
Yes,
the only
actually.
thing,
Where you
hold on,
working
Go
I
at
ahead,
think
Nuke.
this is,
McDonald's? Where you working at
money,
McDonald's? Because prison
hold on,
niggas
I
ain't
gotta
working
tell
at no
Money
good
Brown
job.
something. I gotta tell
Not
Money
with no
Brown something.
record.
What up,
I gotta
ID?
tell Money Brown something. I don't think Money's aware of this, but all of us are still supposed to go to Las Vegas or somewhere, and maybe we'll figure that out for the Benavidez fight or something and meet up. This
Hey yo,
energy money is I wonder if this energy still gonna be there when everybody see each other face to face.
hey, let me.
Nah,
Hey, and
we
quick,
I'm about
got
to
quick
drop off.
question.
I'm
Yep.
about to drop off.
Quick
I'm about
question.
to drop off so I could go plug my phone up. I
Man,
will
go
be in the
drop your
chat.
nuts, bitch.
I
Quick
will be in
question.
the chat.
Yes, Head.
I don't know if it was
if we all
mentioned at
meet
the
up in
start because
Vegas, bro.
I only came in this live halfway through,
If we all
so I
meet up
don't
in
know. I
Vegas,
don't know if
bro,
this
we ain't getting
subject
on no
was brought up.
bullshit.
And trust me, I know we all need to get off. Thoughts on the Haney Norman fight?
Yes, everybody gave. We need yours, Hit. We need yours.
I like the fight a lot. I've got to be honest. For Brian Norman Jr., it's the biggest name of his career who he's fighting. For Devin Haney, I hope he comes to fight and doesn't run, because the thing is, Norman definitely has a power advantage. But if Haney wins, as long as he wins without, fully doing a running job, as long as he doesn't fight like he fought against Ramirez, if Haney wins, we would actually gain some respect back for Haney. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
I
I
think I'm
agree.
totally fair with that.
And I want
Yeah.
to support Devin Haney. I want to support Brian Norman. I think they're both good young fighters. I just want to see him give the fans the best show possible.
Give us, if it's a good fight, whoever wins will get a lot of. And by the way, credit, because I actually think for Haney, this is his first fight at 147 to go in there against Norman, who just scored a brutal knockout.
Right.
I will actually give Haney credit for taking the Norman fight. Okay. Because
And
you would
can
think,
Norman prove to the world that he's not one dimensional? He can cut off the ring and
yeah,
he can put the
I think it's
smack
credit
down
to
on
both.
somebody.
I think it's credit to both men, because if Norman wins, you're beating a guy who has been on pound for pound lists. Even though we may not agree with that, Haney has been on pound for pound. We can't lie. And if Haney wins, what does that make him now? Freeweight world champion.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. 3-weight. Yeah.
Like
But
I love the fight. I think he'll be a great. I'm hoping for it. I love the fight on paper. I just hope on the night we watch it, it's a great fight.
And who wins Tank Roach? The
Roach.
rematch.
Roach. I'm not picking Tank. Listen.
Better
In me
hunter,
mind,
kid.
here's
Better
the
hunter.
deal. I'm a bit of a hater. I'm a hater of Tank.
Hold on, Money. You said you want to bet?
Yep, I bet a
Hit.
Who want to bet?
Hit. You wanted to bet?
No, I'm not betting. Sorry.
Clavo, Edgar, solid. Anybody want to bet on that Roach Tank too?
Wait, Money, wait. Ah, fuck. I mean, all right, Money. I bet you 50. I bet Money. I bet you 50 on a draw.
I'm not a betting man, but here's the deal. And let me be clear: if this was Tank Lomachenko, I'd be betting you 100% because I would be taking Loma to win.
You'll bet with this Lomachenko?
No, Loma's retired. Loma's retired. I'm on about. Listen, what I've said, what I've said about Tank, he held up the division for 7 years. That's why I can't respect him.
Boom.
No, listen, I don't have no problem. Listen, because I wanted the Loma fight, right? I'm a Loma fan. Loma, like, I fuck with Loma the long way, right?
Money, let me put it to you like this: if Loma and Tank had fought in 2021, who would you take him? When that was, I believe that was the year Loma fought Haney. Correct? Was it 21 or 22?
Yeah, I still would have took Tank, but it would have been very tough.
You would have took Tank?
Yes, on a simple fact that you gotta understand, Loma like to fight as well, right? Loma has skills, Loma have angles, but you gotta understand, Javante Tank Davis, he has quick reflexes, bro, and his
Okay.
power is real. So listen, his power is real. So
No, I agree his power is real,
yeah,
but he is
yeah.
nowhere near the boxing skills of Lomachenko. Let me ask Clavo, Edgar, and Nuke.
Man,
2021, who are you taking in that fight, Loma or Tank? All
Okay,
three of you.
2021, 2021, I'm taking Lomachenko. 2025, I'm taking Tank Davis.
Clavo?
Yeah, bro.
And I'm
2021.
taking Tank Davis by murder. In
2021, yeah, bro. I gotta go with Loma, bro. I mean, Loma was also he was no Mossman motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
And what about 2025, Clavo?
2025.
Oh, in 2025, I'm taking Tank, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, he's fucking retired now, man. I wish
to
they would have
take
fucking fought.
We wish we would have got the fight.
Nah, bro. You know what? Nah, I'm. You know what? Loma's the proven fighter, bro. Even at that age, I'm gonna still have Loma in 2025, man. Tank ain't showed me shit.
I would agree. I would agree.
I think I'm gonna have to pick Tank Davis for this Roach rematch.
I think I would pick Tank just due to the age factor, unfortunately. Trust me, I'd be cheering Loma. But here's the deal. In 2021, the year when Loma fought Haney, I 100% picking Lomachenko. Because Lomachenko would have absolutely not. But remember, the comeback fight Loma had was against Richard Conley in 2021 early, before he went into the unification fight, and he begged Conley's corner to stop
the fight, man. Hell yeah, bro.
He would have mixed Tank up.
I'm gonna have to take Tank in this Roach rematch here.
I wouldn't blame him.
Hey, yeah, me too, bro. I got to feel. Look, I got a feeling Tank wasn't expecting this draw. I had a feeling maybe he thought he was still going to go with the win. So I feel like he's going to take this one serious, and he's got to get him out of there. Now, the only thing I'm tripping on, has there been any kind of press, any kind of flyer, like anything being is there anything? Because, bro, the fight's supposed to be like in the middle of August. So a lot of times you take about 2 months to promote a fight. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
I think it's gonna get pushed back. Me myself.
Yeah, that's what.
Can I just?
I did find that nothing was announced.
Can I quickly say something, by the way, about this Tank Roach fight? If Tank, I'm taking Roach mainly because I'm not a Tank fan. I'll be honest. Illogically, my mind is saying take Tank, okay? But I can't. I just can't stand Tank. But here's the deal: if Tank wins this fight, do you think they'll go down the fucking Jake Paul route again, which is an embarrassment? Or do we actually think Tank's going to grow a bit some nuts and either fight his next WBA mandatory, which is Kid Austin?
What should make us believe that though? Hit. I mean, I wish.
No. Here's the deal. Or is he going to fight? What do you call it? Shakur. The winner is Shakur Cepeda.
You know, I remember I talked about a while back. I thought that Tank Davis could beat Keyshawn Davis, and I remember everybody jumped down my throat about that. And I'm like, Tank is talented though.
He is.
Tank can do some shit if you put him in the right situation. So I don't think I would write him off in any fight. I just think that it's kind of like Money said, he's made so much money, and if he fights Jake Paul, that's going to be, I don't even know what kind of money that's going to be.
I wouldn't mind him fighting Jake Paul as long as he beats the shit out of him.
If he beats Jake Paul, I'm cool with it.
Let me be clear. If Tank fights Jake Paul, even though I hate the fight, I'll actually be a Tank fan that night.
Wait. So wait a minute. So we're cool with Devin fighting Jake Paul, but we had a fucking trash Canelo when he was talking about fighting Jake Paul. That kind of don't make sense to me, man.
That's what I'm telling y'all. Listen to me. That's what I'm saying. Tank and Canelo, they are in two different brackets, right? Of course, we want to say fight people, but it's like the numbers that they bring in and what they can generate fighting these dudes is crazy numbers, bro. It's like, so when we looking at these dudes about making this type of money in a boxing game to feed a family, bro, they're going to take it. Like Jake Paul, like I said, he was close to getting Canelo. Canelo go kill his ass. I still think if he continue to win and Canelo finish what they gonna do, I think Canelo will fight him. But with Tank, let me say this: I'm a Tank fan. I love Tank. That's my dog. But I'm not a Tank nut rider like a lot of these dudes be Tank nut riders. They don't want to agree that Tank was going to call out Jake Paul if he would have beat Lamar Roach. If he would have beat Lamar Roach, that's the whole reason why Jake Paul was at the fight, bro. He was going to call out Jake Paul. So people like to say that shit to try, like you say, Clavo, to try to give him a pass for not even you hit for not going after the fights with a Shakur Stevens or a Teofimo Lopez and things of that nature. So they're trying to, he wasn't going to fight Jake Paul. Yes, he was going to fight Jake Paul. And if he gets the Jake Paul fight, if you get the Jake Paul fight, bro, it's going to be some crazy fucking money. And the dude might just walk away from boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like in all reality. So don't let nobody come up here and fool y'all because they, you know what I'm saying, they like to swing from tank nuts. Like you say, Luke, they know what the pubic hairs taste like. So they
here's the thing, Money, can I put it to you like this? And this is me being really critical. Tank Davis, I'm not denying he has talent, but Tank Davis will have one of those careers. If he, let's say he wins the Roach fight and then goes on to fight Jake Paul and retired, Tank Davis will be known back in like 20 years from now of a what could have been career if he had fought some of the elite fighters.
It might be true, but like he don't give a damn because, like I say,
that's the problem. He don't give a damn. The way and that's the thing. What's wrong?
Yeah, because of the money, bro. Like we gotta understand what we in a new era of microwave babies, bro. To where everybody like instant gratification. Let's just say a fighter coming up and they like him. He can do one good thing, and oh my God, he's the greatest fighter of all time. Well, he ain't done shit. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be instant gratification, and that shit go to some of these fighters' heads, bro. So once they start, getting that little shit, they feel like they're the next Mayweather. They win one title, they win $1 million. They feel like they this, that, and the third, to where they start disrespecting us, the fans. They don't give a fuck about us, the fans, at some time. You know what I mean? So that's why I play the game like I play it. But it comes to the point to where, like, when you bred up and the world we in, once you get in that tax bracket, you start getting that money like that, you start living that lifestyle, you start doing what's best for you and what's best to get the money. You understand what I'm saying? Because we on the outside looking in, they're actually in the situation where they're actually fighters. And it's more than just them saying this. It's a big ass business because everybody wants their piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
Yeah, so they're gonna try to put you in the biggest fights and things of that nature. So that's why that Jake Paul fight is realistic.
I'm just going to leave with this because I'm about to head off to bed. But can I just leave with this? Because I think it's another fight they'll set up. If Sergio Ramirez and Jake Paul gets made before Sergio fights Jai Opataya, we are all on here cooking Sergio. We all agree?
That's not happening. Jake Paul's not going to fight nobody like that.
I agree. I don't think Jake Paul will ever fight somebody like that. But if Golden Boy ever made that fight before Sergio fights Jai, I'm just going hypothetical here, Nuke, okay?
I know what you're saying. We would roast him, but I think the only fights that Jake Paul would take.
I think we would cook both Sergio and Oscar De La Hoya would have to get it.
We would. But I think the only fights Jake Paul will actually take is a Tank Davis or Canelo, kind of like Money said, because those guys are in different brackets. Yeah. He gets a different type of money and viewership with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know, fam. Well, hold on. I don't know about that because Benavidez' dad was on a Spanish radio show, bro, called El Piolín, and they had Zurdo Ramirez on a fucking video call, and they said that after the Dorticos fight that they were gonna try to do something with Benavidez and Zurdo. So I mean, I hope he doesn't do the Jake Paul. I really hope he doesn't do the Benavidez because I want to see he's undisputed again at cruiserweight. Damn it, you know what I'm saying?
Too.
So either
and
one,
I want to
bro.
see David to try to actually fight somebody in his weight class that's the number one fighter.
Oh, can I quickly say something, by the way? David fighting Sergio will make me a bit upset because in the fight we all want to see is David. Why is David not fighting the elite? Why is he not fighting the elite 1 and 2? The winner of better be at Bivol if he's moving up to cruiserweight.
Exactly. Don't move up. Fight the guy here, and then you can make
Callum Smith, and then get the winner of the trilogy.
That's it.
There you go.
That's what he agreed to in the first place.
And now it's like he's scared to do it. Domo says Ashley is trying to partake in some casual trafficking. JMA said Canelo looked bad. Crawford potentially lost. That's the difference.
That's the difference, which
Damn.
Ashley weren't accepting.
Yeah, Ashley wouldn't accept it. We out of here, fellas. Salute to everybody.
Is there any fights on this weekend? I don't think there is.
Let me say this about the Canelo fight.
Hold on. Let Money get this one, and then we out.
Get it, Money.
With the William Scully fight, bro. Listen, Canelo knew he wasn't going to waste his time chasing that dude all the way around the ring. He know, like, okay, I get past this fight. I got this motherfucker that everybody keep talking about coming up and this, that, and the third. Like, understand, Canelo didn't never want the Crawford fight. He been saying, like, he gains nothing.
Facts.
He know when he put this dude ass, he's not going to get no credit. So if you want me to fight him, make it worth my while. Give me enough money for me to say, okay, let me go ahead and beat his ass, then I'll move on to the next. So that's why when cats keep talking about, oh, well, the David Benavidez fight, well, he told y'all what he want for David Benavidez. He put his thumb out there. Doesn't mean he wants 200 million, but what he's saying is, let's come to the table and let's talk real numbers. When he said 100 million, David Benavidez's own manager came and said Canelo was worth that money.
Facts.
He's worth the money. So if his own manager said he's worth the money, then come, let's sit at the table and let's talk real numbers. Other than that, quit screaming because they keep talking about, oh, well, this is the guy that's gonna knock Canelo out. This is the guy that's gonna do this. Okay, so if you want my spot, this is the guy that's gonna do all this. Prove it to me that he's the guy. Pay me my money, and if he is the guy to do it, then if he can do all that shit, then he take my spot. And if he can take my spot, then he'll quadruple your money back if y'all really believe in him. So let's see if y'all really believe in his ass, put the money up for him, and then watch Canelo whoop Benavidez's ass, just like he'll whoop Terrence Crawford's ass, and then we'll see what Canelo want to do after that. And I'll leave it at that.
Man, subscribe to fucking Money Brown TV.
Subscribe to Money Brown
Subscribe to
TV.
Money.
And
We're
everybody put the foot on Ashley Knuckles' neck if he does not honor his bet.
We live next week. We live next week. Which fight is it next weekend? Is it? It's Shakur.
Taylor Serrano on Friday.
Taylor Serrano.
Serrano and
It's Friday.
Oh, that's going to be fire.
It's Taylor Serrano this Friday.
Yeah.
I am watching that shit.
No, I thought it's next Friday.
No, it's next Friday. Next Friday.
That's the 11th. That's next Friday.
And then it's Usyk versus Dubois. And then it's Cepeda, Shakur, ain't it? These next 3 weeks.
Man, we got some good things going, man.
We got some good food these next 3 weeks.
And hopefully David Benavidez announces his opponent at some point this year. Because,
in my opinion, he has to announce it this. He has to announce it this month, Nuke. Otherwise, he's only fighting next year, which is a joke.
And they need to announce the Tank Roach, even if it's pushed back. Just say something, because I'm just lost.
PBC need to this month, Nuke. If David is supposed to fight in September, October, he needs to mention PBC have to announce his fight this month.
And I think the perfect fight for Errol Spence comeback is Ryan Garcia at 154. I think that's a great fight for him at 154. People believe in Ryan. I think that'll be a great fight.
I don't.
Yeah,
I for some reason, Ryan got a very
Did y'all see Ryan go for Oscar De La Hoya again?
Hell yeah, bro.
That's why she listen to Canelo.
That man is on the.
Bro, they're throwing fucking stones at a glass house. Like, bro, they basically got the same characteristics.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what was interesting.
Hide the kitchen utensils.
I'll tell you what was interesting just before we go. Someone who didn't like that Jake Paul crowd with Golden Boy, Virgil Ortiz, if you saw it.
Oh, man.
Virgil was pissed if y'all saw it on his social. And Virgil's not usually one to speak out about those cards, but Virgil did. Oh my God, we've got. Oh my God, I didn't think Mirage had disciples, but we see one there saying Mirage would school this panel. Bitch, he gets schooled every day off us.
Body bag. And on that note, we're out of here, fellas. Salute.
Have a good night.